instant thirst.
Well, like,
imagine how much
wait,
that would change.
So you're not knocked. You're just walking about.
Gone.
You're full HP. Headshot with an orm. You're instantly out.
Out of the game. Could you imagine?
Bro, you're crazy.
Dude, that would be so sick. Because imagine like a team, an esport team, that sees the in a drop, right? They're like, you know what? Let's take it. We're outside a zone. And they are trying to find a way in this circle. And if the other team that's holding them out just hears that AWM, they're like, we can't peek. If we peek and one of us gets shot, we're done.
Kina ढिलो यार केटा तिम्रो
Yeah.
एउटा गेम सकिसक्यो त उलाले चिकन हान्न
interesting way for you to make the orm meta. I kind of want to get chat involved. Chat, if you agree with Hot Jukes on making the orm a one-shot insta elimination in the head, put 1. If you disagree, put 2. I just want to know, because I want to know if I'm alone in thinking that is crazy OP if you do that for the orm. But after, it is a rare weapon, right? You might not even get in a single game if the loot ratio is just really not working your way. So I don't know. We'll see what the chat thinks, as S2G is sending it right onto Museum, trying to get those cars, and actually just going to ditch it because Alpha 7 is just a bit of a menace here.
Yes, they are.
Come on, chat. Make my dreams come true. Make my dreams come true. Is Alpha 7. Their dreams already came true when it comes to PMGC. They were the champs, but, you know, we're trying to see if they can continue to hold on to that title. As they are looting up, all 4 players up. There's such a difference in pace when it comes from Rondo to Aaron Gale, right? Teams now just say, let's slow things down, let's get looted, because there is no revive towers here.
Yeah, you just get eliminated and there's just nothingness. Well, the lobby, I guess, is not nothingness, but you just go back to the lobby and then just spectate your teammates. Yeah, this would be good. Alpha 7, get rid of that hovercraft. Deny their mobility. Yes. This is such a good play from Revo. I see so many times in any Caliber tournament, Hot Jukes, where they see a hovercraft, they're like, no, we're going to be nice. You know what? You keep your hovercraft and we can fight later on in the game. No, you see a hovercraft, the #1 rule is you destroy that bloody hovercraft. Get rid of it, because it's such a menace, especially in these flat, open-ended areas. So, really good play from Alpha 7 just to try and deny that early to mid-game mobility from S2G. Love to see it.
B2, I mean,
good afternoon,
I mean, just pop in vehicles. You have to protect that vehicle 100%, or these players are going to punish you. And you can see the difference, right, from Silence versus Rebel. Silence having to use those single shots because he has no extra loot, but Rebel, he has all the shelter loot, so he had no problem just dumping all kinds of mags into that hovercraft and getting out of there.
Oh, HamCG trying to go for the godly dip here, west of their compound. Wouldn't recommend going there. It's kind of tough when you have some teams up north of you. That's kind of like point.
PL कहाँबाट आउँछ
So HamCG got to be careful though. Potato Hill. Ooh. Okay.
Yo.
Gonna get a little bit active here. Tiamba looking to reposition. Really good response.
这样的话，这一让
天霸有点抗压了。
天霸这次Chinese。
对，就是你不知道下一步圈型会怎么
刷，
就是你没有办法，
千金难买早知道呀。
你肯定是要先保活的。
对，而且对于欧拉拉来讲的话，他们前面那一波啊，其实已经站到反坡了。当站到反坡之后呢，天霸在前点人数不多的情况下打起来就不占优势。
是的。现在我一想到上一把的这个节奏来看的话，后面没有圈的队伍也会先第一步肯定是考虑的是土路那边，然后北部的话会有那种绕圈队，会考虑北部有城区啊，然后有防区啊，可以暂待一个圈的。
现在还有一个选择的在于土路一条街的南部还是北部了，很多队伍在刷到东部宽边的情况之下，你要选择了，你绕完之后，你是往北边绕还是往南边绕？
छैन त केटा हो कहाँ छ इंग्लिश
有的时候一步错那就是步步错呀
यो यही त हेरेको त मैले अघि
这个位置 S2G 现在跟 A7 缠在了蓝白之间
缠斗
对好像打掉轮
子掉了轮子掉了
अँ
गेम लाम न गेम लाम
अनि मैले इंग्लिश त हेरिरा हो त हामी अघि देखे केटा
Game lam na game.
Especially for the first Aaron Gale, right? You can definitely afford to take a little bit of risk. The side of Pachinki is completely open, so somebody can wrap and try to hold that side here. But most of these teams are all trying to set her up as much as they physically can. This is where you're going to park it up right here towards shelter. This is a great position because regardless of where the zone goes, they're going to have a great opportunity to rotate. Where that UAS was parked, they're not going to be able to get it, but at least they protected one of their vehicles.
मिलेछ
I do wonder how SGG is going to try and make their way out of there without their hovercraft.
अफिसियलमा छ
Spotted out by Solke.
यो के हो त यो अफिसियलमै त
That's the
हेर्दा
IGL picking up. The IGL warfare. The 1v1 is happening. Solke beats out Carrillo.
ओइ सोल्केले कि लानो
It's okay to lose.
ल म्यान
First blood, oh, you even get a graphic when... Oh, that's... I like that. I like that. That's really cool. If you lose an IGL, I'm of the opinion that it doesn't matter that much, right? Just because you can steal IGL from the grave. You can look at your players' POVs and you can still tell them where to go, what to do. So, Carrillo Shaw is out, but in spirit, he's still very much present in this game. Don't worry.
And if you're Soul K and you want to take
PL हैन PUBG खेल्दै
better to do it when he's in a vehicle driving away.
सोल्केले भेट्यो
Yeah.
That is when you're going to do it right there. So Carrillo getting
Ah,
busted on
moro,
rotation.
Solke.
Meanwhile, we see S2G trying to hold
Lost
the entire side of shelter, but this zone,
Solke,
right? They're going to have to start moving away from it. They're just keeping an eye out, trying to figure out the safe
DTR कसरी गयो दाइ प्लेनमा गयो
I
होला
wonder why he's... Yeah, okay. They spotted Alpha 7. Now he's going to go ahead and rotate back to his squad.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, by the way, all these player pictures, some of them have this pendant in their hand. And
Yeah.
wait, actually, you know what? Pause on that topic as Kamikaze is going to get pushed up, and that's an instant knock from Federalis with the DBS, flushing it out, not even giving him a chance to get some backup from his team. Vansikian lost. So S2G down to just a single, well, not a single, only a duo now in this game, so a bit of a tough one. But yeah, some of the players have this pendant. And I feel like it's like last year where in the finals they would put their bullets in the trophy. I feel like we're going to have something similar with this like pendant thing. That I like that theme. And I'm excited to see what that trophy is going to look like with those pendants.
We'll see, indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing that come finals time. Well, you have to get there, though. That's the first part. Here's this next zone goes on up. It is going to be a school central circle. That's going to be so great for so many of these squads. Aurora looking good. KRX going to be in great central position. The entirety of school is wide open. The thing about school, though, is if you take that spot, there's like practically no leaving it. So if you go there, man, you're set up. You gotta hope that's
quality. Official man, no, official maternity.
The hope for these guys. LGD going to be sending it. Actually, I'm surprised LGD are committing so early to school when Rozok and Rozok Hill in particular still in play.
Right?
You could even go for a 3-1 split or even a 2-2 split if you want to. I feel like it's good to have a good scope of the land, of what's happening around school, and then you just kind of send your players to solidify the fortress of school itself. And actually, if you want this cool trick I saw a few days ago, you can actually go on the rooftop of the swimming pool with a bike. If you build up an impossible to get eliminated. So I wonder if anyone's going to try and use that strat as Doc instantly getting taken out of the equation. The Thunder Talk, are they going to commit to it or are they going to try and leave the premises?
Wow.
As Doc not flushed out, so that should be Aurora back as a full team. But yeah, Thunder Talk making it known that they do mean business
Japanलाई support गर्छ कि ब्राजिलले
Yeah, I think this is one of those most dangerous times to try to get into a big engagement because the third party will definitely hey, if you get the knock, try to go for the first. If you can't get it, it makes sense to kind of just hold it for a little bit longer and wait to see where this next zone is going to go. I do agree though what you were talking about earlier.
हिजोको जस्तो खाते गेम त कहिले देखेन
एउटा right? I mean, if the zone locks on
नजिक पास पनि मिलाउन सकेन यार त्यो क्यानाडा र साउथ अफ्रिका
it's going to be pretty difficult. But meanwhile, K1, right? They saw Razha kill and then wide open there. They'll say, "Hey, I'll take that."
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to give up that position on the mountaintop. K1 going to use it to its full
Live-ko sound सानो हुन्न दाइ हजुरको आवाजै
बुझ्दैन. Not a very healthy position. I wouldn't even say a very unhealthy position because guess what? It's a nade range of Aurora. Top, that's an insane nade. There's no way. Yeah, I was going to say that would be one of the most insane nades to connect. As Top is playing with the M1 Garand.
Top ko ta
we know the Mini 14 is still
mini change भएछ नि त
DMR.
के गर्नु यो
The M1 Garand, if you can hit your shots, the DPS of that weapon is through the bloody roof. So Top, with that weapon, especially with an 8-time scope, if he gets those headshots, man, he could get some big damage on this game.
Yes, he can. Plus, he's got that little bayonet there at the end. Oh man, imagine we saw.
I've never seen
one either.
I don't even know is the damage good? I've never seen it in esports, so I have no idea. Because everyone just tends to swap to the pan.
Yeah, I tried using it in classics, but man, I wasn't able to get an elimination with it. It's tough.
Yeah, I did it with a bayonet on the M1 Garand.
यो टपले त MVP को लागि मात्र खेल्छ अरे अनि उ MVP आयो भने टिमले राम्रो गरिहाल्छ नि.
Went down. Not in my favor.
Yeah, I think S12K has a little slight advantage over that. But we'll see who's going to have the advantage in this next zone as Obscure gets knocked from Young Galacticos, and the circle going
Height
a
से
little
पर्ने
bit
भयो
south
Aurora.
of school.
कोही न कोही त आउँछ कि
Let's see
डाँडा.
what LGD does in this
Wood चाहियो,
situation. 'Cause, I
woods.
mean, yeah, once you take school, it's really difficult to leave it. I think they're just gonna have to commit there. Meanwhile, RRQ are gonna have to go ahead and push up from the south. So many teams on that eastern side. Yeah, Alpha 7 getting a knock here or getting one player knocked is gonna be so tough because it's just gonna slow down their rotation so much.
Look at BTR though, they're kind of looking to take the high ground position to just get rid of Alpha 7. This is a good aggressive play, not even in the play zone. They went out of their way to eliminate all of Alpha 7. The drive-by gets the point, it's onto Guizao.
Wow.
And that's it. The Brazilian team is fully eliminated. Bigatron took, what, 5 seconds to get the squad wipe? BTR were insane on that aggression, and they didn't even need the full team to get the win. What the hell just happened?
Beautiful decision there from Bigatron. Not messing around. I mean, taking these early fights are so risky, but Bigatron realized, hey, let's go outside a circle. They are wide out in the open. We can clean this up super quick. Put some points on the board as this rotation is going to be difficult. So a smart play from Bigatron, and it pays off.
Seems like we're going to have a bit of a clash here happening.
DRX लाई DRX KRX
KRX and also
यहाँ मात्र हैन उता
side of K1 that went for big send from Rozok over to this area. And one crash is also happening in the meantime, Hot Jukes. In school, it's Regnum Karya crashing onto the compound of Thundertalk.
A versus B, B versus C, A versus C
होला. BTR just so hungry this game for eliminations. They smell blood in the water. They know they have an opportunity to third party and get a huge position in the circle. BTR so aggressive and I'm loving it.
And now Regnum Karya getting taken out by LGD. When did they get there? Wild holding that position. LGD committing to this school spot early. Wild got that shotgun though. He's all by his lonesome. Does he have the angles? Playing it very, very quietly.
1v4.
LGD not messing around. They're playing very close together here. They do not want to make a mistake.
This is good. This is the very typical Chinese gameplay, which is the synergy and timing is beautiful. Every single team just does so well. They're really trying to give as little a gap as possible to the enemy teams to get an advantage. So far, but I love the third party from BTR. They go straight into school. They went actually for the swimming pool area, gymnasium.
उल्टो मुझे रिफ्यूज परेछ यार के ओल्डो यार हाम्रो यहाँ सक्को यार अरूलाई
looking their way, peppering the area, but they're also sandwiched between Furia and Wolves. This is not looking good for the side of Aurora. One goes down, followed by a second. Doc, the sole survivor, can he redeem this fight?
Let's see what Top can do.
मैले के मिस हान्ने दाइ फर्स्ट गेम उला भनेर चिकन हान्नु त्यो मिस गर्यौ तिमीले अब यो गेमको आधी मिस गरिसक्यौ टाइममा आउने गर न
हौ trying to find a spot in this zone. He's going to be leaving his team and trying to put some points on the board all by himself.
यो गेम यो फिड धमिलै छ केटा
safest place for him for now.
चाइनिज लगाएको केटाहरु म चाहिँ बाउलाई
I'm surprised they let Wolves just take that position for very little, right? Expanded utility and overall resources. It was so quick. And Aurora just fumbled under that pressure. Wolves pincering them between themselves and Furia, and it seemed like Aurora just could not do anything at that moment in time. Though next circle shift is about to pop up, and it's going straight up north. School still in play. And I just blinked and I missed it, but Bigatron left school, went right next to Chiamba, southeast of the circle. BTR, I don't know what they're doing, but it's working clearly.
Hey, they're moving. That's what they're doing, right? They're not messing around. They're moving from POI to POI. I love the fact that they did take that gymnasium area, right? They were like, you know what? We'll hold this spot. They end up stealing that player on the Regnum Karya, so they get the point. But they also put themselves in a position to where if the zone shifted, they were able to easily rotate away. They moved down south, but they're saying, you know what? I don't think that was the best decision. Now they're moving right back to the gymnasium. But let's see if they're going to be able to hold it.
You know what? Maybe Gymnasium was a little bit better here. I think that's a very good response from Bigatron. They instantly see the circle, they know there's off teams. I mean, look at this. Furia, Thundertalk, Aurora, Doc from Aurora, and also the entirety of Wolves just tumbling down the mountainside. So we want to try and avoid that like the plague, and that's exactly what Bigatron did. So I'm loving it. Furia, she picked up instantly. That's not working out as planned, and Furia can have a bit of a bad time. Down to just a duo is going to be Ayala and Higor. Unless they can get that res, which seems almost impossible. He's way too far away. Silence will get flushed out by QZ. Now it's going to be Furia now as a duo. Comes south a little bit of a pincer play, right? 2 decent entry points. But LGD have the rooftop in play, especially for WeiG. I think Furia might be living their last few moments in this game, Hot Jukes. That survival rate is looking insanely low.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, the bet that LGD took to be able to take school so early on. I'm telling you, if that zone goes to school, you are winning this game and getting a bunch of eliminations. If it goes away, it is not looking too good for you. Meanwhile, Yano with the peak down to 1 HP. But I'm telling you, with this position, they are so locked in right now.
Oh, that's it.
Ling, though, jumps out, gets hurt.
Yep. We're finally starting to lose a lot of the big names here. Tian, good pick on the angle around Ayala.
Oh, normal PUBG हो.
But that's an instant res on Ling S.
उनीहरुलाई अनि अब WC को लागि प्र्याक्टिस हुन्छ केटा हो यो. Normal PUBG मा खेल्नु पर्दैन.
You know what? One team that's gone angle is going to be Gemfos. Almost gets the double, but luckily enough, Tian able to make it barely out. But got to be careful there. Go and hide a little bit deeper. Ling S, taking that sweat off his brow because that was a bit of a stressful encounter.
Ling S is like, come on, res me. But hey, that's always the rule there, folks, is you have to heal yourself first before you pick up your teammate. And they are definitely doing that.
Oh, Doc got awake as a solo. He got the backstab play. No way. Doc is still there and he's doing stuff.
I'll take those. I mean, that's what you got to do, right? When you're a solo player, the odds of you winning the match are like practically none. But if you can steal some points, that's what you got to do. Doc, laying down, hearing those buggies of Thunder Talk drive by. He's like, go away. Go away.
Damn,
they're not. Meanwhile, D plus Kia in an engagement with Tianba. Nobu getting knocked here. Chips. Haven't hit the lay down. Again, gets knocked with the nade. Great utility usage from Tianba as they are picking apart D plus Kia.
Oh, Tianba definitely looking good using that plateau to its full potential, keeping himself safe, playing around their utility. So far, it's been doing wonders. As Thunder Talk, I like what they're doing. Waiting for the to shift. It does shift away. They have to go for a big play. I would say a third party onto Tianba.
Last one.
Right approach. As they get third party by Razak with the M4 from School. Oh, School is just... The reason why so many of these teams are going to get eliminated is because of that symbiotic relationship between BTR and LGD. They're making insane moves on this game. Still getting peppered, getting absolutely wrecked by these nades coming their way, thrown by the Chinese team of Tianba. It's QZ though in a 1v1. Can he find the sole survivor of Korea? But he has to run back here.
Getting shot in the back as well, but he gets the making moves here as he hops in the vehicle. Gonna try to go ahead and get looted up there. He is in this next circle, so he's sitting pretty. I'll tell you what, the one thing is LGD, these guys knew something, we did it, because this zone has locked on to School, and these two teams are putting in work. And big shout out to Bigatron, Vitality as well. These guys have been moving all day long, just trying to find the best position, and they found it. And this could be a great, great game for them.
Well, this could be huge. There's still a hovercraft in play. It's going to be quite open here on the western side of School, so if they can make full use of it, maybe even just create a bit of a fortress around that hovercraft, there could be some big moves happening as Doc spotted out the entire round of KRX just chucked in his overall vicinity. I feel like this might just be the last few seconds of Doc alive in this game. As the blue engulfs his area. If you're Doc, I would even say go ahead and deny it. It's just not worth it. Alula, though, the crash is happening. He gets it onto Z's. K1 falling like flies. And Alula, again, after their chicken dinner on Rondo, they mean business on Orangle.
They are holding it down. So Alula putting in work. Now you got KRX trying to make the push.
EWC मा DK र FL दुईटै एउटै ग्रुपमा पर्यो भने कुन ड्रप खेल्छ भने त्यो परेपछि थाहा हुन्छ.
Trying to get this res off. It doesn't look like likely though, as KRX
yeah, there you go. All the points, confirm them if you can. Down to just one. It's going to be quick. They did some good plays last game on Rondo with that chicken dinner. Claws though, cannot say the same here. He was taken out. RQ with the hovercraft. 4 vehicles crashing straight onto School, and Mao Mao from LGD just saying this is not worth it. I'm going to reposition with my squad. Closer to the center of the circle. I like this response from Mao Mao as Gen Fosto flushed out instantly. But quick, he gets the nade onto KRX. Korea falling down, crumbling like it's nothing. That's going to be the win. Alula surviving once again. How does it keep happening?
Thunder
Talk right there, putting in some work from the backside. That is how you do it. Onto LGD, but this wall is so difficult to hold. You're gonna have to do it with some utility. But if LGD has some utility on their side, they're going to be able to definitely punish RRQ. Let's see what they can do.
I'm surprised that we saw 2 players there, Mao Mao and Ling S, try and actually push out in the open. When you have this roof still in play. Like, sure, you've got to be a little bit cautious of the teams down south. We've got some cover, so you can play just fine. Now gets confirmed. That is a very unnecessary elimination to suffer. And now they're going to go out, dip down into the blue zone. RRQ trying to make something happen here with these smokes. Trying to keep themselves hidden from the incoming sprays of LGD. Will it be Indonesia or will it be China to secure the win in school? As you have actually two Indonesian teams, right? You have BTR and RRQ. But LGD, I would say, a bit of a throw there. Losing a player for literally no good reason whatsoever. Yeah, they were trying to, I guess, hold that position for where we're going to see them kind of reach. But you're right. I mean, they had the blue zone to their advantage as well. They could have just held that spot and just split. Keep away. Yeah, now we're going to see RRQ
LGD LGD final the
with LGD. And we see the
group stage
coming on out. Let's see what RRQ could do here.
Trying to close that gap, and now the strong synergy and timing that I talked about for LGD earlier is just, it feels like a different team. All that confidence is just lost. They're so spread in a 2-1 split. One play in the back though. RRQ's got to be a little bit cautious of how they play it. Nice knock. Going to get picked off. That's going to be a good early elimination secure for yourself. Can they survive the encounter? As Bigatron, they have the circle. If you're Bigatron, Ultrix, I would say this is the best time to send it for third party.
Let's see if they're going to do it, though. But meanwhile, LGD getting to work with those shotguns. And, just like... Viren with the 1v2 gets the thirst. And things have turned on the side of LGD. Now it's just Ling S. Let's see what he can do. Jump shot gets the confirm. And that is RRQ out.
Can he make it to the cover? Oh, yes, he can. Though Bigatron actually already somewhat left the vicinity, right? They left some portion. Still going to be the anchor point. We still have our surviving Thunder Talk. This is a very strong Chinese finish here in the top 5. China Hot Jukes. You have LGD solo. You have QZ solo. On the side of Thunder Talk. This is like a Chinese chicken dinner on game 2.
I'll tell you one thing. QZ just a monster with those shots. Absolutely lasering these folks.
Drop waiting to see
where the next zone's going to go. Bigatron, all 4 players up, looking so good, poised to win this game. Let's see if they can close it out.
I'm going to backtrack. It's not a Chinese win anymore.
I was like,
Thunder Talk, maybe if they can get the shots on BTR. BTR sit down. Federales, they're going to get knocked by QZ, but still, even then, the nades will just come in left, right, and center. Axel is there to confirm it. That's going to be LGD still making it to top 4, so a decent amount of eliminations and also placement points. Good usage of school for the entirety of this game, realistically. But BTR will get same for Razak, hopefully, as QZ still has a functioning vehicle, and he's going to go for the big push. Trying to take the fight, trying to take destiny in his own hands as he sends it right into the smoke. The damage is taken. Quick with the third party, gets the angle. That's Razy down.
Unbelievable push. Now Quick getting thirsty, but that is it. It's gonna be Bigatron to win.
Match watch along and they
did it in just such calculated fashion. Their movement in this Erangel match was second to none.
Oh yeah, and you can
see
oh, he's ready to go. What the dog doing? Getting chicken dinner.
And 4 teams that actually had a lot of hype in season 1 fell flat on their faces during
last time go PMHI go MVP
so good. Especially their fight onto Alpha 7 Hot Jukes, that fight took 5-10 seconds tops from the initiation of the fight on the first knock into the actual full squad wipeout. And then the way they were playing and maneuvering between different locations, between Potato Hill, apartment, and back into school. I'm loving it. This is the Bigatron I wanted to see in PMGO. It took a while to get there, but man, BTR looking so good on game 2.
It's so difficult, guys, to make those kind of moves at a stage like this, right? You have to play perfectly. You have to have the confidence to go outside a circle to just get up a few points rather than prioritizing position. And it worked out as we take a look at our MVP. It's Federales.
And you see he's got that little jewel. Wait. Oh, no, it's a bullet. Oh, yeah, just like last year then. It's a bullet. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a crystal or gem or something, but no, it's actually a bullet. And I believe they're going to slot it into the trophy and like, that trophy's mine. And so far, it's looking quite likely with this kind of gameplay we witnessed from good old Bigatron by Vitality. And you know what, actually, one thing that's interesting is because Vitality acquired Bigatron, Bigatron's points at PMWC are going to count towards
कति मिनेट
Vitality.
ब्रेक हुन्छ होला प्रकाश
So Vitality pulled the pickup of the year. This is the gameplay we get from BTR over at PMWC.
फेडरलेस नै हुन्छ क्या ब्याक टु ब्याक एमभीपी र भर्खर ग्रुप स्टेज हो यार
right decisions and they definitely did this entire game here. Alula put in some points on the board as well again. This school finish though, this priority for Bell to a great decision for them to take school, but then just some little slip ups at the end ended up punishing.
WBG खोइ रे भोलिको ग्रुपमा खेल्छ होला
all hell breaks loose, right? It's just ROQ gives them a bit of confidence. They try and get the fight going their way, and they somewhat do because they put it down to just a solo player on LGD. So good synergy and timing at the start. It kind of fell apart later on in the game, so I feel like this is still a good learning opportunity. It's just game 2, still some good showcase of what this roster of LGD can bring to the international table. As BTR, of course, again, will be your chicken dinner squad to get 10 eliminations, 10 placement points. Got another good finish, right? Quick, secured a second place. I believe Alula should still be number 1, and we should have a second place being the good old squad of Bigatron by Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, a beautiful game on this squad from this squad. Just constantly on the move the entire game because this was so difficult. Such a big tournament, especially when you're in a comfortable position in circle. It is so difficult to leave it.
Practice गर्दैनन् कि क्या हैनहरु अल्टिमेट खेल्दै बस्छन् कि क्या
हो Why should we move? But Bigatron are like, you know what? I don't care if this is a comfortable spot. It's not the best spot. Let's make a move, right? Let's go outside
PMGO मा थियो कि
circle,
थिएन
let's get these points quick and get going. And they did it with zero hesitation as a full team. It is so difficult, but they showed that, you know what?
PMGO मा
Whatever happened in the PMGO finals, right? We're now in a different
qualify उनी ने PMGO मा थिएन सिधै वर्ल्ड कप खेल्ने त
क्वालिफाई नभएको क्या ठ्याक्क 6 वटा कि 7 वटा टिम क्वालिफाई हुन्थ्यो उताबाट ठ्याक्कै 8 कि कति भयो क्या ठ्याक्क क्वालिफाई हुनु भन्दा एक मिनेट
chicken dinner followed by second place secured by Quick. So individually we saw Claws do great on the first game. This time it was Quick getting some quick witty plays here onto KRX in particular with those grenades. So good to see them up in first place. And I would say it is very rare to see Mina at the top of the rankings. We do have some glimmers of hope for Mina. Like last year PMGC, we saw some good stuff from, in particular,
Silas like you is
I forgot his name. One play from R8. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I just had a bit of a blank there. And then back last year during PMGO in Uzbekistan, we also had a really strong finish from Nigma Galaxy. So
Ula भनेको power हैन अरे होइन
Mina just pops off out of nowhere and then they go back into hiding. This could be the event, and it could be Al Ula doing so well. It was Amori. There you go. I got the name back. But this could be Mina doing well on the global scene once again at PMMI.
And in all
आज निन्द्रा पुगे छैन जस्तो छ त त्यस्तै छ
I'm telling you, you get a 3v4 situation going, you're going to be feeling really really good. And
MVP त यिनीहरु भनेपछि चिकन जले खायो त्यसको प्लेयरलाई MVP दिदा रहेछ MVP त यो क्विक हुनु पर्ने रहेछ नि त
Unreal. And then Claws also there with 5 as well. I mean, man, I'll tell you what, Alula, perfect start on today.
Jersey khatra hai Chinese
definitely a good start. I mean, good to see Ling S up there. Sunan again, we saw some insane nades on Rondo, and we didn't see his POV too often from K1, but if he's got the numbers, you know what, definitely doing some big work as QZ. Whoa! Okay, wait, are these the stats for one game or 2 games? Because this number is insane, almost 2,000 damage per game. It has to be the 2 games combined, right? Like, please, tell me I'm not going crazy. No, it's just this game?
होला 2 गेम को जोडेर होला
because the Quick has 1400 damage and he had 7 eliminations.
Hello यार जोन
So QZ 1800 damage.
ओ यो दीप भनेको अर्को आइडिया यार यसलाई नि हाइरान हो त
From him, I'll tell you what, such tight peaks but just laser accuracy.
QZ, what is going on? Looking good. You know what? I've been waiting
so long
to see a Chinese team dominate globally.
Yeah,
the side of way.
Omori भन्ने चाहिँ यहाँ
since Nova, I've been like, can we get
यासर भन्ने हो
like PMWC or PMGC win? Right now, the firepower that's been brought by these Chinese squads is second to none. Hope it continues on the next 4 games of today.
Yes, I do as well.
First game Rondo
we definitely have some more matches to go, and we're going to get to them in just a minute, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Rondo भएछ
रोन्डोमा त निन्जा उठेकै थिएन अनि
उठेको थिए लाइभ गर्दै थिए केटाहरुमा हो हेलो यार होमी के छ हौ के हेर्ने त यार प्रकाश चाइनिज लाइभ हेरौँ भन्दा यिनीहरूले पत्याउँदैनन्
किन हो चाइनिज लाइभ चाहिँ नपत्याउने केटाहरूले
हामी हल्का राम्रो राम्रो लाइभ खोजौँ न यो झिर्झिर छ हौ यो लाइभ एनेको कस्तो छ सेम छ हौ इङ्ग्लिस चाहिँ हल्का बिल्लै छ जस्तो छ क्या क्वालिटी के हेर्ने त यार ब्रो This is EWC 26. माइक्रोवेभ पनि लाइभ गर्दै रहेछ त देखाउँदैन रहेछ यार टाइम चाइनिजकोमा त टाइम देखाइरहेको छ जस्तो लाग्यो 15 सेकेन्ड सुरु हुन्छ दाइले क्रिएटर वर्ल्ड कप हेर्नुभयो अरे त्यो सन्दन दाइहरूको म्याच चाहिँ हेरेको सन्दन दाइ त खेल्दै खेलेन नि कसरी हेर्ने त मिकासाको फुड रे को मिकासा यो 40 को रिजेक्ट भएपछि हामीले आउनुपर्ने हो नि हाम्रो सर्ट कहाँ लगेर गोटलाई लगेर दियो गोटलाई राख्दियो नि त यिनीहरूले वेटिङ लिस्टमा अनि हामीलाई राखेन गोटै लग्यो क्वालिटी भयो नि दाइ क्वालिटी उतैबाट यस्तै आयो मैले के गर्नु मिल्दैन के गर्छु
टाइमरै देखाउँदैन कति मिनेटमा ब्याक आउँछ भनेर
यसमा देखाउँदैन रहेछ यसमा देखाउँछ बोल्दैछ नि के म्याक्स बेल्स पनि गेम भइरहेको कडा छ है चाइनिज पब्जी ब्रोडकास्टदेखि सबै कुरा सुरुै भएन के भयो क्यार
भएपछि
चल्यो
सिजर फिङ्गरप्रिन्ट हाल्यो अनि चल्यो
हो र
ब्याट्री तात्यो नि चल्यो ब्याट्री तात्यो अनि चल्यो अनि भित्र हालिदिएको छु
भित्र किन अनि उता सर्भिस सेन्टर पुरा आयो हुन्थ्यो नि
बाहिर राखेर बिग्रेको त्यो
होइन
हो सन्तोष
हो र ल कसले मुखबाङ हेर्ने भन्दै थियो मै मुखबाङ गर्छु जस्तो छ यार प्रकाश ल भात खाना त खानु पर्यो नि यार टाइममा
अर्को प्यान्टमा चाहिँ पैसा अलिक बुझ्नु
के हेर्ने त यार जियो जाम होला अरे अब सुरु हुन्छ हौ केटा होइन र राख्दै गर्छु नि आरआरक्यू त डिआरएसको #2 भन्दा नि बढी फाइदा पाए त जमानाको 2019ले अहिलेसम्म इन्भाइट के बोल्छ यार आरआरक्यूले छुट्टै अर्कै बेसिसमा दिए होला नि पहिलाकोले होइन होला नि कति मिकासा गरेर रहेछ को रहेछ यो मिकासा भनेको प्रकाश यो मिकासा चिनेको मिकासा भनेको एरेन येगरको चिक्स हो को हो अर्को मिकासा चाहिँ फेरि दाइ यार जिके दाइ केस के भयो त्यो अस्तिको अरे मलाई कसरी थाहा हुन्छ म के भएको हो पनि थाहा होइन भित्र के हो नि थाहा होइन के छ नि थाहा छैन कहाँ छ नि थाहा छैन त्यस्तो कुरा
And we are getting ready for match.
Lineup bane तपाईहरु गरे म दिनरात लाइभ गर्दै छु कसरी लाइनअप बन्छ हो
up on top so far with 35 points. Bigatron closing in on them with 29 though. A great performance from them. Who's going to be the chicken dinner, Max? What do you think?
The boys on screen. It's Yangon Galacticos.
पहिलो 3 दिन चाहिँ यस्तोमा खेलाएर अनि लास्टको 3 दिन चाहिँ स्टेजमा खेलाउनु
We'll see what they can do this time around. Why giggling?
I mean, technically you could when you add the teams yellow.
So
I feel
like Yangon Galacticos, they're going to pick it back up again. Lacking so far from this roster, but rotationally speaking, they are a gem, a diamond in the rough. And they've won PMWC in the past. You know what? Another global event is definitely in the cards for this Myanmar. Alula, though, a lot of momentum. Looking so confident, especially after PMGO Season 1. They were a little bit disappointing, but here, putting the glasses on, locked in on the game. So excited to see if they can maintain that #1 position, where literally the entire lobby Hot Chicks is just chasing them down.
Dude, absolutely. I mean, it's so crazy as I look at the bottom of the leaderboards, right? I mean, yeah, Yangon Galacticos, I would love to see a chicken dinner from them and just really just show how powerful this lobby is. Because you look at the bottom, you got Yangon Galacticos in last, right? But right above them, Magnum Karia, RRQ, KRX, Alpha 7, D plus Kia. Like, I mean, it's just this lobby is absolutely wild here. Anybody could definitely have a huge comeback. And let's see if one of those teams is going to be able to do it as we get ready for match number 3. The plane is flying. Let's get into some more Air and Gale action.
Bit of a kinder playing compared to our first game. Focused. This time is going to be sending it from Zaki. To power on the eastern coast. So a lot of teams going to be able to make it to their drop location. Go for a bit of a stretch. On Erangel, what's quite a good strat is you send it to the west of Hospital on that highway. Just stretch right down to Primorsk. And if you want to go for a cross over the bridge after, like maybe for the side of Aurora, they could go on the bridges, or they can go for a secondary drop opportunity, which is going to be Severny, which I've said this for, it feels like years now, Hot Jukes, where I was like, Aurora, now previously as APG, was just so adamant on always sending it to military base, and I hated it. I hated it so much. But now they're actually going for a secondary drop, which is Severny, which is the complete opposite side of the map. I like this from Aurora, so thank you. It took like 3 years to get there, but we got there, bro. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, started from the bottom, now they're there, dude. They're all the way at the top. It's Severny. So, interesting strategy. I wonder what that was like when the coach was talking to them. Oh, and it plays out. They get a northern circle as well. They're like, where should we go next on the map? Perhaps the complete opposite direction.
You want to have a secondary option on the other side of the map, which literally is Severny. Like, maybe further away would be what, Zaki, but who goes to Zaki except for RRQ? It's a stinky place. I don't like it. I don't like Zaki. Nobody likes it.
It's too far to the left. You can imagine the coach is telling Aurora, look, just imagine Severny is military just upside down. Okay?
अस्ति PM दियो
का same rotations just
Wolfमा छैन होला अहिले त निगमामा होला नि उयो
I mean it works out for them especially considering what the circle is like.
Stalber अस्ति के अस्ति
it's the new Stalber as well. So I wonder take it early and get looted up. I do see Bigatron on the
quality त जोतको छ रे राजा गेम हेर न जस्तो भयो नि अब जे छ त्यही छ त अब
watch, but yeah, all these teams getting looted up here, getting ready for the match.
English को क्वालिटी यस्तै रहेछ के जुट्स
as we're waiting for the team
to go for Chinese को गएर हेर्नु न तपाईलाई जोत लाग्यो भने कम्प्लेन सम्प्लेन गर्नै पर्दैन नि त्यहाँ PL अफिसियल च्यानलमा चाइनिज लाइभ भइरहेछ त्यहाँ ढुक्क हेर न
and I mentioned how the DMR's bolt action have been buffed, right? And how shotguns have been nerfed, in particular the spread of the bullets has been nerfed, it's increased so that shots. It didn't feel nerfed at all, that last game. I'm not gonna lie, DBS's, S12Ks, all the shotguns were still used up in every team. The nerf, sorry to say to the devs, it did nothing.
We did absolutely nothing. It's so funny because I've been testing it on stream with some other pro players, right? And we think consensus is like 0 difference. Like we're still using shotgun M4 right now.
Which sucks because I've been using it and I swear I can't hit my shots anymore with the S12K. And then these guys do it, it's like us the same. I'm like,
को टिम
I guess I'm
झर्छ
just bad.
शिवनीमा
Thank you,
प्रकाश
guys. I appreciate
मेन
it.
गेममा खतरा गेममा खतरा गर्ने
Shotgun
टिम
tech is so wild. So for those of you guys
ग्लोबलमा
that
शिवनी
haven't
झर्ने टिम
tried some of the new tech that these guys are using, right?
मलाई आफ्नो
They
डिजाइन
have a way
विशेष
of
झर्छ
just being
हैन र
able to, they call it the shotgun whip, right? Peek, and they crouch so quick, it's like your player kind of teleports almost a
केआरएक्स
little
भन्ने
bit,
DRX
and you can't even see the player as the shot gets hit. So it's so it's tough to do, but once you get that muscle memory, it's so dang strong, and I think that's why even if you go and make adjustments like that, it just really doesn't matter. Because in TQC, if it's one shot, it's still gonna be the meta.
Yeah, I could do the shotgun whip.
यिनीहरुको त साइलसको चाहिँ के भएको
I
रहेछ है
can't. It won't let me, but I could do it.
मैले नबुझेको टर्कीमा राम्रो प्लेयर पाउँछ क्या यिनीहरुले
You
चाहिँ
know,
किन
I do the
पुरानो प्लेयर
the
मात्रै लिन खोज्छौ
same dang thing, you know.
Bloody internet.
For some reason, all these players have perfect internet, though. I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, they're all together in a LAN event, so you would hope they would have good internet as BTR.
That's true.
PMGO
They've
बेस
been
माइन्ड
new,
बाट दिन
updated
पर्ने
style, but well, it's new.
भनेर
It's what, like half a year?
कसलाई
maybe a
इन्भाइट
bit
के
more?
कुरा गरेको हो यिनीहरुले हुन
I do
चाहिँ
like this area. It's fun. You got the zip.
What?
This is the only area on Erangel, by the way, that has a zip line, which I've seen used in an esports lobby maybe once on a very Stolber-centric finish.
सालभरकामा सिक्युरिटी
The
रहेछ
amount of
बिटिया
elevation, this main building, the observatory, is insane.
Loot
You can
पाउनु
see
पर्यो, loot
anyone
त
come in on top of
जग्गा
Stolber from a
लुटिनु
mile
भयो भने
away.
loot
And
पाइन्छ
if you have
भनेर
nades in particular, which in this case, Razy's got 4 grenades, and anyone tries to park on the walls down below,
हजुर
make
बिटिआर
it
पनि
rain.
यस्तै थियो त
Just
हैन र
make it rain.
कहाँ
So
लुट
BTR,
पाउनु
good
लुट
rotation.
लुटै चाहिँदैन
I
आजकल
love the macro
रोटेसन
of
गरिहाल्छन्
Bigatron hot tricks. We saw at the last game how quick they were to go for fights and pivot from location to location. Here they saw that circle. Like we know Stolber, no one's dropping there. Just send it.
यो टुर्नामेन्टमा किन इन्भाइट दियो भनेर जुत्दैछन् जस्तो छ यो थर्ड पार्टी इभेन्ट हो कुन छ
That 2-2
अफिसियल
looting stage from them is a thing of absolute beauty. So
अफिसियल च्यानलमा लाइभ
this
भइरहेछ
macro gameplay of Bigatron. It's
हुन्छ थर्ड
amazing.
पार्टी हो नि त
I'm telling you, I do too.
तर एसटीआर भन्छ हैन अस्तिको लास्ट टाइमको एच आइ त एसटीआर भनेको थियो
That got me so hyped.
पैसाले हो नि त टायर
You know, making
चिप्काउने
decisions like that on the fly, because it's make or break if your team hesitates in the slightest,
Yes.
right?
यसमा जित्ने स्लट
their
वर्ल्ड
whole
कपको छैन
macro
छैन
last game, zero hesitation. All four
यसबाट
players just moved
चाइनिज
as
टिमहरु
though
चाहिँ
they're
आफू
one
छान्दिने हो
singular entity, right?
अफिसियल
And
ए
that
पीएल
is how
पीएल
you
साइडको
do it
अफिसियल
there.
होला
And
ठीक
even when
ठीक
it comes to this call,
हाम्रो
Blue,
global
Stolber,
official हैन
Split
कि
Loop, Kameshki, they
PL
are on the
official होला
move
किनकि
very, very fast. Their
भएपछि त
decision
अफिसियल भइहाल्यो
making it's just showing zero hesitation. And again, it's so difficult to have that level of quickness, especially
एकदम
at
यो
such a huge LAN event.
डोडो
Yeah, I would say in
M5
global
डिले भएको
lobbies in
ठिक हो
particular, the number
अर्गनाइजर
one
जो जसले
issue for
इन्भाइट दियो
teams
त्यो अब
is
त्यसमा
not
लोजिक खोजेर हुन्छ
enemy teams. That's what
उनीहरुलाई लागेको बेस्ट टिमलाई दिए हो कि केटा
eliminate you. But the
Hey,
number one
logic
issue
खोज्ने
for
हैन नि
teams in a global stage
इन्भिटेसनल
is
भनेपछि
being
कहाँ
hesitant,
लजिक खोजेर
taking
हुन्छ
too
हो
long to make a decision, commit to your decision. That has
जो
been
तर
my
मन
biggest
लागेको थियो
gripe with teams, and especially like 4 Thrives, PMGO Season 1 Finals. Their day 2, the main reason why Ulf caught up as much
अब
as
हामीले
they
हाम्रो
did
रिजनल
is
जितेको भए हामीलाई
4
दिन्थ्यो
Thrives were just so
हामी
hesitant
रिजनल
at
जितेनौँ
times.
अनि 40 लाई
And
दियो
luckily enough, they had enough of a gap where it was really tough for Ulf
पछि
to
अब
catch up.
रिप्लेस गर्ने बेला पनि अनि
Just stop
हामीलाई
being
प्राइज
hesitant if
दिइराख्यो
possible. I
त्यहाँ
would
चाहिँ हल्का
prefer,
काट गरौँ
this is my genuine hot take by the way, but maybe it's
साउथ
not hot
एसियाको
take,
टिम
but we'll see what you
नसकेपछि
think.
अर्को साउथ एसियन टिमलाई
Sure,
दिनु
I would
पर्यो
prefer a team committed as a
प्रायोरिटीमा त
4-man
अब त्यो
squad
फोर्टीले
to a bad
भिजा
play
आउँछ भनेर
than
झुलाइदिन्छ
being hesitant
त्यसपछि
and
अब
doing
टक्क
multiple plays split up
20
and
21
just not being
22 मा
sure
भिजा
what to
आउँदैन
do.
भने
I
त्यसपछि
feel like
उनीहरूले
the
फेरि अर्को
chances
भिजा
of
हान्न
a
पर्ने टिमलाई त
victory
कहाँ लिन्छ त
is
सिधै जसलाई भिजा
insanely
चाहिँदैन
higher
त्यसलाई
compared
इन्भाइट
to just
दिने हो
doing
उनीहरूको
just
साइडबाट हेर्ने
random
हो नि त
stuff
गोटलाई
compared to
दियो
just
त्यही त
committing
हो
to a play
नै नै नै
together.
वेटिङ लिस्टमा राख्छन् क्या टिम
1000% agree.
अनि हामीलाई वेटिङ लिस्टमै राखेको थिएन क्या गोटलाई राखेको थियो क्या फर्स्ट
IGL
देखि
makes the call, you can't have any hesitation.
तर
Even
वेटिङ
if it
लिस्टमा
is a
राखेको
bad
भए पनि
play,
भिजा
if
हानेर
you do
बस्थ्यो नि त हामी
hesitate, then it's your fault, right? Because you don't really know if that play would have worked out or not, right? You got to full commit
अरूलाई खेल्ने
as a team.
बिर्सिसक्यो
And
क्या
it's so funny that you say that when you were talking
Hey,
about
हान्न
this,
पर्ने हो
because it reminds me, and now we're looking at Aurora. I don't know if you saw that.
इसिएमा
TikTok
त
with
हान्छ हो
Doc.
फेरि त्यहाँबाट माथि आसी चाहिँ
There's
के
been a
भयो
lot of
It just
TikToks
showed-
with
ग्लोबल
Yeah, there was a TikTok with Doc where it just showed like, hey, it's the next player that you have to face is you, and it just shows Doc
Oh.
like in his previous jersey. That was so sick.
अरोरा भन्दा अगाडि
Those are quite
40ले
sick.
जितो हौ
And that's what it is about, though, right? It's just kind of like facing
Global.
yourself, facing your own decisions, and making those decisions so rapidly as a full team. And yeah, I mean, I think full committing as a squad, no matter what the decision is,
अरोराले एउटा ग्लोबल त जित्छ जस्तो लाग्यो
I just hope that they continue to do that.
World
Not
Cup
just
र
in this
जित्छौँ एउटा
group,
त
but
जित्छ
they're in their next
यस्तो
group
कुरा
stage
सुन्नु
event, and as well
जित्ला र?
as hopefully in the finals for them.
You know what? Doc really is Naruto. He's got, you know, he's a great player. He's got great.
डकलाई नारुतो
perfect
भन्दैछ
control
हो
of
यो
his
म्याक्सम्यान
chakra and
यिनीहरू पनि
everything,
खासै
ninjutsu.
कास्टिङ त के बोल्दो रहेछ नि बोल्दो रहेछ नि
He's
यार
got that demon
yeah,
fox
the
inside of
restriction
him, you know, and sometimes he just peeks out and you just like, what just
Oi,
happened? Don't
Jonta.
crazy. What play? What's this rotation? And then he just calms down again. Back to
Furial राम्रो
Naruto
खेल्दै छौ Ninja.
so yeah, he is
भर्खर दुई
really
गेम भएको
he is
छ
the main
कि
character. If you let him
अहिलेको
be.
हैन के ओभरअल भनेको उता
That's a fact.
अमेरिका समेरिका
That is a
राम्रै थियो
fact
जियो
for
नि राम्रै
sure.
खेल्यो
I mean, Aurora, what a roster right now.
Aila ho,
Currently
IGL
fifth
तिनीहरुको.
place, right? They're sitting pretty right now. They could definitely make things
होला.
happen here as we take a
यहाँ
look at
उसो
this
हेर
next
न नर्थ
circle.
अमेरिकाबाट आएको
It
टिमले
goes down back down south, so very kind of a
त्यही
little
त
bit
यिनीहरु त
more
नामको मात्र
eastern from, the
नर्थ
score
अमेरिकन
finish
टिम हो
that
क्या
we
ब्रो
saw.
हेर नि यो एलिमेन्ट्रिक
But we're seeing a
स्टोनिक्स
lot of teams make
नेसेसरी
their
भन्नेहरु त
push
सब हाम्रै
downwards.
रिजनको त हो
BTR gonna have to come down from
त्यो बाटो
Stalberg.
जोनिक भने पनि
Meanwhile, you got
उताको होइन यतैको चारजना यताको
Okay, on the low.
all right. A little gatekeep action early on. just
त्यस्तो
in case.
सजिलो हुन्छ
I
र
mean, I
त्यो
don't think it's.
रेसिडेन्ट
I wouldn't
सर्टिफिकेट
call it
पाउन
gatekeep
कुन
because
कन्ट्री
K1 is
रहेछ
definitely not ready for this heat. They
अब
have
गाह्रो
a
छ नि त यिनीहरुलाई
massive
एनेर
split. They've got
एसए
2 players
मिक्स
on
गर्ने
Southern
रे नि
Mountain,
त
2 players in Northern Yasnai
गेम
Poliana.
राम्रो छ नि
They
त
are
ल्यान्ड
not
भइसक्यो
set
नि
up
फरक
for this
पर्छ र
fight, and good
ल्यान्ड
response
त
from
गर्ने हो
K1
नि
because it's
एनेर
not
एसए
worth
पनि
it. You have a
पिएमजी हो
little
त
bit too big of a gap between your 2-2 split.
अहिले जोडी त
Regroup
अनलाइन
if you
थियो नि
can,
त
and Bigatron might take a few shots just to
ल्याने भने
demand
गेम राम्रो छ
respect.
हान्छ कतिवटा स्लट छ भन्ने
K1.
हो
Quick little spray. There you go. Pushing them back
GC
into
को त तिनीहरुलाई
depth
तीनटै
from
होला हामी
Yasnai
जति होला
Poliana. And this is good for Bigatron to let that
कि हामीभन्दा
rotate
धेरै
happen
होला
and
एक
not continue their
चारवटा
own
होला
rotation because it
एनेर
just gives
एस
them a bit of a
मिलायो
better scope of the land of where teams are so they can have a better entry
पाँचवटै
point
छ कि
circle. They know as a fact
चार या
that
पाँचमा एउटा हो
K1 is right ahead of them,
चारवटा होला
so they
चारवटा
should be going for a little bit of an
पाँचवटा
eastern
त के देला
rotation
टर्किला होला
to
सबसे
try and
धेरै
get
त
their
हैन
एनेर
way
एसए
into
एउटै
the
रे
zone.
एनेर
So
एसए
good
भनेको
response
राजा
from
नर्थ
good
अमेरिका
teams in
साउथ
this
अमेरिका
game.
भनेको तिमी साउथ एसिया
Yeah, for
पुग्छौ
sure. I mean, you want to avoid that engagement, absolutely. So K1, get away from it. BTR just taking their time, getting that lay of the land, like you mentioned, and now gonna find a way.
लास्ट टाइम साउथ अमेरिका छुटे नर्थ
So
अमेरिका
you have
छुटे
plenty
नर्थ
of
अमेरिकाबाट
time
एउटा टिम
to
आयो
just
जियो साउथ
think,
अमेरिकाबाट तीनटा
figure
टिम
out
आएको
what
थियो
you're
त
gonna do into this next zone. But the longer you take, a lot of those positions are gonna be long gone. Some squads that still need to move on into this circle. You got RRQ making a move
जेनफोर्स
all the way from the,
आरआरक्यूको टिम चाहिँ भएन है
beach at this
के
point.
नपुगे नपुगे जस्तै
We
है
got
खेल्नै
Young
सक्दैनन् यार
Galacticos that need to move into this circle as well.
यता म्याक्सवेलको मा धान्छ
So
नि त फेरि
far, so good. Still,
बीटीआरले
every single
थालेको टिम
player
थालेको
remaining
प्लेयरहरु
as they
उठाएको छ
start getting
आरआरक्यूले
ready
अनि
to heat things up in this next stage, Max.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw
let
that.
the
Very
players
interesting
in,
3-1
Tuesday night.
split from Tiamba. Oh, there you go. We got a little bit of a POV. So they got the 3
Okay.
players in this area, which I hate this area
BTR
because
ले
it's
नि jam
very
game
easy to
भएन
lose
भने
cars.
jam jam
It's
चाहिँ
hard
जान्छ
to
यार
protect it fully. Like here, for example, with
त्यो त
breaking
गर्ने
car,
नै
if
त्यही
you
त हो
go over
नि
your car, the wheels
सोच्दै
instantly
सोच्दैन
pop. So I
क्या
hope you
झ्याप्प
got
गेम आएन
a bit of
चेप
extra loot from those gas stations to get it back in
प्लेयर
the
त चेन्ज गर्नु पर्यो
But
नि
Eagle was very far to the eastern side next to
सुरु
Alabama,
भयो
next to
पेका
plus Kia, actually, to be specific.
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of, they were trying to fish. They put like the hook out with the bait. The bait was Eagle.
Come on over.
If a team crashes it, they got that 3-player angle and they just spray down the location. There's no protection whatsoever. That might be the play. I don't like the split personally, so I do like to see Eagle back in the vehicle trying to rotate. But they were trying to do something for sure.
रबिनले 1 भर्सेस 1
I'd love to
हानेको
talk to them
आरआरक्यूलाई रे
about
हो
why is this 3-1 split happening because it's quite rare to see it go down.
एलटीडी लाई त फेरि जोन पर्यो नि त सेन्टर यार
Well, you know what? The zone shifts, so that's got to go out the
हो र
window.
जीसी मा कन्फर्म हुनिन्छ नि छैन छैन जीसी कन्फर्म हुन त नेक्स्ट स्प्लिट कन्सिस्टेन्ट खेल्नु पर्छ या त डब्ल्युसी मा पोइन्ट लिएर आउनु पर्यो जीसी कन्फर्म भएको भनेको 40 को हो त्यो पनि गन्टलेटै कन्फर्म भइसक्यो लगभग गन्टलेट पुगेन भने त वहाँ पुगेर जीसी मा पुगेमै भनेर आउने जस्तो मात्र अनर देखेर आएको
insanely stacked when you have yet to get a single elimination on stage 3, right? No shenanigans on the early game, no
Hello,
hot
Airbnb
jobs,
jokes.
early game rotates. Like, no, we are taking it as
बाइ
slow
चान्स आज
as
जापानले
humanly
जित्छ कि रे
possible. So I'm
बाइ चान्स
enjoying
हैन
it.
चान्स
This
छ
lobby
जापानले
definitely
जित्नु
putting some S++
ब्राजिल पनि
teams
पहिलाको
on your
जस्तो
screens.
पहिलाको जस्तो ब्राजिल छैन नि त
KRX, a little bit of a tough hiding spot. I always hate it when you have to try and
Sucks
hide in
Japan.
one of these garages. One off angle and your team gets fully eliminated. Wolves do pick up Elementrix and will
Phone
get back
makilde
into
ho
hiding,
yinaru.
but KRX here, got to be careful and definitely hide those cars well. And they do hide it right behind that wall, so that's some good tech here to park those cars.
Holding it down. Gotta make sure you have some just in case that zone shifts away from you. Wolves
क्वालिटी 480 मात्र छ क्वालिटी 1080 पनि होला तिम्रो तिम्रो
right?
पिरियड
For any like new
the 1440p
squad
there
that
had an Ninja
makes
Base
it to the highest level of PUBG Mobile esports, you know, they're
Kira
used to
1440p
playing these different
छौ
scrims,
मेरो पनि क्वालिटी
playing
1440 छ
their
उसको
own
हो
little
क्या
mini regions,
उसको
and
इस्यु
then
हो
they
क्या
get
हाम्रो
here and they see, and it happens every single time. I talk to these players like, hey, dude, there's 64 players alive in zone 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? This is so he's like,
bro,
we just realized that is the hardest part to kind of overcome here. And it just goes to show, right? Like, the top squads, Max, they realize that, you know what, when we don't have that most favorable position, we got to get those eliminations because it's going to be tough to win this one.
PMGO को भन्दा hard lobby छ of course त्यो PMGO को भन्दा hard lobby त
win this
bro.
one and we got to win it big.
Yeah, you got to leverage those strong
छानेर लिएर आएको छ राम्रो राम्रो टिम.
top 5, top 3 even a chicken dinner.
Plus Chinese team, Korean team थपेको छ.
The main goal for all of these guys as Thunder Talk.
Chinese, Korean, Japanese हरु थिएन नि त अस्ति पाली.
Southern rotation away from Hill. Got to be careful though. Aurora is in the shadows, the
Silas
waiting for their time to strike. They are currently in a bit of a split. They got actually not a bit of a split. This is a massive 2-2 split. Aurora got 2 players northeast of apartment. They get surrounded by Thunder Talk. Yes, Aurora, thank you. No ego fighting, no useless engages. Pops, this is not worth it. Let's get right back onto Doc and Reese. Where was this Aurora back during PMGO, Hodges? Where were they?
Oh man, so smart. I gotta agree. The zone goes away from them though. They're already in the vehicles. I wonder if they're gonna just kind of hit a little bit of a U-turn. Yep, they're gonna go ahead and try to find a spot in this next circle. Alpha 7 has the hill though. Yeah, once they saw that, they're gonna like, you know what, we gotta park it out.
यो Chinese PUBG ले जसरी पनि GCWC खेल्ने हो हैन त. जित्नु पर्ने भनेको GCWC हरु यो. इनहरुले अनि फल्ट इनहरुको गेम पनि त्यस्तै बनाउनु पर्ने हैन र. ग्लोबलमा जसरी यही सिस्टममा खेल्ने भएपछि वर्षौंभरि त्यसमा प्र्याक्टिस गर्छ अनि गेम अगाडि 1 महिना अगाडि यताको प्र्याक्टिस गरेर गाह्रो भइहाल्छ नि हल्का.
And now the blood is being spilled all over the place. The grass will turn red as D plus Kia got himself out of the boat, but BTR lingering just behind them, looking to go for a push. And we know that the moment they decide to commit to a play, Hot Jukes, oh boy, that crash is going to go crazy.
Yes, it is. First elimination happening 15 minutes into the game, so late, folks. So, I mean, that is what I'm talking about. These teams playing it very calculated. Aurora just kind of teasing Alpha 7 at this point, just saying, oh, here I am, we're out of here. And Alpha 7 gonna move up? Okay, they're gonna try to find a circle. What is going on here?
What's Aurora doing? Reefus is on the back end. Doc is over solo to the west. You've got 2 players kind of, as you said, teasing Alpha 7, just going up and down the mountaintop with their vehicle. What is Aurora doing? What are they cooking? We just don't know. We have no idea. As Wolves RRQ.
They are cooking.
Yeah, they are cooking. Something. Is it going to be a good meal, or is it going to be terrible? I don't know. Hopefully they'll be able to become Sanji from One Piece, because you know that it's going to be a 5-star meal. As Wolves pushed up by RRQ, got to be careful though. Fio's got a backside angle onto them. Of the line for him, it seems. Yeah. Oh wait, actually. Able to tank it a little bit. Can he get to his teammates and get res?
मेरो मात्र 480p मात्र देखाइराछ त इन्टरनेट प्रोब्लम के हो. क्वालिटी 480p जस्तो भनेको कि सेटिङमै 480p भनेको 480p जस्तो चाहिँ किन देखेको छ भन्दाखेरि यो इंग्लिश सिस्टम चाहिँ बिल्लै छ उतैबाट पठाएको. क्वालिटी 1440 सम्म आउनु पर्ने मेरोमा चाहिँ.
The closet.
Plus, तर मैले हेरेको स्ट्रिममै बिल्ला छ अनि जति नै भयो भने
this should be a good one. He knows exactly where they're at, and he gets off. One last. Wolves picking up some serious eliminations here.
I still feel like
getting shot from the back though.
American
this took a little bit too long to take. You know what? It's still happening. Don't push it one by one. That's a mistake. You can't afford to pull out. One's down. Necessary Elementrix looking for the 1v2. Can they get it? They will eventually, but suffering an unnecessary casualty. North America will still come out on top, get the 4 eliminations, but Fury are like, we are getting involved in this discussion. They still have 4 players. If they don't get the res in time, it's going to be a 4v2. That fight took way too long, Hot Troops, and Fury are there to capitalize.
And even though it was only 1 minute, you're absolutely right. It was way too long. You cannot hesitate. That slight little slowdown punish the Wolves, and that one mistake of kind of going in 1 by 1 into that closet.
Aurora को आइजल को होरे डोप हो डोप अहिले आएर क्वेशन सोध्दै छ हो यस्तो यार.
Watch this happen. Next zone's gonna pop. Furia are gonna have to make this push instantly.
Next one कहाँ हो Ninja?
Next one
Oh yeah, they have.
जसरी त्यो उला क्विक भएको डाडातिर सकेला
I was going to say TT Project. Their team tag confuses me. Thunder Talk is still going to be in play for the Chinese squad. So they're going to be happy about that circle transition.
आज छैन
But yeah, as you said, Furia, they need to do something here. They have to push it. The direction of the game dictates they have to get involved onto Wolves. Even if they just want to leave the compound, they can't let their backs exposed to the North American team. Definitely got to try and send it. But the thing is, look at the setups on the west of this compound. You got D+ looking your way. You got Thunder Talk also wanting to get involved if they can. So you got to be very quick about it, as that nade is massive from Ayala. The ex-Team Kesso player gets it done. Necessary in a 1v4. Not looking too good here for the side of NA.
Nope, Necessary does get a knock though.
Oi, Necessary.
Yes, jump shot.
1v4.
Now, look at the score. He gets a yellow, but sits him down. Great play there from Necessary, but sitting.
I
actually really like the Furia pushed it as early as they could, because otherwise they wouldn't have time to go for the full reset, so they have 2 minutes to work with. But oh my goodness, Necessary, that was so necessary. Yeah, that moment for him to get that clutch. But yeah, a really good angle, and I was expecting it was all going to be Thunder Talk or D+ that was going to get involved from a range on that skirmish. So good engage with third party from that distance. The other team has been a little bit silent this game. It's been Alpha 7. They did secure that diff that earlier on in this game was secured by Tiamba. But now they're looking at these teams. S2G crashing into Razak. They get the angle, they get the shots, they're going to get prone in the distance to avoid that spray from Alpha 7. The constant barrage of bullets is never ending. But Guizao is already there, the anchor point of the team with Revo trying to nade the location of Tiamba. It's a good play, and it gets some work done. QZZ is out for the count, trying to get res. This could be the push opportunity Alpha 7 needs.
See if they're gonna pull the trigger here. Nice smokes there from Tiamba, kind of making Alpha 7 second guess. Throwing nades here. Let's see if Guizao can get it. Okay, now he's cooking one. He's like, Revel, I got it. 2 seconds left. Oh, looks good. Oh, the bounce! What is that bounce?
How it can go that high? I've never seen a nade bounce so hard. That was a 90-degree bounce on that utility. Okay, well. And take the fight. El Clasico right now. But yeah, that nade, it could have been a double knock onto Tiamba. But the bouncer said no. The physics all over the place. But the nade connects. It's Carrillo. He gets Eagle. Followed up by the Molotov. Can he get QZ? Yes, he can. The other nade comes through. Aking gets the first aid. It's down to Milo and Aking in the 2v4. But the double car elimination connects Brazil. Out of nowhere, secures the ridgeline. Carrillo, Revo doing God's work on that push.
That is how you get it done there. Alpha 7 taking out Tiamba. Guizao throwing you know, but the rest of those nades, those were working perfectly. That's how you do it. Alpha 7 taking out Tiamba, now they are set up in the zone.
You know, it's interesting because PUBG Mobile is such a realistic game in the way it works and the physics and everything, and then you have those moments it's like, oh, it is a video game. Just like, okay. In real life, though, is going to be sitting. Just making not only his enemies sit down, but the entire lobby at times. What a good play. I wish he held on to that, but he still has 3 nades. I would say, yeah, just cook that nade if you can flush it out. But I think he's waiting to hear Furia move to the car before he starts cooking it. Peeks out. Nice elimination confirmed with the S12K. Furia, you need to go for a push, and I would say sending on to Thunder Talk would be your best option. Or even sending on the 3 players in a distance. AJ, and away, and Hiko goes on down. Furia, that rotation, the execution is just not there. It's way too slow, and because of that, they are getting punished heavily by
Chinese game
throwing that heat-seeking missile, and they're slowing down Furia's roll there. Meanwhile, we got
Superchat.
The thirst onto Doc. Aurora pieced up. 3 players still up though. Of course, it's Doc that goes out early. They are rocking a 2-1 split though. One of their players, Reefus, is dead center. Thunder Talk holding OP down all by himself in that shack. With those smokes, it's very difficult for Furia to pick things out.
I really don't like what's happening from Furia. Why are we stopping in nade range? This is such a risky position. You're expanding so many of your resources just to survive in a position that, as you can see on the minimap, they're not even in the play area. Why are we not just fully sending it? I know that sitting, if you push onto Awake, Zing, and AJ, he has a global. that if you're not very cautious, you'll get eliminated. So you need to get rid of sitting, and then you need to push. The nade coming out, left, right, center. None connecting yet. How is sitting still alive in this game? This should not be allowed. He's on literally 10 HP now. One bullet is needed. Ayala gets it. Now you need to send it. Furia needs to go on the offensive.
Yep, and you see them trying to hop in those vehicles here. The problem is D+ now applying more pressure to Thunder Talk. That's advantageous for Furia, but they got to figure out, like, we have no choice. The zone is closing. We got to move. Cheap deciding to go to the shack.
Why?
What?
You have two teams looking your way. You need to pick your fights and commit to it. I don't care if you push on D+ or Thunder Talk. Just pick a fight and commit to it. Furia lost 2 players for no reason. Now it's a duo, Higor, Ayala, and they're doing it again. No, please don't go to the shed once more. Oh, they're doing it. They're going for the open area. Furia, one of the biggest throws, just not committing to a play and getting decimated by this lobby.
Completely sandwiched. They go right into the center of the crossfire.
Sackमा एकजना छिरेर दुईजना यता खुजाउस खोजेको थियो होला Sackमा फर्स्ट छिर्ने मान्छेले मिस भइहाल्यो
Furia was thinking on that one.
Same.
Really tough play.
By the way, we have
UC कहाँबाट किन्ने दाइ रे UC
on that shed in the middle.
UC त अब फेरि नेपालमा त कहाँबाट किन्छ है
I don't need a team. I'm Rufus. I can do on my own.
UC किनेर प्याक्स खोल्नु भन्दा त क्रेट सेट खोल्नु भन्दा त
He did it in PMG UCA. Got 1v4.
बरु हल्का पैसाले खतरा आइडिया आउँछ होला हो अहिले त
Furia. And again, sorry, I know I'm harping on about Furia and the right play, but if the issue is they didn't want to push onto Thunder Talk because of the background angle of D+ Kia, just do a smoke as you rotate.
LGD र अरोरा पर्ने बेला भएन र
It's secluded.
अरोरा त एकजना त जोनको उयसमा स्याकमा गएर बस्नु छ अरोरा त मैले लास्ट वन भएछ त
Is a bit. You know what?
कहिले मरो
A bit. It is a massive fumble, in my opinion. Though,
we
haven't talked about too much this game. S2G, the silent killers of this game, Hotchicks, got 6 eliminations. 2 for Kamikaze and 4 for the side of HamCG. And they got good sending it right onto their garage. It is in a playable area. So this could be looking like a Turkish chicken dinner on
त्यसमा नेड छैन त्यसले नेड हान्छ त यिनीहरुलाई
Meanwhile, okay, now let's look at LGD. Okay, yeah,
I take it back.
Wow.
LGD को मिठो खेल्दा रहेछ यार केटा
Now
हो
we're going to see
तर यिनीहरुको बाउ खेल्छ नि त फेरि भोलि WG
here. Nice nades though from S2G, slowing them down on this push. And with those knocks, yeah, they should be able to get a little bit more active here. Will S2G risk it and push outside the zone? I don't think so. Yeah, they're going to just hold that position for as long as they possibly can. But Tian, with those beautiful Molotovs, is going to definitely put some pressure on S2G.
Well, flashbang going to be used by Tianba. Oh, it does connect onto HamCG. The nade does also do some decent damage, but the Molotov's got to be a bit cautious.
आफूले खोले जस्तो हुन नि क्रिएट आइडिया
denying vision away from
तर फाइदा हुन्छ
SGG,
नि
lost those cooking that nade. The bounce is good. It gets Tian. LGD. The push is just not happening as planned. Mau Mau, Ling S, and OAG still can redeem it. The smoke's going to
सजिलो भएछ हाम्रो अनलकी टाइमले यसपाली हामीलाई इन्भाइट पाएन नि
because you literally have 45 seconds to work
यसपाली
with.
गएको भए सकिन्थ्यो
They need to send it, otherwise the blue zone will do it for them.
They're out of nades. They have no more nades. Nothing left to their name. So LGD out of
ठिकै छ अब WC को लागि रन केरा बस्ने अब
come on out. Let's see who's going to be able to hit those shots here in the CQC. And BM trying to find a way around the corner. This next knock is going to be so critical. Meanwhile, they have a fair fight here. Try and drive some vehicles around. Some shenanigans happening. Lings got gun.
अरूपति दाइले लोड गराउँथ्यो त
Who's going to get that first shot?
Easy and S2G यिनीहरुलाई
Immediately.
1v2 सोल्के
Now LGD look to have the big advantage. And that's S2G out of there.
Yep, good engage. It took a while to get there, but you know what? They got the reset on their fallen comrade, and then they just sent it for round number 2. And round number 2 is against S2G. So LGD, another strong finish back-to-back on a wrangle, it seems. Best of their capabilities. As now, the Eastern fight. D+ Kia team to spin.
Bro, waiting
for their time.
Chinese team त अति छ त प्रकाश स्पेशली यो LGD
And even on the fight
अनि त्यो AG भन्ने कस्तो खेल्ने हो
अनि LGD अघिल्लो वर्ष पनि फाइनल सम्म माथि नै थियो हैन र
on the map here for 2026 as Chips, a player that last year just dominated so
Solkele
many
तपाईलाई मात्र हान्छ
on this guy, and Nolbul, one of the best movement tech players in the world. These guys have what it takes player-wise to get that chicken dinner, but Rufus could be the X factor that could ruin it. He's got no nades, only a Molotov, and the nade comes in and Rufus tanks it.
All D+ has to do is
गडेलले इजी छ रे लबी रे इजी छ त गडेलको लागि त केटा
and they will win every single game. D+.
इन्डियाको BMPS च्याम्पियन हो
When
केटा
it
उसी
comes
भइहाल्छ
to PMGC last matches.
Is he just flashing it?
ल
Looks
TT
like
त
that's what he's doing. Meanwhile, yeah,
अति
you
है
can see Thunder Talk. Okay.
गोली चला न यार रिफ्युज
Now, oh yeah, that flash
अनि
didn't
को
work that
अरूले
far.
नि
Nice
कभर
headshot
दिन्छ
there,
नि
though,
त
to Reefus.
DK के गर्दैछ
AJ
DK
gets up close and
हेल्प
personal now with a shotgun.
DK help
Gets the confirmation.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been eliminated way earlier because of the nades.
निन्जा आज ब्राजिलले कति गोल खेला रे आज जापानले एक्स्ट्रा टाइमसम्म त लग्नै पर्छ यार ब्राजिललाई
But good, they get the control here. They're going to get hopefully the res.
हिजो साउथ अफ्रिकाले एक्स्ट्रा टाइम लग्दै सकेको थियो क्यानाडालाई
D+ has been very silent this game. Do they have grenades?
साउथ अफ्रिका
If
त
they
बिल्ले
do,
रहेछ
the
अगाडि
grenades
त
on
पासै
the
केही त
garage of
सक्दैन
LGD
अगाडि
and especially on that shed of Thunder Talk should be very
डिफेन्डर त्यो
easy to pull off.
एलकाजी कि के भनेर खतरा
Especially with the
बचाएको
caliber
हो
of
कति
gameplay we know
बचाएको
every
हो
single player can execute on the battlegrounds.
लास्ट जोन
But utility is very lackluster. LGD use almost all of their utility to crash onto
गडेल
STG.
टप 10 छिर्यो
No
भने
nades,
पब्जी हेर्न
no
छोड्दिन्छु रे
smokes. That can make it really tough if you're just fully out of that utility
मेम्बर
resource.
मेम्बरले भने पनि हो
This
गर्नु
looks like one Molly, one
अर्को
stun
आइडी
grenade
यो
there
आइडीबाट
for AJ.
चाहिँ हेर्न
That's
छोड्ने
not
होला
gonna be
अर्को आइडी
enough
बनाउने
here.
होला नि
D+
युट्युबको
taking their time here. This is circle number 9. Last zone. AJ getting forced to just sit there in the open. Zing getting caught as well. Ooh, nice little repair there.
गेम खेल्ने हो
And they definitely needed it because that vehicle getting beat up instantly on the rotation. Ooh, nice shots from AJ.
आउँदैन हौ
I feel like it was a bit of a risky play here. I would wait for D+ to
Email,
flash on the talk before committing to the fight yourself. And they do send it D+ with a good smoke throw. They squish them under their wheels. That's going to be Fabian to secure it onto AJ. And now looking to wrap it up, put a bow on top of this one. It's a gift. This chicken dinner, it's looking to head the way of D+ Kia.
प्रकाश कहाँ हो
Down to just a solo player, and it's just not meant to be. D+ Kia to secure your third chicken dinner of Pmmi 2026 in style.
Beautifully done there. D+
Abiyan
Kia
होइन
just
त्यो
taking their time, right? Really just kind of waiting for the opportunity to strike. And the second they saw it, they took it. And they're going to push themselves up the leaderboards, that's for sure. We saw them
म पब्जी अनइन्स्टल गर्छु टप 10 भएपछि रे केटाहरूले त अति उयो गर्न थाले यार खेल्न थाले यार हुन्छ न हौ केटा हो यिनीहरू ENC चाहिँ कहिले हुन्छ रे सर्च गर्ने हो क्या के कुरा थाहा भएन भने सर्च गरिहाल्ने हो मलाई पनि कसरी थाहा हुन्छ रहेछ नोभेम्बरमा हो
might be open for the taking, especially if BTR got a few more points this game. I can't wait to see what the match rankings look like. Yeah, D+, they got their bullets in the hands of one of their players. That trophy if they can get it, which really would be so big to see Korea get a win. The last time we saw Korea win was actually D+, right, back at PMGC 2022.
हिजोको के भिडियो प्रकाश
आइजेल वाला
आइजेल वाला अघि पनि आएको थियो अब आउँछ कि हुँदैन के थियो त्यो भिडियोको नामै बिर्स्यो हौ द राइज अफ कि के थियो के थियो त्यो भिडियो केटा हो बिर्स्यो हौ त्यो भिडियो अघि थियो यार छैन हरायो अहिले आयो भने हेरौँ विज्ञान भन्ने च्यानल हो क्या विज्ञान विज्ञान भनेको के विज्ञान आयो यार दाइले ENC को नेपालको टिममा जिगललाई देखा छ त हो र होइन होला विज्ञान माफिया निन्जा ओए ओए मैले 1v3 हानेको थिएँ है आरपीजीलाई हानेको होला हो खतरा हान्छु है डिभिएस त माथ 5 किल हाने रहेछ यार मैले को मैले हान्दिनँ भन्ने हो
DRS गेमिङ सँगसँगै उदाएको पब्जी मोबाइल उनको स्ट्र्याटेजिक गेम प्ले हम्बल पर्सनालिटी र ग्रेट त हामी सबै नै फ्यान छौँ स्कुल लाइफको क्लास टपरदेखि प्रत्येक पब्जी मोबाइल इभेन्टको टेबल टपरसम्म
मलाई अति ग्लेज हानेको छ त यार यो ब्रोले लाइक हान्नु पर्यो 4000 लाइक रहेछ यार
कुनै समयमा खेल्दै गरेको टिमबाट आफ्नो ड्रिम इभेन्ट खेल्न नपाउनुदेखि आज आफैले बनाएको
के बना भर्खर ड्रिम इभेन्ट
कुनै समयमा खेल्दै गरेको टिमबाट आफ्नो ड्रिम इभेन्ट खेल्न नपाउनुदेखि आज आफैले बनाएको टिम
साउन्ड ठुलो छैन र
सो वाट्स अप गेमर्स हेलो एन्ड नमस्ते एभ्रीवन तपाईहरुले थाहा नै पाउनुभयो यो भिडियो कसको बारेमा हो
पर्सनली त खुलितै हो रे लमा होइन होला
निन्जा ओगेल लामाको जन्म नेपालको राजधानी काठमाडौँमा भएको थियो। उनको आमा बाबा दुवैजना वैदेशिक रोजगारको क्रममा नेपाल बाहिर रहँदा उनी सानैदेखि नै मामा घर।
के मिलेन राजा?
काठमाडौँ कहाँ हो त अनि? सोलुखुम्बु हैन?
तेरो बाउ सोलुखुम्बुमा थापाथली हस्पिटलमा जन्मेको हौ।
ए
के खेल्यो हौ आर घन्टौँ गेम चाहिँ मैले साइबरमा गएर त दाइ फ्रीमा हालिदिनु न भनेर पेन्ड्राइभ मात्र दिने हो।
यसरी नै उनी पब्जी मोबाइलमा उनी आउने बित्तिकै आरओएस खेलेको उनको क्लासमेट र दाजुभाइहरूसँग भएर क्लासिक खेलि नै रहन्थे। अनि आरओएसको माफिया क्ल्यान यता पब्जी मोबाइलमा नै पुनर्स्थापना हुन पुग्यो। लगतै माफिया क्ल्यान ट्यागमा नै निन्जा एड गरेर पब्जी मोबाइलमा छिर्ने बित्तिकै माफिया निन्जा भनेर उनको परिचय आयो। यसै क्ल्यानबाट उनी पहिलो टुर्नामेन्ट पनि खेले। एमएनएस टावरमा डुओ ल्यान्ड टुर्नामेन्ट थियो।
मेरो पहिलो टुर्नामेन्ट विन यही हो यार। कसरी थाहा रहेछ यार यो ब्रोलाई?
आफ्नै क्ल्यानका स्क्वाड मेम्बर डुओमा स्प्लिट भएर माफिया निन्जा र उनको गर्ल टिममेटले पहिलो कम्पिटिटिभ जित्न सफल भए। सायद यहीँबाट उनलाई जित्न बानी परिसकेको थियो। माफिया क्ल्यान निरन्तर यस्तै टुर्नामेन्टतिर इन्ट्रेस्टेड रह्यो र युरोप फाइनलसम्म पनि पुग्न सफल भयो। बट टुर्नामेन्ट भने जित्न सकेनन्। टुर्नामेन्ट सके लगतै उनको टिममेटबाट अबबाट कम्पिटिटिभ नखेल्ने कुरा पनि आयो। तर माफिया निन्जा भने यही खेलबाट केही गर्ने सोच राख्थे र उनको टिममेट्सले पनि तिमी चाहिँ कन्टिन्यू नै गर भन्ने सल्लाह दिए। नेपालमा पब्जी मोबाइल कम्पिटिटिभ सिनेरियोको भर्खर कोपिला पलाउँदै गर्दा पिएन क्ल्यानमा भने फुल्न पनि सुरु गरिसकेको थियो। यही क्ल्यानमा खेल्ने निदो गरी माफिया निन्जाद्वारा पहिला पिएनका प्लेयर मिलनलाई मेसेज गरियो। उहाँबाट पिएन अफिसियल फेसबुकमा मेसेज गर्ने सन्देश पाएपछि माफिया निन्जाले पिएन अफिसियलसँग कुरा गरी आफ्नो केडी 8 भएको जानकारी दिए र पिएनबाट माफिया निन्जाको ट्राइआउट लिन पुग्यो। ट्राइआउटमा नै इम्प्रेसिभ रिजल्ट दिएपछि उनलाई पिएन क्ल्यानमा एज अ अफिसियल प्लेयरको रूपमा स्वागत गरियो। नेपालमा स्पोर्ट्स कम्पिटिटिभ सिनेरियो त भर्खर मात्रै उदाउँदै थियो। खेलभित्र आइजिएल हुन्छन् भन्ने कुरा धेरैलाई थाहा नै थिएन। माफिया निन्जालाई पनि यो बारे ज्ञान नै थिएन। उनकै एकजना टिममेट आयातोबाट सबैभन्दा बढी केडी
आयातो रे हो, IR2 भन्ने थियो हौ एकजना।
तिम्रै छ, तिमी नै आइजिएल गर भन्ने कुरा आएपछि माफिया निन्जा आइजिएल बन्न पुगे। आइजिएल एज अ इनगेम लिडर उनलाई के गर्ने कस्तो गर्ने धेरै आइडिया नभएपछि उनी रिसर्च गर्न लागे। उनी चाइनिज टिम तियानबाको सेम रोटेसन अपनाउँथे र त्यहीबाट आइजिएल गर्न नै सिके। माफिया निन्जाकै नेतृत्वमा पिएनले एनसिएल नेपाल कम्पिटिटिभ लिग सिजन 2 मा पहिलो हुन पुगे र पिएलजी प्रोफेसनल लिग अफ गेमरमा फर्स्ट रनर अप पनि हुन पुगे। यहाँसम्म आइपुग्दा पब्जी मोबाइल कम्पिटिटिभ सिनमा माफिया निन्जा नाम लोकप्रिय भन्न पुगिसकेको थियो। पिएनबाट अब थर्ड पार्टी टु अफिसियल जाने लक्ष्य लिएर पब्जी मोबाइल क्लब ओपन फल 2019 मा सहभागिता जनाउँदै आफ्नो टिम रजिस्टर गर्न पुग्छन्। इन्डियन रिजनका प्लेयरहरूसँग कम्पिटिसनमा आउन पर्ने भएका कारण उनकै नेतृत्वमा रहेको टिम पिएन क्रू क्वालिफाई हुन सक्दैन। तर पनि वाइल्ड कार्ड खेलेर आएको टिम नेपाली हो नि एनएचएनमा उनको टिममेट आयतोको इन्ट्री भइसकेको हुन्छ। अनि एनएचएनमा आइजिएल हुँदैनन् र आयतोले माफिया निन्जालाई नै आइजिएलमा राख्न प्रस्ताव राखिन्छ र प्रस्ताव स्वीकार हुन्छ। माफिया निन्जाकै आइजिएलिङमा एनएचएन सेमिफाइनलमा क्वालिफाई भयो। सेमिफाइनल करिब 1 महिनापछि इन्डियामा हुने भयो र माफिया निन्जा एकदमै हर्षित हुँदै ल्यान्ड खेल्ने खबर आफ्नो आफन्तमा बाँड्दै थिए। तर ल्यान्डमा जाने 1-2 दिन अगाडि सिनर्जी नमिलिरहेको कारण बताउँदै माफिया निन्जालाई ल्यान्ड खेल्न नलाने निदो एनएचएनबाट गरियो। ठुलो इभेन्ट खेल्न सपना बुनिसकेका माफियाका लागि यो मेसेज त एकदमै हार्टब्रेकिङ थियो। And again, back to the PN and just domination in every tournament. के अनसक्सेसफुल इभेन्ट पछि पिएन क्रूमा पनि एकाएक प्लेयरहरू छाड्न थाल्छन्। नयाँ टिम युनिटी स्पोर्ट्स युवी बन्दै थियो। माफिया निन्जा पनि अब त्यही लाइनअपमा जाने कुरा हुँदै थियो र भए पनि माफिया निन्जाकै फेभरेट प्लेयर निमा र निमाको टिममेट एजे सँगै माफिया निन्जाका पिएनका टिममेट ब्लेन्ड गरी तयार हुन्छ। युवीबाट पनि त्यस्तै प्रत्येक थर्ड पार्टी डोमेस्टिक एन्ड इन्टरनेसनल इभेन्टमा टप 3 नै आइरहन्थे। अब पालो हुन्छ अफिसियल इभेन्ट जानलाई गर्न पर्ने ग्राइन्ड गर्नलाई अब हामीलाई बुट क्याम्प चाहिन्छ भन्ने माफिया निन्जा र उनको टिममेटको माग हुन्छ। तर युवीका स्पोन्सरबाट बुट क्याम्प आउन नसक्ने कुरा आएपछि माफिया निन्जा म्यानेक दाईलाई अप्रोच गर्न पुग्छन्। म्यानेक दाईबाट एजेन्ट दाईसँग कुरा भएपछि बुट क्याम्प पनि सरियो र युवी पनि छोडियो जस्ट 2 days बिफोर पिएमसी।
ओइ पुरै इन्टरनल इन्फो निन्जाले
दिएको के हो? टाइम टु रिभिल द लेजेन्डरी रियल सोल्जर्स।
पडकास्टमा भनेको कुरा भन्दैछ हौ।
माफिया निन्जा, एजे, निमा, ब्लेन्ड एन्ड गेल्जेन। एडिसन अफ गेल्जेन किनकि ब्लेन्डको अब फुल टाइम गेमिङ गर्ने समय नभएको कुरा थियो। एन्ड माफिया निन्जाले गेल्जेनलाई इन्भाइट गरे जस्ट लाइक दिस।
गेल्जेनसँग के कुरा भयो भन्दाखेरि पिएमसी जितेर आइजे भनेर भनेको मैले सिधै।
यही इन्स्ट्यान्ट इम्प्याक्टले डिआरएसमा नौलो आशा पलाउँछ। तपाईँलाई नि थाहा छ अझ DRS कुन स्थानमा छ एन्ड आई थिङ्क DRS को होल लेगेसीको बारेमा त एउटा छुट्टै नै भिडियो रिजर्भ गर्छ सो इट्स कमिङ सुन DRS गेमिङद्वारा 29 जनवरी 2022 मा माफिया निन्जा लगतै उनको होल लाइनअपलाई नै फेयरवेल पोस्ट हालिन्छ
हामीले DRS मा गरेको खतरा खतरा कुरा त भन्दै भन्दैन त यो प्रोले
You kidding me? That's sick! Wait.
केमा बनायो आफ्टर इफेक्ट्समा बनायो ब्रो यो
एटलिस्ट फर माफिया निन्जा उनको कुरा सुन्दा फर्स्टमा त उनी नखेल्ने एज अ ब्याक इन बसेर टिमलाई कन्ट्रिब्युसन दिने कुरा थियो र अन्यलमा थियो कि नयाँ टिम बनाएर स्क्रैचबाट सुरु गर्ने कि एउटा प्रो लाइनअपलाई नै पिकअप गर्ने नयाँ अर्गनाइजेसन हो र स्पोर्ट्सको नामले खुलिएको थियो प्लेयर स्काउटिङमा माफिया निन्जा र CR7 खटिएका थिए र पहिला त र स्पोर्ट्सको होल लाइनअपलाई नै लिने कुरा थियो बिस्तारै कुरा नमिलेपछि त्यो प्लान नै क्यान्सल हुन्छ र 12 अक्टोबर 2023 मा हो र स्पोर्ट्सको रोस्टर रिभिल भयो Lineup was Brainy, Mafia Ninja, Beast Gunpowder, No Fear, Underrated Talent, Sky, winner of NGC, Malik, and the Submissive Brute, Mr. Boro.
Submissive
and
Brute,
guess what happened after the 4 days? Mafia Ninja laid his barbarians to the victory of the DRS Showdown 2023. Let me clear you one thing. यो लाइनअप फर्म नै भएर 4 दिनमा जितेको भन्ने चाहिँ हैन. They were anonymously grinding together. This is the history. विभिन्न थर्ड पार्टी हाई स्टेक इभेन्टहरू जिताउँदै अफिसियलमा PMCO साउथ एसिया 2023 मा सेकेन्ड पोजिसन PUBG मोबाइल सुपर लिग साउथ एसिया क्वालिफायर्समा #2 हुँदै नेपालको ओन्ली टिम टु गो PMSL थ्रु क्वालिफायर्स बनाउन नि माफिया
सुरु भयो केटा हो
लगतै टाइम जोन र पिङ हाई विपरीत खेलेर पनि PUBG मोबाइल ग्लोबल ओपनमा आफ्नो टिमलाई प्रिलिम्ससम्म पुर्याएर ग्लोबल रिप्रेजेन्टेसन दिलाउन पनि माफिया निन्जा सफल हुन्छ फ्यान्सबाट एक्सपेक्टेसन धेरै नै थियो जुनै पनि इभेन्टमा फ्यान फेभरेट टिमको फोटो हुन्थ्यो स्पोर्ट्स खेलेको छ भने सधैँ होरो स्पोर्ट्स र माफिया निन्जाको नाम आउँथ्यो यसै क्रममा ठुलो चुनौतीको घडी आयो PMSL CSA स्प्रिङको लिगमा फेरि पनि आफ्नो फ्यान्सको चित्त दुखाउन पुगे र #13 फिनिस भयो यसले PMWC जाने र PMSL को ट्रफी उठाउने दुईटै सपना चकनाचुर बनाइदियो
नामको राइजो भिडियो सक्को
15/2024 मा आएको यो रिजल्टले होरो स्पोर्ट्सको फ्यानको चित्त दुखिरहँदा माफिया निन्जाकै डेडिकेटेड फ्यानको लागि अन्धकार छाएको जस्तो लाग्ने दिन भनेको 20 अक्टोबर 2024 मा थियो त्यो दिन माफिया निन्जा आफ्नो सोशल मिडिया ह्यान्डलमा पुराना सुखद सम्झनाहरूको तस्बिर हाल्दै लेख्छन् सावधानीपूर्वक विचार गरेपछि मैले स्टेप डाउन लिने कठिन निर्णय लिएको छु नयाँ प्रतिभाले टोलीको नेतृत्व गर्ने समय आएको मलाई विश्वास छ प्रतिस्पर्धात्मक दृश्यमा मेरो 5 वर्ष अविश्वसनीय इनामदायी रह्यो मैले अद्भुत मानिसहरूले भेटेको छु र हाम्रो प्रशंसकहरूको अटल समर्थनको लागि आभारी छु
नेपालीमा रहेछ नि त गर्नुपर्ने हेर न खतरा देखियो त
प्रकाश र म उनीहरूको यात्रा हेर्न उत्साहित छु वेल यो शब्दले NGC मा एकछिन मौन धारणको अवस्था नै सिर्जना भएको थियो तर फेरि पनि PMSL CSA फल 2024 मा उनी देखिएका छन् एज अ कोच एन्ड फिट प्लेयर आगामी दिनमा माफिया निन्जाको लाइफमा सधैँ खुसी छाओस् र उनको लेगेसी सबैले सम्झुन् भनेर मैले यो भिडियो प्रस्तुत गरेको छु यहाँसम्म भिडियो हेरेर आइदिनु भएकोमा एकदमै धेरै धन्यवाद भिडियो मन परेमा लाइक गरिदिनु होला केही फिडब्याक क्रिटिक्स र माफिया निन्जाको बेस्ट मोमेन्ट तपाईँको लागि के छ भने कमेन्ट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ यस्तै आउँदो भिडियो मिस नगर्नको लागि चाहिँ सब्स्क्राइब बटन दबाई बेल आइकन अलमा सेट गर्नुहोला हामी फेरि अर्को भिडियोमा भेट्नेछौँ टिल देन किप वाचिङ बिगेन जुनियर जय नेपाल
के बनाएको रहेछ है हल्का
राम्रो डेट हानेको यार
हल्का पुगेन फेरि नेपालीमा हालौँ इन्स्टामा अरे हो र
ओइ म्युजिक काटम बेलुका काट्दा देख्का भइन्छ
ए हो ल मैले एडिट गरे भिडियो हुँदाखेरि हो र उज्जवल तिमीले होइन होला मेजी त्यहाँ लेखेको छ उज्जवल भनेर थ्याङ्क यू उज्जवल मुनि यता एडिट भाइ GFX एनिमेटर उज्जवल भाइ हो रहेछ यार प्रकाश
ओइ साच्चै रहेछ
ल हो रहेछ उज्जवल मलाई GFX चाहिरहेको थियो सक्छौ तिमीले मलाई के चाहिएको छ भन्दाखेरि
VFX हो उले
VFX हैन ग्राफिक्स पनि बनाउन आउँछ हो नि त यस्तो
त्यो त आउँछ
यस्तो बनाउनु पर्ने छ सकिन्छ स्टिकर यस्तो सकिन्छ साँच्चै रहेछ यार
कत्रो लामो ब्रेक हो
धेरै भएन र मैले त्यही भिडियो 13 मिनेटको थियो यार
साउन्ड गयो हटाकै हो कपिराइट आउँछ बेलुका काट्दा काट्दा दिक्क भइन्छ
Genuine question. Jiggle fails in both global WC and GC. Could you make comeback as EL? No. So fails in both global World Cup and GC हो त्यहाँसम्म लगेकै उसले हो अब वहाँ गएर फेल भयो भने नि ठिकै छ त अरू कसैले त लग्न सकेको छैन नेपालबाट फ्रीको स्लटमा त खेलेको होइन हामी क्वालिफाई नै गरेर खेलेको हो
त्यसलाई निन्द्रा लागेछ बिचारा
all these top players from all over the world have
म्युजिक आइरहेछ अझै पनि साउन्ड गयो दाजु हैन गाको हैन यो बन्द गरेको कपिराइट क्लेम आउँछ के यो म्युजिकमा K1 होइनहरु को होइन
खै
K1 हो कि कोने हो के भन्छस् तैले
कोन KON हैन त
S2G ए ट्यानबा हो
स्काईको गीत भन्दै छ अहिले अर्को यो ब्रेकमा हेरौँ यसपछिको
स्काईको गीत पनि छ के स्काईको गीत केटा हो कहाँ छ स्काईको गीत के गीत केटा हो टाइटल नाम स्काईको गीत छैन त
डेडिकेटेड टु स्काई हो र के भन्दै के छ टाइटल भन न केटा हो डेडिकेटेड टु स्काई हो र लेखेको छ त्यहाँ सङ डेडिकेटेड टु स्काई हो र निन्जा सर जानु ओ त्यो तल
यो
त्यही होला
अनि यो प्रोले उयो हान्दैन कपिराइट
आयो भने चाहिँ केटा हो
भोलि कपिराइट आओस् न हेक मुजी एआई गीत
ओइ त्यो यो भिडियो त हाम्रो यहाँ PMSL मा सुट गराउँदाखेरि होइन यो लेजर वाला त्यही होला यार खतरा सुट भएको भनेको
आफैले गा होला भनेको त मैले एआई गीत रहेछ सुरुको KRX
प्लेन पाथ आउँछ अनि बल्ल माइक खोल्दा के साउन्ड खोल्दा हुन्छ के
ल अब होरको अफिसियल टुर्नामेन्ट कहिले हुन्छ अब अगस्टको फर्स्ट विकमा हुन्छ जुट्स सिधै PMWC होरको चाहिँ
WC को ग्रुप रिभिल कहिले हो त
नेपाली केटाहरुको चाहिँ PMNC हुन्छ अब छिटै अरु केटाहरुको चाहिँ
फ्री फायर हान्ने होला नि वाचपाटी निन्जा
फ्री फायर WC हान्ने हो
त्यो फर्म भरिहालौँ न
फर्म ला मैले PUBG मोबाइलको फर्म त भरिसके WC को
फ्री फायर नि भरम फ्री फायर हान्ने होला नि
चाइनाले स्पोर्ट्स ओपनिङ इभेन्ट खतरा बनाएर थियो यो यसको कस्तो थियो रे फाइनल्समा देखाउँछ होला ओपनिङ
यसको अहिले यो जीसी को लीग स्टेज जस्तो हो क्या यो भनेको
minutes in. Let's see if it's going to be the same here as we go into the final Aaron Gale match 4. And we're going to see some serious... I already got a feeling as we take a look at this plane path. And it looks like it is going to be almost right down the middle here, Max.
Yeah, this is the best plane so far today. It's going to be great for the teams. I do wonder if Aurora is going to go back to Saverni. It is closer, but then they might want to go back to military base and go for a bit of a stretch. But definitely a good
BTR DRS सँग मिल्टामा पर्थ्यो हैन
the side of Regnum Karia. And I'm going to say for them in particular, for years now, and I tell me
ट्यानबाको लागि छोड्दै हो जस्तो लाग्यो ट्यानबा पनि ट्यानबासँग नि पर्थ्यो हैन हाम्रो केटाहरुको
in PUBG Mobile Esports, you've got so many big names, big players,
फ्रान्स जाने हो कि वाचपार्टी गर्ने हो हजुरले
Regnum Karya has
जानु
been
पर्ने
like
चाहिँ
the
फ्रान्स हो
banner for all of
Resident
Turkey.
हुन्छ,
अब टो भएन भने
Every
चाहिँ
single global event.
वाचपार्टी गर्न
And I
सकिन्छ
feel like now the baton has been passed to Ulf that is in Group Yellow playing tomorrow. They need to step up here because otherwise Ulf, I would have to say, is going to be undeniably the best team currently in Turkey.
केटा भनाउ त
I
ओसल
think, I
कुन
think
टिमबाट
that's a
खेल्दैछ
good
यसो
shout. I
हेरेर
really do. I mean,
Osal,
Regnum Karya not making it right to the World Cup is a huge blow. to
त्यहाँबाट
them,
होइन
and
रहेछ
the
नि
fact
मिल्टा
that
हेर
they're
त
in
त्यहाँबाट
last
पोचिङ
place here
झर्दैछ
is not a good look either, right? So and Ulf
ओए
popped
जोन त
off as we finally see a southern
बल्ल पारेको
circle.
झोल
Last
जम पारिजम
Airgale of the day.
झर्न पासिन पारिजम
Not
सबजना
disappointing, man.
एफएनबाट
FN
खेल्छ अरे
Military.
Aurora's like, it should have been me. We should have dropped down in southern side of the map. But they didn't do it, unfortunately.
एलजिडी त फर्स्टमा भएछ एलजिडी त बबाल खेल्दैछ यार ब्रो तीनटा गेम खप्पा खेल्यो होला यार
Yangon Galactic
मैले
got
हेरेको
three
दुईटा
drop. They
गेम
got 3 players in crates
अघिल्लो
and
पनि
George
खेलेको
Paul.
थियो
1 player, I believe
स्कुल
it's
वाला जोन
Romeo
पनि
in
बबाल खेल्यो
Bokyard.
भर्खरको जोन नि
So
बबाल
he's
खेल्यो
way out of the way. That's what, an extra 1,000 meters, 1.5k meters away from his squad. So hopefully he doesn't get caught with his
त्यो
pants down.
एफएल चाहिँ क्वालिफाई हुनु पर्यो एफएल चाहिँ पाउनु पर्छ क्या त्यो भिजा क्या ब्रो
lingering
बबाल
around
खेल्थ्यो यार
Gatfield.
एफएल
Just got to be a little bit careful. And same for Alpha 7. For a few seconds there, they had one player to the east near box compound and actually just got up a car from the
Siddhe
garage
pari
and
yaar,
regrouped with the squad
sabjana.
mates instantly. So Alpha
Gadi,
7
gadi, gadi,
pretty
gadi.
good early pivots. I do like it. And that's a good, juicy hovercraft. How
Yeah,
can
it's
hovercraft
new
be
gadi
juicy? I have
ta.
no idea. But it is juicy. That's all I can say, Hot Troops. And it is going to the
It's
way
big.
of S2G.
Yes, and they'll take that here as they're heading.
Discount गर्ने कि नगर्ने
the
प्रकाश
first team,
हान्ने नि
pretty
हान्ने
much actually
हान्ने
kind of tied with the
absolute
Lulas.
लुक्सबाट
They
हान्ने
are
नि
in the on the other bridge.
त्यो अगाडि
right
गर
now,
लुट्टे
heading into Sosnovka.
हेतको
So
त्यस्तो
they're gonna be
नराम्रो
set up,
भिजा
trying to
सक्सेस
get
रे
to that military base
खै,
sooner than
के
later
गर्ने
and get looted up.
हामी
Cheeky
जस्तै हो
right
केटा
now, quick, he's got nothing on
भेटनाम
him.
नेपाल जस्तै हो
Nothing at all.
किन साउथ इस्ट एसियनमा साउथ इस्ट एसिया कन्ट्रीहरु पनि कस्तो उयो क्या डिस्प्यारिटी क्या त्यो बीच क्या
It's a very high likelihood.
सिङ्गापुरहरुले त जहाँ पनि भिजा पाउँछ होला हैन सिङ्गापुरले
Yeah.
मलेसिया नि माथि नै होला हैन त
मलेसिया सिङ्गापुर माथि नै छ
इन्डोनेसिया नि माथि नै हो कि
भिजा चाहिन्छ चाहिन्छ भेटनाम इन्डोनेसिया
My math was all over the place.
थाइल्यान्डले पाउँछ
Wild
बरु
eliminated by chips very early, so we don't hit the 15-minute mark with 64
भेटनाम पनि
minutes.
हामी जस्तै हो
team
It's
त
not
आएको छ
happening, and it happens on
जहाँ जाँदा नि
their
भिजा हान्नुपर्छ
pivot, right to the east of Potato Hill, actually. So that's kind of unfortunate. As Razy
Brazil
also
उडाउँदैछ त
using
अनि
the hovercraft.
यिनीहरूको
Man,
फोटो
people are getting
त
very experimental with
फोटो
their rotation.
यिनीहरुको युआई भएन
loving it. I like what I see.
के भन्छ यसलाई एपीआई
Mix it up, right? Razy say, you know what, guys? I'll find us a spot into this next circle as he is
Right मा
gliding
बकी छ
on
ब्रो
in. But man, you know,
ब्रो राइट मा
Regnum,
बकी
we just talked about them, right? Losing a player, the first player in this match is another terrible sign
अनि
for
कति
them.
गेम आज 6 गेम होला
अनि
They're gonna have to
अरोरा
make
चाहिँ
something
शिव
happen
निकाएको
pretty
थियो
Actually, I
जस्तो छ
have a
नि
very
त
interesting topic. I don't know how much you watched of PEL, but in
Yes.
PEL they have this very interesting rotation that they do mainly when
Games
you have
per
a
day,
military
6.
island circle shift. They take
Okay.
horses and puts them on the wings of the gliders. It's a very China
ब्रो यिनीहरुको देखे त्यहाँ
rotational
पछाडी
focus thing that they do.
बोट
Okay, I
अड्केको
don't know how to word it. It's just a way
त्यही
they
भएर फेरि
अर्को
गाडीमा
बोट
आएको
Are
अर्को
we going
बोट
to see
पाए
any of these Chinese teams try and do it? Because I actually do not know if it's possible in
अब
the
चाहिँ राम्ररी
global
चला भन्दै
version
होला
of the
हैन
game. I've tried it and I failed. I don't know if it's because I suck or something, but I was not able to do it, and I wonder if they're going to give it a
अब चाहिँ
shot
पछाडी
and see
लगेर
if it works or
घुमाउनु
not on the global version. That would be quite insightful to witness.
I wonder what kind of carrots you got to give the horse to make that commitment, right? To fly, to fly.
योसँग
on
त
top
केही
of
पनि
a
छैन त
glider.
प्रकाश
That would be the most insane.
चक्कु
play.
मात्र
We're
बोकेर
seeing
हिँड्दैछ
Look,
त्यो
they're
GT को
taking a
अवेक
glider.
भनेको
Where are the horses?
Nah, no
Oh,
horses
yeah.
here.
That would be insane. Oh my goodness. I
चाइनाले
love it. Honestly, I love to see innovation. I love to see
Canva.
esports players pull out
बिटिया
any
ताइनबा भयो युएलएफ पहिले छ
possible
त्यता
thing
हैन
from their
एसटीजी
bag.
गइसकेछ
एसटीजी ले
टिभी
बेसी काम
आउँदैछ।
गर्दियो अति
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you got
Wait,
to.
अवेक
it's
भनेको
because
जिमी हो
gliders
ए हो
are-
र
I
जोड्स
would never recommend anyone to use a
Eh.
glider unless it's on a very
Jimmy
early
भनेर
game
किङ नै
rotation
ठिक
where you
थिएन र
realize the
भनेको
fact there's not many teams that are going to look to kind of damper your rotation and shut it down in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form. They're going to do it here. Easy
किन
rotation with
अवेक
the glider
राखेको
on
है
the
त्यत्रो
eastern
नाम
side
बनाएर
for Thunder Talk. Western side, we had Razy with a glider.
भनेको?
He did it literally before phase 1 started closing around them. So
ठिक छ,
you
ठिक छ,
are
मन्दै पाठक,
sure
ठिक छ।
100% no one's going to be there to shut down your rotation in the sky. So yeah, good timing. If there's a time to use the
जापान
glider,
कोरिया पनि
it
अति
would be now,
कम्पिटिसन
and
हुन्छ
those two
एउटा
squads in
स्लट
particular
दिन्छ
did
अनि
it perfectly.
जापानलाई त कोरियाले सेक्दैन र
Speaking of timing, right? One team is now, a few teams are not too happy about it, right? Alpha 7 going to take their sweet time on down south.
The whole country
Aurora
likes
as well, just kicking themselves because this is usually their spot. They're usually locked
अहिले त
in
जापान
now.
टपमा आयो
But
होला
they're on
नि
the
जापान
opposite
चाहिँ कोरिया
side of
टप
the
भयो होला
map.
नि जापान
RQ still in Zarki too. Man, they're eating
फुटबलमा चाहिँ जापान हिरो चाहिँ
They're
कोरिया
gonna
भन्दा
have a rough time getting into this zone because look at this.
आज जापानले ब्राजिललाई
This map,
आज
I mean,
जापानले जित्छ कि ब्राजिलले
almost
जित्छ
all
केटा
the
हो
spots in military
कि
are
दुईटा
already
टिमले
taken.
गोल हान्छ के छ आज
Just like
टिमहरुको
So quick. And you still have a few areas in military itself, right? You've got C block
extra
available,
time draw
so
हुन्छ भनेको
if
तैले
you are proficient with your scouting, you should be
ए
able
त
to find it.
एक्स्ट्रा टाइममा गएको राम्रो हो
You've got,
यार
what is that? 1, 2, 3,
मज्जा
4,
आउँछ
5,
यार
6, 7, 8. You've got 8 teams already on military, and it's going to increase significantly because half the lobby is still on mainland.
आज जापानको समर्थक धेरै होला नि हैन
I'm looking at the map. Some teams are very slow.
अनि
on their
अन्डरडगले
rotation
जितेको
for
हेर्न
circle,
रमाइलो
but
हुन्छ नि
it's
त
almost 100% locked in to go on military. Alpha 7, RQ, Aurora,
यो टुर्नामेन्ट त म
K1,
WBC हो
Atlas,
केटा
yeah, have
भोलि
yet to
खेल्छ हामी
initiate their rotation. They're somewhat in
पोल राख न
the
ल
looting
पोल
stage
राखौँ है
at this
त
point, which I would not recommend because those bridges on the west in particular, you got KRX gatekeeping it, are going to be very tough to cross when everyone is set up for that defense.
That's exactly what I was saying earlier, man. I mean, you know, this is such a late rotation from them, and yeah, there are some spots that are kind of available in military, but trying to get to them and keeping all 4 players alive is going to be so dang tough because, I mean, we just seen just how proficient these guys are at just shooting you out of vehicle. If they even spot one, they are going to make sure that they pop you out real quick. Young Galacticos getting a nice knock there. LGD. They'll take that all day long. Right now, we're going to see actually Alula and LGD tied for first place.
ए कुना हो
Right below them. Bigatron and D plus Kia as well with 30 points, looking solid.
त्यो म्याथमेटिशियनले जापानले जित्छ भनेर प्रेडिक्ट गरेको छ अरे त्यसले आज ओरा ग्याम्बल गर्यो भनेपछि
Just like Yangon Galacticos, and I love seeing Yangon Galacticos.
नेदरल्यान्ड्सले जित्छ भनेको म्याथमेटिशियन होला
I want to see willingness to commit to fights when you create.
त्यसले आज बिगार्यो भने केटाहरूले नेदरल्यान्डले जित्छ भनेर पत्याउँदैन नि त ला एलजीडी को
elimination gateway. G nicely done, Romeo. With
50% छ त प्रकाश
I don't know what it is with me and the word.
आज नेमार खेल्दैन होला केटा पछि आउँछ होला
Every day a daily word that just love using. No idea why.
I think it's because you
त्यो
just
नेमारलाई अस्ति नै लिएर आउँदाखेरि असिस्टेन्ट कोचले मुख बिगारेछ
like, man, it looks good. And
अनि त्यो
I
असिस्टेन्ट
get it,
कोचलाई त
right?
नि ओभर
Especially
गाली
in the
गरेछ नि
military circle, it is a juicy play. That's for sure.
I just opened a crate actually, and I got a skin on the hovercraft, so maybe that's why I'm just like, wait. Okay.
That's what it is.
अति छ यार प्रकाश 50% छ यार
The glider blown up, so that play is definitely out of mind. Way too dang late to touch that thing. That's for
केटाले
sure.
भाइब्समा भटाल्छ
So they are in the vehicle. Young Galacticos still
सुन
just
माथि जा
points
माथि
to
जा
get out of here. I think that's a great play, right? Prioritize.
गयो माथि जान्छ क्या हो ब्रिजमा पर्छ क्या हो
It's gonna be a bridge circle, so that actually is a great opportunity for these teams on the north side to buy themselves a little bit more time here and try to get this next circle. But look how many squads are on the north, Max.
You got so many teams. You got 5
teams. ल्यान्डमा पब्जीले दिएको आइडी खेल्छ कि आफ्नै रे यसमा त पब्जीले दिएको आइडी खेल्ने हो अब तिम्रो हाम्रो यो हुन्छ नि कलेजतिर ल्यान्ड त्यस्तोमा चाहिँ आफ्नै आइडी युज गर्ने हो नेपालमा चाहिँ अहिले पिएमजी हो त्यो तिमीहरुकोमा के गरौ उता
It was them versus North America versus the Wolves, so it just keeps on happening. It's a bit of a rivalry in PMMI.
तिमीले दिएको आइडी अनि तिमीले त आइफोनमा खेलाको हैन
every single game, and Wolves so far suffering the brunt side of it.
Let's see what Wolves can do though, but Dawn gotta get this knock onto Ayala, get some pieced up, but Ayala switching
आइफोनमा त अनि कहाँ अरोराले त काच्चै खाइन्थ्यो ल बि
instantly bust out that nade, but Dawn
आइडी दिएर फाइनल सकिन छ
as well. Both these kind of almost piece each other up. Now it's up to the shotgun.
ओए आइला
Ayala gets it and gets the thirst on the baton.
यसको टिम पैसाको साथीहरु चाहिँ कहाँ गएछ
just
यार
behind you. Necessary. You wait an extra 5 seconds. It's a 1v2. Your chances of success are so much higher. The nade damage onto Necessary. Can he get the 1v2?
ल दुटेले हगो
So many shots just missing. How are they still alive? I'm so confused. Been what trying to get the shot able to hide right behind that vehicle. The spread. How does it not connect? What? This is the longest 1v1 in history. Backup joins the fight. Eventually, Furia looking for the 1v2 onto Necessary. He gets an extra elimination with the M4. What the hell is going on, Hot Jukes?
Necessary, even trying to pull off some vehicle switch shenanigans. What is going on is right now.
ओए प्रकाश would you choose हो र ग्लोबलमा च्याम्पियन भएपछि कहिले पनि ग्लोबलको लागि सिलेक्ट नहुने कि ग्लोबलमा सधैँ हो र खेल्ने तर कहिले नजित्ने
Chief getting pieced up. Oxy, gotta be careful here. Don't make a mistake.
ग्लोबल जित्ने अनि नाम चेन्ज गर्ने नि
Oh, actually, never mind. Chief gets the knock, but oh, Vinny. able to clutch it up there. What a crazy turn of events.
I need that
noob ID दिन्छ कि कस्तो दिन्छ अरे टुर्नामेन्टको स्किनहरु भएको आइडी दिन्छ
The neuralizer?
Yeah, the ring neuralizer. I want to forget what just happened there. That fight was just not it.
Obscure त भेटो जोनले गयो किल नदेऊ Obscure मर आफै
next to yellows.
जोल पनि गयो
and it's going to be him taken out of the equation.
गाना बाबाले भनेको सही भन्यो भनी पोर्चुगलले नि जित्छ वर्ल्ड कप रे जित्दैन पोर्चुगलले
Alpha 7 unless they want to commit to it, I would say just cross the bridge.
सुरु गरौँ पोर्चुगलले सक्दैन हामी क्रोएसियासँगै आउट
in a 4v3 as they
ल भन प्रकाश जोल बाच्छ कि बाच्दैन
बाच्दैन just get them back up
कसरी कसरी बचाउँछ हेरे
Maybe that was that S12 gainer right there.
यस्तो ठाउँमा बचाउन सक्ने टिम भनेको यही मात्र हो है
Oh, it does make a difference. See?
जानो
We like that. As we can take a look at Aurora, man. These guys are fighting in the blue zone. Okay, the zone now going back down to military base. Full military circle here. Yeah, Aurora and all the rest of these squads need to abandon this and probably go down that western bridge and try to find this next zone. But it's going to be tough as we look at Rebel putting some points on the board for his squad.
I would even say just take your cars and send in the water because this fight is going to take ages between Alpha 7 and Aurora. By the way, we saw in the circle a team that was in a great spot. It's actually S2G. They had a 3-1
Watchparty ले नेपाली टिमले ग्लोबल कहिले पनि जित्दैन किन भनेको होला रे
east of Military Island. If they regroup over there to solidify their defenses.
नेपालले वर्ल्ड कप कहिले नि खेल्दैन भनेको जस्तो हो नेपाल फुटबल टिम जित्न गाह्रै छ केटा हो अनि
As Revo just doing donuts here. Trying to get a bit of insight, moving around here on yellows, looking for that solo player. Rufus does bleed out eventually. And
Ziol चाहिँ बाँचेछ प्रकाश रिफुस चाहिँ बाँचेन है
Ziol top
trying
to make the crossover on the bridge.
जोनको लागि निस्क
You might want to try and chase that down too because that blue zone damage now, you're about to go into phase 4 in the next few minutes here.
Yeah, I think you got to move. I think that if you're
Aurora and Alpha
7, the best thing you could do is kind of just almost don't even look at each other. Just
ब्रो यो रेगनम कार्यलाई चाहिँ के भयो रे उनीहरुको नि समय सक्यो जस्तो छ केटा हो
trying to do Aurora just like hey, let's get into this next
सबैको आफ्नो टाइम हुन्छ नि त
extend our play here. We're in
सधैँ एक नाच जाँदैन नि त केटा
हो. We need to put some more points on the board. Alpha 7 are right below them in 10th. So we'll see what they decide to do here. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to try to gatekeep Alpha 7 at all. Just try to prioritize positions.
Overall, team को भन्ने there top 16 final हो. Top 12 13 कति final
a little bit too
top 16
too much to bear.
16 I know final invite सँगै
If you want to gatekeep them, do it in the zone. Get on the edge of the circle, set up your defenses and do it because right now actually we're looking at the mini map. There's still a fight happening. RRQ pushed right into Alpha 7 on the western bridge and D+
15 वटा टिम क्वालिफाई एउटा टिम अलरेडी एजी होला अलरेडी
What is going on? This is the slowest rotation. I understand because you're scared of the bridges and stuff. K1 is on the eastern bridge, western bridge. You got a fight happening of RRQ versus Alpha 7, but it's taken so long. They might just get fully squad wiped by the blue zone. The damage is going to start ticking way harder very soon.
D+ was like, hey, we played that last one slow and we won it, right? Let's try it again, but this is too slow. I mean, they are way late on this rotation. I mean, RRQ, BTR. Just leave Alpha 7 alone, get into this next circle. You don't want to take this fight pretty much at all. And it looks like that might be their play. Yeah, okay, Genfos now going to be pushing the bridge.
Yeah. Actually, if you are D+ and you see this altercation happening between these two teams and you know you might get gate
Flash China, bro. Oh, Flash China.
But the question, it depends on how many meds they have. If they don't have a lot of meds, commit for the shortest path to the circle, which would be the western bridge. If you have
first my bridge party
stims and everything goes to for the because now we're entering circle 4, and as we know, circle 4 is when really that damage starts to be too much to deal with, and the circle is going to be right on top of Alula and S2G and also Regmankaria, and the observatory of S2G is also in play. So teams in the center looking great. But the fact we still have a fight on the bridge happening at this moment in time, Hot Jukes, is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a terrible play, but honestly, I think that they just, both these squads realize that, like, you know, it's a zone 4. We don't have the util. We're not making it. Like, at this point, we just try to get some points on the board because it's all over.
Yeah, this would be a good time to pull the
Hi.
If you can even find it,
Brazil's overall best player they won all time carry low lani.
But look at the HP bars, man. It was just they're ticking so hard at that point. He's actually going to be nading Mau, so his teammate got knocked on down. Silas with the JS9 going to try and defend that dip for himself. Very nadeable position. Got to be cautious, but they do have the hovercraft this time around. As Loxy, they're trying to set it up so Loxy has a bit of a better cover. heal up
Ezel
inside
भनेको
first.
चाहिँ नयाँ
You are
खेलाडी
gonna be
हैन
safe
त
from incoming grenades.
त्यो भन्दा त जिउ फेट ठिक थियो होला
I do
त
wonder if they were able to loot up a repair kit, right? The welding gun.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
be great
that
to
would
keep
help out
the
big
hovercraft
time.
in a very healthy condition.
लिङ
Absolutely.
LGD ले यो
Right
गेम
now, it's got LGD holding this little spot here, putting some nice shots on the Zing.
डोकले सुरु गरो
Trying
टप
to pop
फिनिश
him out the
गरो
vehicle, not going to be able to do so. Oh, this is all by himself too. Yeah, so LGD not going to have
Sara कता छ सारा त आरसी नै होला नि
Erangel, but you know, we can see what Ling S is going to be able to do. He can put something on the board for his squad. That's all he's got to do. Meanwhile, D+ did get away from Alpha 7, so they're going to try to make it on in here. Yeah, as we can take a look at them, but this zone, it stings. And the second, in a minute and 40, once it starts closing, it's going to hurt way too much.
1000 meters
But
हो
let's see
अझै
if they get lucky on this
close
rotation.
I cannot believe they moved ahead of
Zone
अझ
पुग्दा
1.5 मिनेट छ त
पुग्दा
1.5 मिनेट 1.5 मिनेट
Alpha 7 players,
Takka puग्दा
right?
पुग्दा
There's still
close
some
हुन्छ।
lingering on the mainland. What? That Western
It's
Bridge.
अनुहार देखाउने यो
I kind of want to forget about the last 10
API
minutes
चाहिँ
of
भएन
my
क्या
life now, if possible. Get the neuralizer back on board as top. Going to encroach on the terrain of Regnum Karia. Really good. Silas here peeking with a third-person perspective inside of the hovercraft.
Oh!
Big nade damage. Almost able to get the double knock, but Loxy's going to find top.
किल चाहिँ दिने
Regnum, I
भयो
would say now is the
साइलस
time to push. Two players in the hovercraft. They're sending it forward, looking for the Mongolian
चढेन
team.
यही पड्को यो गाडी
It's stuck on the ridge. I think he can't move. Or is it? I think he's stuck.
Back it up. Back it up.
Oh no, he's stuck.
Hit the gas.
Okay. Yeah,
Hit
there you
the
go. Turn.
gas.
He's fine. Ooh, that was a bit scary.
बाँचो
They
गाडी
tried
नचढेर नि
so
बाँच्यो
hard
यार
for the push, but it just wasn't enough. Yeah, he's like, get rid of this hovercraft. Let's get some
Totally
real
better.
vehicles and get moving. But now it's a little bit too late.
वाइल्ड कतिखेर मर्यो
Oh,
वाइल्ड अघि नै
unfortunate
मरेको त
attempt
यो
there from Regnum
हेलमेट
Karia.
को
The
ब्याक स्किन नभएर
hovercraft
कस्तो
just
देखिएको
too
हो
juicy, too heavy.
It was. It's just a bit too slippery. But you know what? They will actually get back into hiding in that dip. So they've been able to
सबै
redeem
स्किन
it
दिनु नि
somewhat.
यार
S2G
यस्तो
steals their
गेममा
eliminations. I would like to
अनि
see
पो
them
स्किन
try and get
प्रमोट
involved in
हुन्छ
the
हैन र
elimination feed a bit, but they also
सबै स्किन
one thing
भन्दा
that's
नि
very
त्यो जुन स्किन
annoying when
आउँदैछ
you're in
त्यो
this
चाहिँ
position
तिनी हो
is
क्या
you know where
लोजिक
every team is located,
लोजिक
right? Like
उनीहरूको
here, for
लोजिक
example,
चाहिँ
they
त्यो
know
हो
where
कि
Aurora
जुन
are.
स्किन
सबै
आउँदैछ
गनको
नि
You can't
लेटेस्ट
get access
लेटेस्ट
to the
स्किन
death
क्या
crates. If you eliminate
त्यो भयो
the
नि हुन्छ
teams,
बिउ त्यही गर्छ
the
त
loot you have
क्राफ्टले
on that mountaintop is the loot you might have for the entirety of that game until you have to leave the premises. So S2G, I
Chinese
like how
team
they're being very
game
cautious
किन
and not
नखेल्ने
spraying
डाइरेक्ट
unless they
इन्भाइटेड
know
छ
they can get some value out of that spray.
जापानमा
So they're trying to
इन्भाइटेड
be
छ
very
डाइरेक्ट
यस्तो
methodical.
टुर्नामेन्टमा स्किन दियो भने पो ल है स्किन
Waited out and the
खतरा
players
रहेछ यो
wanted to
स्किन
just
थाहा
start
हुन्छ अनि
rolling in
किनिन्छ त
easily for S2G.
That's a great shout, though. I mean, you're absolutely right. S2G, they almost
Sick
kind
Lord
of want
YZ
to
पनि गयो
prioritize, you know, almost single tapping at
ओए
this point. You
मिठो
gotta
नेट
conserve
यार
that ammunition, and a lot of
यसले
players
होइन रहेछ नि
in
त
that
हामीले
position, they
उतातिर
just get
गरेर
hungry and they blow through all their
यहाँ
ammo.
यार
And
अवेकले
they're stuck up
साँच्चीकै
there with
जिमी हो
nothing.
अवेक
We don't
भनेको
see that from them. But
अनुहारै
we're gonna
हेरिएन
see
यार
Awake get a nice knock there onto Noble. This is D+
अनुहार
finally
देखा अनुहार
getting into
देखा
the zone, getting
अनुहार देखा न हौ
shot up
चिप्सको अनुहार देखाइरहेछ हौ
immediately.
ब्रो
Their util has to be pretty low.
स्विच
They
चाहिँ भएन
gotta
हौ
win this fight, but
अनुहारै
they gotta
चिप्सको
have
मात्र
it.
देखायो ब्रो
Putting the punishment on a D+
ल
player.
I feel like he confirmed himself before getting squashed by the
Jimmy
car,
हेर
just avoiding
होइन
the
म त्यो
disrespect,
जिमी हो
which
त्यो
can do
जिमी
now.
हो
There's been a few updates where you can actually
होइन रहेछ
confirm yourself
यसैको
out of the
अघि
game so
जिमी
you
हो
know
अवेक
you can
अवेक
survive.
भनेको त्यो होइन है
Which
जिमी
actually can be used in a very interesting fashion. If you want to
Indian
deny
invited
points away
voice
from
नि
an enemy
होइन।
team, you can just deny that point very quickly. You don't have to self.
ब्रो यो एसटीआर हो कि एटीआर एसटीआर होला यार
Click the button, and that's 1
मिलियन
point
छ हौ
denied.
एसटीआर
So
सिधै
a very important aspect of the game to remember.
कति
As
एडा गरिएर
Aurora
न लेजिट
getting
के छ र
decimated. Top dock, 1 grenade from Silas, and that's going to be a 1v2
भन्न
happening.
अहिले चाहिँ हेर न
Silas though,
Nice
a
shot.
bit on an aggressive position, and the backstab of sitting is huge. Regnum though, sending out
जिमी
to
फिफ्थ
Silas,
प्लेयर
who
हो
just
रे
got
हो र
locked in
अघि
that
एउटाले
position.
अवेक
It's a bit
भनेकै
risky,
जिमी हो
but at
लेखेको
least they
क्या
are in the play zone.
Sitting very tight. peek
KRX
across
भनेको
this
पुरानो
map.
DRX
They know they're on the south side of this circle. Meanwhile, lost. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, right? Those single taps.
यहाँदेखि सर्कन हान्दैछ त्यो राइटको यसको
Just
राइटमा
put
को
those
छ
poke shots, but you gotta conserve that ammunition. Yeah, he's actually gonna bring out the Bison as well because he's like, I need all that
हेर्न ऊ
ammo for a little bit later.
कसलाई
See
हानेको
what happens.
सर्कन
Was that? Am I hearing some shotgun shots from up top?
They're trying. I mean, you know what? After the nerf, that is definitely not going to connect. I would not recommend it. That bloom is making it a bit hard.
नेपालमा ल्यान्ड भयो भने एडमिन मलाई राख्नु पर्यो पोटेटो बेरोजगार भए अरे दिनको 1000 भिडाइदिन्छ हौ पोटेटोले
Ezel has got some big shoes to
बेरोजगारलाई
fill.
दिनको 1000 धेरै हो त नि
As Axel from Bigatron picked up by HamCG of S2G. So it seems like they are going to slowly but surely get involved in that elimination feed. But
एड धेरै पेलेको हो निन्जाले हैन हैन
and again, this dip is great.
युट्युबले अटोमेटिक पेल्छ
Teams at bay.
मैले एड
Here,
फ्रिक्वेन्सी
you are
चाहिँ हाईमा
surrounded.
राख्दै थिएँ
Aurora got the 2-man reset onto top and dock. They are in nade range, and so are Thundertalk. Regnum, I feel like it's just a matter of time before they get fully eliminated. Those nades are just too
पड्को नि त गाडी
impactful.
like Silas almost headbutted that.
Aurora
It was so damn close.
Is he done? Woo.
Oh, Doc. Yeah. It's just like
Doc.
we're gonna see Doc put some shots there. Still not wanting to.
हामी जस्तै स्प्रे आयो तर एकछिनको लागि त
That nade does look good though. Does it hit? Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, without that hovercraft, all the damage you're taking, you can't avoid it. You can't go into hiding anymore. But you can use it as hard cover. So if you do move around properly, it might work out. But unfortunately, Ezel will not have that luxury. Salas might be the next to fall. Nades are beautiful. China looking so good with the utility. It's just Loxy now, separating the side. And this dip that they most definitely want to secure for themselves. Spraying it down with the SPG. That's a dub heading their way. Nicely done.
Aurora the backबाट गोली चलेको चले गर्यो क्या Auroraलाई.
Aurora, the circle's about to shift. We're going to slow it down and see where the play zone is going to go to.
Beautiful play there from Thunder Talk, and the perfect time too, because the zone does shift to the center. They're gonna have to get moving, and now they're gonna have to put up work onto Aurora. But Ziol on the other side, able to steal a point away. That's on the Hoxie. 3 eliminations so far for Aurora, and they came all the way from Severny, guys. This was a long road for them, but they're putting up points regardless. It goes to show, even if you don't get the circle, you can make things happen. Let's see what Ziol can do with top, as they're just down to 2 players.
I love what STG are doing. They keep one player, HamCG, on top of Observatory on the mountain, and they send the 3 other players, Kamikaze, Lost, and Solke, down on the low ground with the dips. They're really good terrain knowledge, trying to get some insight. So I am very happy with Observatory gameplay. But again, as you said, just using the one-taps, not wasting any bullets, right? Just trying to use time it right. Thing is, all these teams that are inside of these particular buildings we have on screen, very safe from the high ground. It's very hard to hit those. So Al-Ula, Tianba would say, off the back of this circle, top 5, it's pretty much guaranteed. It should be looking good as HamCG down to his final clip with the Org, and then he's down to an S12K only. As we know, Hot Troops, at this range, it's not going to do much.
Yeah, I think if you're Hamzu right now, you don't even take a shot. You just really, unless you know 100% you can get the confirmation. You need every single bullet that you have left for that final push. But he does have that S12K, so I think he's just kind of holding on to that last mag, and if he can get to some CQC, he can definitely make something happen. As we're going to look at KRX taking out Alpha 7. Alula still in the game. They're in first place with all 4 players up. They're looking to create a
Alpha 7 के भयो यार
TCC जितेपछि. Just take your time, buddy. Wait for the next zone and then do something.
I mean, happy you bring up Alula in particular because LGD out, BTR out. So really the only threat to Alula at this point would be the side of Thunder Talk and S2G, and even maybe you could say Aurora. They have 2 players up. They've still got 22 points, so not that far away from Alula. So we'll be back in number 1 after losing that spot for just a single match on game 3. As well, okay, big jump in, trying to pick up his teammate. And they have to get in CQC, or he just gives the ammo to his teammate. Back up that 3 clips on the Org. He can go back to 1 tapping.
He needed him, and right now we're gonna see these 2 guys right now. Lula, wow. Quick with the angles. Tight peaks. Trying to get the knock, but still, he knows if I get knocked here, I'm out. So let me just hold this position and play it safer than sorry.
I would say play around your utility. I think you have 2 grenades in his arsenal right now. Just wait for them to close the gap. And when you know they're hiding, maybe even
World Cup ma छ कि नै रे World Cup ma छैन होला रे
when they are at their weakest.
छैन हो PMJ
जियो नपुगेपछि World Cup मा हुँदैन के केटा.
We'll be able to find himself sitting, good headshot. I see Reb actually from Alula.
कि त YG हुनु पर्यो इन्भाइट आको.
It'll be interesting to see if it's going to be impactful at this kind of range. Maybe having a bit of an issue with ammo. But Thunder Talk doesn't seem like it's going to work out as planned. They are getting peppered by S2G.
Last time नाम जित्दाखेरि नाम Hong Invitational.
You know what? Forget this ammo. I got some shots here. Starting to put some sprays, getting some eliminations and some confirmations on the Thunder Talk.
They still
in circle. They still got the circle. S2G, you come on. S2G, you're being gifted an insane finish. I wouldn't say it's 100% sure they're going to get the chicken dinner because if they do get on Circle 8 forced off of the mountain top of Observatory, everyone is going to look your direction, and unless you have the most insane safe play, I don't think it's happening. One good rotation would be northern eastern rotate onto Kami. You got a few little ridges. If Circle 8 doesn't favor you, you do need to send your saving grace. As K1 taking the fight versus Korea, it's going to be KRX. 1 to 4 is going to be Binny. TRE, sole survivor here in a 1v3 versus K1. Hamas doing God's work onto Binny, looking to flush out that point.
Trying to get it done, and that's the thing is that there's so much action that needs to happen here on this side of the map. I think it's a lot for S2G. I think they take this with all these other teams trying to fight. Yeah, it's okay. Get on down there. Let's go ahead and put the pressure. Let the blue zone do the work and secure this chicken dinner. Hamsu, gotta be careful though. He needs every single bullet he can get. He's applying that pressure. He's patient. He's waiting. Yep, that's what you gotta do right there. Make sure you get that confirmation. And he is putting in the work on K1.
Still has the moment he runs out, he has to get I'm out, bro. You know what? It's not even needed. The nades are huge. That is it. End of the line. K1 fully eliminated. Now it's top 4. And Tiamba. Two Chinese teams again reaching this finish. But can they actually convert it into chicken dinner? It's not sure because S2G so far are in full control of this game.
Yeah, this is an S2G win all day long. They have this just in the bag. They got all the sight lines in the world. The only team that could really, I think, put a thorn on their side at this point is Tianba, since they have those buildings. But we'll see how that works out between Thundertalk and them. Yeah, look at this. Lost with the B-Zone. Putting on some shots, but it's the Blaze Zone that's going to get that finish.
Is he going to start throwing pans from the mountain? It might be happening. Oh, I think that was a headshot. Yeah, oh, damn. Okay, Quick was definitely quick on that whip. The blue zone gets it. Yeah, just denied. There's no way you're going to survive that rotation away from the radio tower. Tiamba. I love this 2-2 split play from S2G, and now they got all the loot from K1. They are looking locked and loaded for this chicken dinner. It is looking almost impossible for them to not secure this win. As now, Tiamba sending it with the car. They've just given an easy double. Stepping up with the M4. That's a 1. That's a 2. 1 play remaining, and this will be an S2G chicken dinner.
They have this one on lock. It's in the bag, and that is S2G with the high ground, showing the rest of the lobby who's boss. When you get that opportunity, that's exactly what S2G did.
Look at Hamsuji with his bullet pendant. That was literally the last bullet he had as long as he did on top of the mountain. He had 1 bullet to spare, and he's flexing it here on the chicken dinner screen. But well done, S2G. Getting a chicken dinner, by the way. No way! It can happen!
It's possible! It is possible! And perfect timing, too, because that's gonna launch them up the leaderboards as they go into Myanmar. So 2 Myanmars left to go. SG looking good. And I mean, that's what it's all about. You get gifted a circle, you take that high ground, you get that high position, you gotta capitalize, and that's exactly what they do.
हिजोको बन्दैन क्या ब्रो नयाँ बन्छ
पेजेस नट फाउन्ड ए बनाम जियो गेसरमा हालौँ त
हाल्दै सक्नु केटा जोइन हो है यही छ है
कति राउन्ड बनाएको 15 16 20
15 बनाउनु होला नेपालको खेलाउँ न नेपालको झ्याउ हुन्छ यार ब्रो आओ है केटा हो चाँडो यहाँ छ कोड WFBP4 ह्याकरहरु चाहिँ नआउ है हामीलाई जित्न देऊ पेका रे पेका पनि आयो क्या चिराया सेन्सी पनि आएको रहेछ
नआउने हो केटा हो
कति लेभल रहेछ त मान्छेले कति 200 लेभल रहेछ हौ सुरु गर्दै है
गर्दै 200 लेभल भनेको त अति खेलेको हो त यार
कहाँ हो प्रकाश
कहाँ हो यो जापान हो र
होइन
यता पछाडी ल्याङ्ग्वेज हेरौ न पछाडी ल्याङ्ग्वेज नि छ के ए कोरियन जस्तो रहेछ कहाँ हो त यार यो
रसियातिर हो कि ओ हल्का
कुन ठाउँ रहेछ काजाकको इंग्लिश छ युरोप हो
कहाँ छ इंग्लिश
बोर्डमा
0 to 24 लेखेको छ हौ हैटु डिस्काउन्टमा हैटु हैन प्रकाश हो इटली रहेछ नि इटली स्यान मारिनो
अझ ल्याङ्ग्वेज पनि भेटेको थियो कस्तो साउथ इस्ट एसिया
गाजर बेच्दैछ हौ लेफ्टपट्टि चलाउँदैछ हौ कहाँ चलाउँछ लेफ्टमा इन्डोनेसियामा लेफ्ट चलाउँछ
नै
इन्डोनेसियामा लेफ्टमा चलाउँदैन त इन्डोनेसिया गयो नि त इन्डोनेसिया त रहेछ
ए आमा इन्डोनेसियामा 2022 मा गएको हो बिर्सिसके मैले
ल टरक हो त टरक यो त युएस तिरको टरक हो त बेट लेखेको छ टरकमा नि युएस होइन र प्रकाश यो
हेर्दा त अमेरिकै जस्तो छ
अमेरिकै त होला नि
रसिया हुन एकै रसिया भन्ने छ
त जान रसिया
युरोप हुन नि सक्छ म युरोपतिर जान्छु
म युएस गएँ एल्बकर्की कोही पुगेको थियो अस्ट्रेलिया पुगे रहेछ नि केटाहरू 3 जना पुगेछ
3 जना रहेछ
1 पोइन्ट आयो मेरो तेरो कति आयो
0
ओइ कहाँ हो आइस छ त आइस
ग्रीनल्यान्ड हो कि आइसल्यान्ड
ग्रीनल्यान्ड आइसल्यान्ड होइन ए ग्रीनल्यान्ड हो र
आइसल्यान्ड होला हौ
म त ग्रीनल्यान्ड हान्छु नि प्लिज ग्रीनल्यान्ड हो न ग्रीनल्यान्ड फर्स्ट पुगे क्या म सेकेन्ड यहाँ चाहिँ
कहाँ हो यो
के थाहा ल यस्तो गरे यहाँ मान्छेहरू काले काले हो कि के हो म त साउथ अमेरिका जान्छु हौ वे चिले रहेछ नि त ब्रो फर्स्टमा पुगे यार ब्रो
13,000 कहाँ हो अब यो
युरोप घाम साउथमा छ घाम नर्थ भनेपछि माथि गेम सुरु भयो हो र लामा सुरु भयो
युके रे
युके पो रहेछ
यो युक्रेन रसियामा एउटा हो
लामो
हैन
होला होला त जानु के थाहा मलाई चाहिँ म चाहिँ कन्सा प्रो प्लेयर हो
ए ब्राजिल रे एचडीटीभी थियो
अर्जेन्टिना गएको त यार म कस्तो थोरै पोइन्ट आएको ब्राजिल तर युक्रेन चाहिँ किन भनेको हौ मान्छेहरू कनर हेर्दा त साउथ अमेरिकन थियो अनि
कुन देशको झण्डा हो यो
पार्क मोबिल नुसेन्सिया म्युनिसिपल कहाँ छ झण्डा झण्डा कहाँ छ
पछाडी त्यसकै पछाडी
ल यस्तो झण्डा त देखेकै छैन ब्रो ब्रो यो त कसरी थाहा हुन्छ हौ
स्विडेन कहाँ हुन्छ कहाँको
बार्सिलोना रे हो ब्रो
त्यहाँ किङ क्वीनको थियो त्यो हेरेर स्पेन जानुपर्ने है
ल how we do we know
यो रुख हेरेर त के गर्नु यस्तो रुख त
जहाँ पनि हुन्छ टाइम रे कसरी थाहा पाउने हो यो त युएस भएको छैन है अहिलेसम्म युएसए जान्छु हाइट साउथ अफ्रिका एकजना पुगेछ एन्सर आएपछि लेख न रोशन राई साउथ अफ्रिका हल्का छिटो लेख्नु पर्यो क्या जोट्स तिमीले त्यो साउथ अफ्रिका ल्यायो म 100 साउथ अफ्रिका जान्छु यो त युक्रेन कहाँ हो प्रकाश हो त यार त्यस्तो युक्रेनी भाषा जस्तो जस्तै छ तर त्यस्तो त्यस्तो पनि छैन फेरि
प्रपर रसियन छैन हैन
नर्वे स्विडेन फिनल्यान्डहरु हो कि क्या हो रोमेनिया साइडतिर हो रे हुन सक्छ
कति ग्रीस परेको हौ
ला मलाई त टप दियो यार डेल्टाले अध्यारो आयो
आइल्स ग्लोबल वेस्टर्न स्टडी वर्क एन्ड लिभ एब्रोड विथ आइल्स
ब्रो अध्यारो आयो क्या गेस गर कहाँ गर्ने भने मलाई रिफ्रेश गरेको अध्यारै आयो चाँडो भन त कहाँ गेस गर्ने
यो
चाँडो भन्न ब्रो
खै यार कुनै एउटा युरोप हान्दिम
अध्यारो छ क्या चाँडो भन भन्छु नि बोल्दै बोल्दैन
एउटा युरोप हान्दिम के
लामो रहेछ यो घाना रहेछ हौ
कहाँ हो यो घाना आम्मामा त्यहाँ पुरै
कस्तो अध्यारो आएको यार हेर्न त्यसका बाजे मेरो त पुरै अँध्यारो आउन थाल्यो हौ
रिफ्रेश स्विजरल्यान्ड हान्दिम स्विजरल्यान्ड
आया अफ्रिका भएर अँध्यारो होला रे हुन सक्छ नेपाल पनि हुन सक्छ त कुलमान दाइ हटेपछि त नि अँध्यारै छ त अस्ट्रिया क्रोएसिया हैन बोज्निया रहेछ क्रोएसियाको छेउछेउ रहेछ जित्न सकिन्छ यार अझै पनि कति पोइन्टको लिड हो 1000 पोइन्टको लिड छ यार
यो मिलायो भने जितिहाल्यो त मिलाइहाल्यो नि अब
मिलाइहाल्यो नि घाम 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 छ साउथमा भने चाहिँ हामी छौँ नर्थमा छौँ भनेपछि नर्थ भनेको युरोप पर्यो युरोप भनेपछि नर्थ भनेपछि म डेनमार्क जान्छु अझै नर्थ रहेछ नि त यार फर्स्ट भयो लास्ट राउन्ड यार यो त मिलाउनै पर्छ यार घाम छ साउथ वेस्टमा भनेपछि हामी पर्छौँ नर्थ इस्टमा नर्थ इस्ट भनेको यता भनेपछि हामी छौँ अहिलेलाई काजाकिस्तान होइन यो युरोपै हो जस्तो छ यस्तो हेर्दा नर्थ इस्ट ल्याटभिया किन यार इसका बाजे जित्यो लामो जित्नु लस्ट डेल्टा भन्ने कहाँ गएछ यार जर्मनी गएछ नि त सेकेन्ड भयो यार त कति भइस
10th 20,000 29,000 गेम सुरु भयो कि भएन
हुन लाग्यो अब छोड्दिनु सेकेन्ड भयो नि भयो है यत्रो मान्छेहरु केटाहरुमा ल सेकेन्ड लास्ट गेम ए हाम्रो केटाहरुको गेम भइरा होला नि ब्रो मेरो साच्चीकै 50-50% छ हौ भोटिङ त
खै केटाहरुले के सोचेर गरे आज
जापानलाई नि ओभर उयो गरेको छ त यार केटाहरुले सपोर्ट हुन त यो सबै हुन्छ नि अर्जेन्टिनाहरु छ नि अर्जेन्टिना यो पोर्चुगल फ्यानहरु सबैले ब्राजिललाई नलिएर जापान लियो जस्तो छ क्या मेरो च्याटमा सुरु भयो मेन म्याचमा सुरु भयो त जिते है मैले हो र जित्यौ तिमी हो डेल्टा भनेको तर सजिलो थियो है प्रकाश यो पालीको
अहिलेको सजिलो थियो
होमी पनि अर्जेन्टिना रहेछ नि त के हो होमी कुन देशको रहेछ न सुरु भयो
Everybody, as we get ready for match number 5, we are on the plane. We are ready. Let's
जापान क्वालिफाई हुन्छ आज घर जग्गा हान्दै हुन्छ अरे होइन होला सरल जुट्स अनि हारो भने के गर्ने भाको एउटा घर पनि गयो भने के गर्ने हो सरल जुट्स
Oh, vamos! Yes. No, okay. I just wanted to get that one through. No, going into this one,
धन्यवाद है ल
I
प्लिज
think
सुपर
a
च्याट
lot of the audience is going to be focusing their attention on the SGG, right? Because especially after how it went down in PMGO Season 1.
को जाँदै हो लाको यानबा
I feel like the reason why they won those Miramars is because the circle was very kind to them, just like this last game. So it's good to see that SGG
24-hour live stream ले कहाँ सक्नु
strong results in terms of eliminations, placement points, maybe even a chicken dinner. They did it in the last game. They did it in PMGO Season 1. I want to see them
रेगुलर
get
टाइममै
a
जित्छ
strong
कि
Miramar win, Hot Jukes.
एक्स्ट्रा टाइममा
And the
जान्छ
circle
जोट्स
just hates them, just hates their guts, and he just keeps moving away from them on the
Extra
complete
time
opposite
जान्छ
side of the
आज
map. That is what I want to see from SGG.
हिजो गेमै एक्स्ट्रा टाइम गइसक्यो
They want
तर
to
हिजोको
showcase
गेम
that
त
they have what
अति
it
नै
takes
बिल्ला
to
थियो क्या ब्रो
be a global champions one day, and that day.
नेमार
will be
बाइक त
Sunday
म
if they
एन्टी
make it
हो
work
दाइ
out.
ब्राजिलको कुन क्लबको होला अरे बुझेन यार जोट्स
नेमार
त सेन्टोसमा होला नि ओए
नि
खेदा यार अल्फा 7 ले
छोड्दै But yeah, not able to get it. They're going to go ahead and focusing on looting. Smart play.
Oh, okay, glider used up by TRE over Benny and Hoxie, probably just trying to get himself on the highway towards their main drop location of Ruins Trailer Park. They like to go over there. Usually it's quite away. It's pretty much the Zaki version of Miramar. They're trying to get, so just stretching it.
ब्राजिलले लिड लियो यार
Trailer
पोलमा
Park, they will be
51%
good to go. And actually, I do have a question for you right now. With Alpha 7, I said about how
नेदरल्यान्ड्स और मोरोक्को रे त्यो गेम पनि जोले पनि जित्न सक्छौ नेदरल्यान्ड मोरोक्को ब्राजिल जापान
Do you feel like there's still that potential? Because for me, I have not seen anything
Ivory
of
Coast
that
Norway
so
पनि
far
बवाल
from
म्याच
Alpha
हो
7. They're looking the exact same as they did back in PMGO Season 1, which scares me.
Amadinho
We
ले
could be
हान्छ
missing out on 2 global finals for Alpha 7 back to back. That would be terrible
बरु
after winning PMGC.
पटेको त तेरो माइक अड्क्यो है
I don't think you're even slightly right. I think you're damn right. I mean, right now, Alpha 7 is
मेरो
in
आइरह हो
trouble. I mean,
एकदम
18 points on the
मेरोमा
board
चाहिँ
is
अड्किरह
not going to be enough. Not going to be enough.
भर्खर अड्केको थियो
No way.
रोबोटिक आएको थियो
Especially considering that they're not
त्यही
playing
त मेरो नेट
in
ठिक छ
that
के
final day of
के
the group
फर्डे
stage.
versus
It makes it that much more
अर्जेन्टिना
difficult.
रुटिङ
It
के
really, really
ए
does, right? We've seen it happen so many
पोर्चुगल फ्यान हो
times
ब्रो
where teams get so many points and they
कति
think
चाहिँ
that
कति
they're
चाहिँ
safe,
अर्जेन्टिनालाई हेड वाच
and
गर्छ हो
then they end up getting bad beat
जित्छ न
by 1 or 2 points. There is a slight advantage in being in that last day and knowing exactly what you need to do.
यहाँबाट ए भर्सेस बी बी भर्सेस सी ए भर्सेस सी हो यो फर्मेट अनि टप 24 वटा टिम छ त्यहाँबाट 15 वटा टिम जाने हो फाइनल्स जहाँ चाहिँ एजी भन्ने टिम चाहिँ पर्खिरहेको छ यिनीहरूलाई
Especially when it's the last game and a team only needs like 4 points and they
24 मा 25
raunड
राउन्ड 15 राउन्ड पर्यो
So, I mean, if you're Alpha 7, this squad, they've been around long enough.
जर्मनीको गेम छ दाइरे आज हो जर्मनीको
And it's time to put in some work. It really, really is. Otherwise, yeah, we might not see them make it in the finals.
I do agree. I do know what you're saying, Hodges. It's a bit of a bad time because they are in group red, just to
ब्राजिल जामा 10:45 जर्मन पेरेको 2:15 नेदरल्यान्ड्स मोरक्को 6:45
It's not really going to be a moving goalpost at
अब
that
त सबै
point.
जहिले त्यही रहेछ नि त
Normally of group
टाइम
red
टेबल
might
त
be
यार
in the bottom few teams that don't make it to the final. So if they do have
पर्सि
a
फेरि
few amount of points
9:45
that teams
1:45
can easily
5:45
overtake,
त्यसको भोलिबाट
that's
12:45
going to be a really
4:45
big target on
8:45
your back. Okay, if we reach these amount of points, Alpha 7 are out, and our odds of qualifying to the finals instantly are just way higher. And you get rid of a team that could be a threat going into the finals, realistically, because they are your reigning PMGC champions. So they've got to be very cautious, because a lot of teams would like to be known as the squad that took down Alpha 7. So just got to be a little bit more cautious and keep that in the back of your head. As Yangon, also a team that I'm hoping to see a bit more of, especially leading at PMWC. Come on, man, Yangon, we need to wake up. They've got some good engages earlier, but the fighting capabilities is just not there as of right now.
Yeah, the other teams that are in that same boat as Alpha 7.
They're even worse. They're
in 14th place with 11 points. You got RRQ with 10 and 15th. And Tianba, right, tied with Alpha 7 in 11th place. So all of these teams, this is a very, very important Miramar match for them, especially the next one. As we watch Chief get into a little bit of a, I thought it was a 1v1, but it wasn't. Silent, sneaking on up very silently there from that side and taking out Tian.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. They had a 4-man split down south, and they just sent one, Tian, up top on the mountain, and he gets spotted, and he can't really escape. I wish he had a vehicle. Did he have a car? I just didn't see it, because I wish he just got in a vehicle and just got the hell out of dodge, because he lingered in that area for way too long, and Furo just, we got the 2 off angles. That smoke is not going to save you, homie, and that's an easy point for them. So
यो आइडीलाई हाइटबाट हटाए नि थाहा छैन यार जोर साइडबाट गर्दाखेरि हटाउने आफू नै पोर्चुगल फ्यान भएर पिटिदिने दा
I have been impressed.
पोर्चुगल फ्यान छैन हैन
Today I have been impressed with China. I feel like in the past it's been like maybe one team from China doing well. Weibo last year winning the entirety of PMHI. But no, here we've seen different names getting some good moments every once in a while. LGD, right? Thunder Talk got themselves some good moments. Even K1 at the very start today on Rondo had an exceptional start.
Crazy how 49%
I'm happy. I feel like China is definitely trying to get that Nova era back in PUBG Mobile Esports, which you love.
Japan will win भने हैन कसको सपोर्ट भनेको
I mean, we definitely seen them step up. LGD doing great, like you mentioned, Thunder Talk as well. Tianba, you know, they're down and out right now in 12th place, 18 points. Not the performance we're hoping to see for them, especially considering that they're in Group Red. Regnum Karia, though.
त्यसमा त 0 वटा एमो भयो त यार
पहिले नै once again.
ब्रो अर्कोसँग त 0 वटा एमो हो
That was wild. 1v2.
20 वटा मात्र एमो हो त्यो अर्को गनमा मिनी जस्तो
comeback.
ओइ फेडरलिस्ट नि गयो भने त एमो छैन त त्यो अर्कोसँग
doing so much heavy lifting on that fight versus BTR. Now Loxy trying to go for the engage with the M249. Not having to reload, a bit of an advantage, but while that nade could be huge, it doesn't confirm Razak. He might be able to stick the res. Get him back on his 2 feet. But the second nade, come on, he's still going for the res. Is he going to get it in time? He does not. Razak dying in the loving arms of Razy. So sad to see. Razy, you got to leave. It's nadeable. Why are you not moving? Ah, come on. He had 3
त्यसको साथी त्यही मरो है त्यसको साथी यो क्रिएटको धुवा देखिसक्यो यस्तै कस्तो नहल्ले
take it and he couldn't take it. He couldn't. No.
Yeah, I think what he thought was he saw that nade go so far to the left that he was going to nade in that same area, but the green smoke from the box gave it away exactly where he was. He's like, I'm going to throw it right there on that smoke.
हो र छैन केटा साउथ एसियन टिमै कोही छैन
able to get the confirmation. So beautifully done. Nice spotting there for Regnum Karia and a good comeback.
Actually, Regnum Karia, I think loot-wise weren't doing too
good. Brunoको गेम कस्तो लाग्यो ग्रुप स्टेजमा ठिकै खेल्यो
in this game on phase 1.
बबाल
They had a FAMAS, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was a FAMAS. So Regnum
Bruno गेम खेल्नै पाएन नि ब्रुनोले
on top of BTR and also secure themselves airdrop weapons in that
मिडफिल्डमा बल पाउनु पर्थ्यो मिडफिल्डमा बलै भिटिनियाले मात्र पाउँछ साइड पास मात्र खेल्छ त्यो म्युजिक
Yeah, Bigatron.
के खेल्छ
Yeah, bit of a head scratcher.
Player हो साइड पास मात्र खेल्न जाने प्लेयर
the fact that you get naded and you're like
ball बाइक साइड पास ब्याक पास fine
it's the whole
अगाडिको त सोच्दै
right? If I can't move, they won't see me. Unfortunately, did not work.
एसी मिलानको 75 प्लस रङ टाइममा जन्मियो क्या त्यो रोनाल्डो दाइले कहाँ छोड्छ हौ अन्तिम वर्ल्ड कप हो म चाहिँ ढुकेर बस्छ नि स्ट्राइकर त छोड्दै छोड्दैन
One more game left to go. I mean, they're still in a great position on the leaderboards.
But, you know, it's just tough to see
them go out so early. Next zone, though, about to pop up. We're going to get a central circle here, or we're going to see some zone shenanigans. Let's find out.
Yeah, I like this 2-2 split from RRQ.
Oi!
Graveyard, who plays down south west of La Bandita, and knows it's going to be a big western shift. Most of the teams in this lobby are not in the play zone, so they're going to have to go for a big rotation. If you want to see these wide northern or southern rotations, big teams on the eastern edge of that zone. So teams like KRX, Chiamba, Alpha 7, Thunder Talk, even RQ and Aurora need to be very quick on that pivot to not get caught on that rotation.
आज म्याच हेरिन्छ जोक्स कस्तो नहेर्ने र ब्राजिल जापानको गेम पनि हेरिन्न र
available for free, maybe more.
हेरिन्छ
So if you do not make this rotation work
2030 नि खेल्छु भन्छ दाजुले त अरे खेल्न सक्छ केटा हो रोबर्टो मार्टिनले चाहिँ कोच भनिराख्नु हुन्छ खेल्छ पनि होला
When they saw that circle shift, they were just like, "Yay, we are set up." Perfect hardship for them. But the rest of these teams, like you mentioned, most of the lobby got to get moving. LGD trying to make that rotation. Yulia, so punishing them. Yeah, when you get an opportunity to get a point like that, you got to take it.
Yeah, like instant headshot with the red dot from Silence. You know what? I have a lot of favorite players when it comes to
Netherlands, Morocco हेर्ने दाइरे अब उठ्यो भने हेरिन्छ सुत्यो भने
Ratto boy, but he's still not.
Ratto boy.
But man, Silence during PMGO, he made me think, oh, okay, this guy, he's doing really well. Maybe a new big name in Brazil that you just need to fear. And he's been having some great moments also here in Pmmi. So I'm telling you, Silence is just an absolute menace when the stars align. So just got to be very careful. Steer clear if you see Silence in the elimination feed, because he will make you sit down if he is in that range.
अहिले त यस्तो हाल्ला छ 30 मा त खोलितै हो खोलित त अहिले पनि खोलितै त हो नि खेलिरहेछ त अब रोबर्टो मार्टिनेज निस्केन भने त किन निकाल्थ्यो र
रोनाल्डोलाई You just stay there, you're trying to make sure no team gets in nade range, which actually Ziol kind of is in nade range of Silas. If I were him, if you're spotted, get in a buggy, reposition, because this is just not worth lingering here for too long.
Definitely not. You want to put yourself in a good position in this next zone, especially with Miramar being such a massive map. You should be able to prioritize position kind of over these early engagements. Silas, though, just kind of popping some shots off. Ziol, though, is lingering. We talked about lingerers earlier. Right, Ziol and Aurora kind of looking like they wanted engagement.
They're pushing? Why are we pushing?
Okay. Ziol got P90. Maybe that's why. Gotta be careful, though. Ooh, that headshot. Maybe not.
Yeah, they didn't know about RQ's position too. That's a good idea. A little bit undercooked, but still a good idea, as Aurora going to keep on peppering down the competition.
Wow.
Got to be a bit cautious. Go for the reset, as Reefus also did get
knocked.
Relatively resible area, so it shouldn't be too bad. But look in the back end, Wolf also got a sneaky angle as Top setting it solo on top of the mountainside. Everything seems like it's somewhat falling apart for Regnum Kara, though. I feel like they were just not expecting a fight this early on, and I understand why would a team commit on phase 2 for a fight in this area in particular. It just makes no sense, and Wild will get the angle to punish Top. That's a knock, instantly converted into a flush, up to 5 eliminations. Wild left as a solo. And I'm going to say, Aurora taking a very unnecessary fight, losing a player at this stage, the odds of that
Ramosलाई खेलाएर के गर्ने यार पुरै सिजनमा 12 स्टार्टिङ म्याच छ नि के काम रे
प्रेस
गराउने प्रेस
3 points headed the way of the
दौडाउने
team.
अहिलेकोले चाहिँ के गरे खर दौडाउने मजी त्यो तमजी खेल्न सक्दैन भने दौडी मात्र भने रामोसलाई
This is dead center of the zone, and I think that they just wanted to hold it no matter what and just kind of keep them away. But man, exactly, right?
अहिले जे भइराको छ त्यो भन्दा त राम्रै त हुन्छ नि
Such a risky fight. Easily could have been third party. Lucky for them it didn't
अहिले चाहिँ के भइराको छ र
but Aurora end up losing one.
दुईटा गेममा सुन्ना गोल हानेको छ म
Maybe they were just scared because of the circle shift that teams are going to push from the southern edge, which actually I'm looking at the mini map right now. Furia did push up behind what would have been Aurora's previous location, so I feel like maybe they were just trying to avoid getting caught sandwiched between the likes of Regnum Karya and Furia. Even then, the way they approached it for me, not certain. So this will be because we just theorizing at this point, right? This was the moment where we'd love to have interviews just to be like, okay, what was the reasoning behind that play? Why did you guys commit so early? And maybe they'll say something that was like, oh, okay, no, that makes a ton of sense. If you knew that team was there, you wanted to send it, fair enough. But without that information, I'm left wondering.
End of sentence.
That's why it brings up so many questions. I mean, they were dead center zone, and I think they're like, this is the best position. We want it, but I mean, they could have easily shared it as well. But who knows, right? Aurora getting the better of them. Loss for Regnum Karya.
Football season हो नि त राजा वर्ल्ड कप सिजन चलिरहेको छ फुटबलको त कुरा गर्नु परिहाल्यो नि यार
I mean, lucky for Regnum Karya, they're going to play in the last day.
BL छैन यसपालि BL त छैन.
Last day is going to be
एउटा स्क्रिनशट आएछ उ स्क्रिनशटमा हेरौँ न माथि.
It is going to be just tooth and nail trying to claw their way right back into their good positions in the rankings, making it to top 15. And I had some people, by the way, I was reading chat earlier during the break, and some people were saying, oh, it's so easy to qualify. You need to be top 15 out of 16 teams. No. It's 3 groups of 8 teams. you got way more squads than you might expect. So out of that,
it's 25.
Yeah. Out of 25, you need to be able to.
25.
I believe so.
Messi कस्तो खेल्दैछ त दाइ Messi त हिरो हो नि
I was like, I'm pretty sure 3 times 8 is not 25.
That's right.
That's including all gamers that are already straight to the finals. But no, so out of 24 teams, you need to be top 15, which still is relatively easy for some teams to make, right? But it's not as easy as top 15 out of 16. You do have way more teams in group. Also, Yellow that have yet to play a single game. They will play their first game on day 2 of the Pmmi group stage.
Yeah, not to mention we still got some other monsters.
Bro, यार दिउँसै ज्वरो 102 थियो एन्टिबायोटिक खाको मलाई किन सुनाएको यार जोक्स.
Wolf as well, looking to
dominate and take that top spot in Turkey. काम त गर्नु पर्यो नि लाइफ त गर्नु पर्यो.
Karya fall out early here. Aurora holding that central position. They're down 2 now. So it's just Refus and Ziol. They're going to have to back off.
यो टुर्नामेन्टमा चाहिँ डिले भएन है. कहाँ हुन्छ त हो चाइनिज इभेन्ट हो चाइनिज इभेन्ट. Proper chance in yo.
Young Galacticos. This is their game, honestly. They need it so.
Ruben Neps like किन स्टार्ट गरेको रे अस्ति ट्राई गरेको नि नयाँ कुरा Ruben Neps खेलेर के हुन्छ कि भनेर.
Need this win.
I just need more aggression from Yangon. They've showed sometimes just sparks of aggression, like, oh yeah, commit to it, and then they just kind of think of another option and they just go for that option instead of just trying to commit to a fight instead. So I feel like that is still something that even when they won PMWC, I was like, I wish I saw more aggression from this roster. They're playing very passive. They're playing the passive route from Undertale right now. That's what it feels like. So I wish they tried to just send it on some fights, just add a lot of value if you do come out on top. Though Fury
second last match.
Cliffside on the mountain next to Power Grid. And they've got a good scope of the
अर्को गेममा न्यू ट्राई गर्छु भन्दै थियो मार्टिनेजले हेरौँ रे हैन होला.
2 Chinese teams pushing up onto them. Actually 3. They're surrounded by 3 Chinese teams. It's Furia surrounded by LGD, Tianba, and K1. It's like a mini PEL where Brazil is also invited.
तर त्यो रोबर्टो मार्टिनेजले भिटिनिया सिटिनिया सबलाई निकाल्छ ब्रुनोलाई चाहिँ निकाल्दैन. त्यो कुरा चाहिँ ठीक लाग्छ कि.
All to their lonesome.
गेमहरु त ब्रुनोलाई नि निकाल्नु पर्ने हो तर सबमा छदै छैन ब्रुनो जतिको खेलाडी.
Igor with that mini looking to pop some headshots. See if he can spot some folks. Ayala though. I don't think he wants to peek. He ain't got no helmet.
Yep. Not the best. Especially imagine if he had an all.
अस्ति तर कोलम्बियाको नि त्यो लुइस डियाज पनि खासै राम्रो खेलेन.
I wish I would have seen the chat's response. I think everybody had to agree. It's a great idea.
I saw a lot of ones. Way more ones than twos. What was one agreeing or disagreeing? I don't remember.
One was agreeing.
One was agreeing. Okay, so people agree with your Orm buff in like at least most people did. So okay, you might be cooking. I might be in the minority here, and that's fine. We do need to make the Orm meta in some way. If that's the way to do it, then fair enough. As Wolves, North America, trying to make their push into the play zone. They've already got some good dips to play around, so I feel like, yeah, just play it passive. There's no reason whatsoever to get involved in that conversation at this stage of the game. It's phase 4. Wait for circle 5. If then there's a fight that makes sense, will provide you value positionally speaking in the circle, then send it. As right now, don't go for it. As Alpha 7 actually do take the high ground. Elementrix, in nade range, I would recommend repositioning with your teammates. It's not a good spot to remain in.
Here comes Carrillo down the buggy. This is the time to get him. And he hit those shots. Beautifully done. Gets the confirmation as well. They're going to definitely thirst that. Let's see what they do as far as to be able to handle Alpha 7. Nice nades from them. That's another good one. Oh, just a little bit off the mark. Elementrix trying to throw some util of his own to buy some time for the rest of his squad to get into this fight. But it looks like we are going to definitely see this battle ring out between Alpha 7 and Wolves.
After Alpha 7 do such a big mistake like that, yeah, of course, even if you're Wolves, just go ahead and punish it. You're in a 4v3 scenario. Position, denying their vision with that smoke. Might as well do it though. You've got to be careful, Elementrix. Don't go too far alone. Wait for your squad to back up that play. Elementrix does get dropped eventually by Revo. It's not the way to work it out. That is, now they're doing a throw of their own, it seems. Definitely not the way to execute it. Nade, good damage maybe on some of the members of Wolves. Nope, does not connect, and it will be Slonic to get it done with a Grenada right now. Nade, trying to get onto Revo. That's the flush confirmed. Nicely done, but the backup nade
Rook
is
one
there
the yo, and
too.
the
This
yo
fight, I
Rook
would say
slowly
it had no
element
reason
tricks
whatsoever to begin in the first
MP
place,
ma
but the execution, especially from Carrillo, who's just beelining it for that solo player.
Maka हो यार
Quality
yes
to me. I'm not sure why Carrillo decided to try and go for such a Hail Mary push when it was just not worth it, and the execution was just not there.
I agree. I understand why the fight's ringing out now. I mean, they're on the edge side, and
now it makes sense.
Their chance of getting third party is so low. But that early
40 fight are 40
didn't know they were there.
Watchparty got
but I mean, they should have known. That's for sure. If you take a look at S2G lost. KRX here.
एकजना चाहिँ नक फिनिश गर्दै
Hansik fight, and I think get some eliminations as well. That's going to leave S2G down to 2 players. With 3 eliminated so far. And yeah, Wolves just not able to finish out the fight properly. And it's just necessary up left.
I wish you could pick up a death crate and put it in the boot of a car. You can only pick it up and put it down somewhere. Imagine you could put it in the boot of a car. Just like, okay, quickly put it in the boot, move up. That would actually be a great feature. I would love to see that added in the future. Just to really use that to its full potential. As of right now, that is not the case. So they've got to loot up in the blue and be quick because phase 5 does tickle a little bit too much. They've got to be cautious. As Aurora, okay, this is I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated because imagine if Aurora were in this position as a full team. Such an easy hold onto both Alpha 7 and
बार्सिलोना पर्दा एउटाले खतरा खेलाएको थियो नि
पोर्चुगीज
स्ट्राइकर
and down
स्ट्राइकर के हो विङर हो स्ट्राइकर
त्यसलाई
चाहिँ वर्ल्ड कपमा लिएर आउनु पर्छ
just instantly go down because they just don't have the numbers to back up a play like that.
So tough to see, especially for the side of Aurora. I mean, they're dead pretty much in the center of this lobby. They're 7th place right now, 27 points. Wolves right below them, 25. They still got a great position, and they still got 2 monstrous players in the lobby, so they can still put something on the board. But yeah, if they would have had 4, this would have been their game locked and loaded for sure. Looking on the other side, though, look at this. We got K1 putting some nades on Tianba.
Easy sector K1 Tianba. Final but नपुगोस् हुन त K1 पनि याज नै झर्ने टिम हो
red that need to make something happen here.
मलाई चाहिँ किन हेड गर्छ
एउटा याज नै एउटा लाको
their back is against the wall, but this is that time. This is one of those championship moments, right? You've got to be able to clutch it up when it counts.
Most definitely. Silence was taken out earlier this game, but they don't have to take the fight head on. They could just let it happen, third party it when it wraps up. Just don't waste your resources.
ठीक है चारवटा किपरको सेट अफ पोस्टलाई ल्याउनु पर्ने रे त्यही त त्यो कोन्सेसाओ ल्याओ
easy flush.
Felix
actually a little bit away from he got and Chiefs. He's got to be a bit careful.
इनहरुको लेभलकै त खेलाडी हो त
त्यो pushing up the mountainside. They are climbing. They got their climbing gear. They're ready to make the push upstairs as the circle favors RRQ. Same for Aurora, meaning Aurora now they're going to be in a hot suit in a hot seat. Hot suit, hot jukes, okay.
Yeah.
So the main focus is going to be Alpha 7 and Wolves. They're going to transcend on their location, so that 2-man defense, it's going to be hard to execute. They need to come out on top.
Oh, Milu getting pieced up. Gonna go ahead and get that heal off very quickly here. Meanwhile, you got Igor with some great angle shots through the smoke, locking them down.
I love that. It seems like they were just waiting for them to cross Ayala, so they had just 2 angles to pressure.
Ronaldo बाइक सबले गर्छ ट्यापिङलाई मात्र के राख्नु बरु प्रेसिङ हान्नेलाई रोनाल्डोले प्रेस नहान्ने त ठिकै छ ल बुढो भयो त्यो साइडको हाल्ने नि प्रेस हान्दैन न ब्रुनो पनि हिन्छ मात्र त्यो जाउ फिलिक्स पनि आफूले आफूलाई के सोच्छ हिन्छ मात्र मुजी अल नासर सोचेछ कि के हो त्यो मुजीले
not aching too much after that fight. The Molly going to push him a little bit more to the left side. Milu
यत्रो सानो उमेरमा मैले साउदी खेल्नु परेछ कोही क्लबले नलिएर
The third party is happening. Sunam with a mini 14 gets that knock. Might just be flushed out as Milu aching. No one nearby to get that double res.
Successful.
Yeah, devastating for Tiamba, especially considering that the blue zone was closing in on them and not much they could do here. Wolves are going to be going out as well in 12th place. Let's see what some of the rest of these squads can do, though. You still got those 2-0 up from Aurora. They're big chillin'. Meanwhile, a lot of these teams on this southeastern side gonna have to find their way to.
Bro, Messi पनि हिन्छ मात्र त मेसीले बल पाएपछि अनि म्याजिक गर्छ नि त राजा गोल नहान्ने पनि गोल हान्छ जस्तो गर्छ नि त हाम्रोले त गोल हान्ने पनि गोल नहाल्ला जस्तो गर्छ नि
not being as kind as last game. So I understand how you make that rotation happen. Reefers are able to pick up a nice knock onto Mernet.
अझै पनि मेसीसँग कम्पेयर गर्दै
I believe they do have a decent defensive dip up north. So sure you might get a bit of damage and knocks, but the flush is going to be very, very hard to pull off unless you go for a full-on crash on their location.
ओइ ल त्यसले आफूले आफूले नेड हाने थियो एक पनि ड्यामेज घटेन यार डीके को त्यसको मुखमा नेड पड्केको थियो आफू
trying to flush it out instantly. Weiji, final play of LGD though, surrounded by the Korean players, trying to swap on over with the JS9, but it's just not enough. LGD swept under the rug, and that's going to be 3 points headed the way of Nolbu and Sizzy.
Great teamwork there. Deepless clear, putting them in the blender right there, finishing them out. Meanwhile, you got
Miramarma Godlike-सँग ड्रपलेस पर्ने हो हाम्रो वर्ल्ड कप Godlike-सँग ढुक्क पर्छ
pretty quiet here in the early
बरु याजमा यहाँ फ्ल्यासलाई छोडिन्छ होला
Godlike-लाई know hey it's time to ramp up the aggression. Let's get some of these eliminations. Trying to make a decision. You got Zing there in the back, just trying to make sure that you keep D plus Kia at bay. So this could be a problem for Thunder Talk. They got to make sure that they commit to one fight at a time. Yes, look inwards, find out where the next zone is, but you gotta worry about D plus Kia. You can't let them sneak up on you.
I mean, this is a great circle for D plus Kia and Furia because the circle is kind of cutting through that mountain southeast, and it means your odds of getting backstabbed are almost, right? No one's going to try and go for wide rotation, especially when the terrain is that rough. The vehicle is going to take you ages, and the tick damage of phase 6 going to phase 7 is insane. So this circle, it's a good time for D plus Kia to start sweeping from the edge inwards. So if they can make use of that, and especially if phase 7 is
Bruno गेडा जस्तो खेले हो कि कोचले ब्रुनोलाई गेडा जस्तो ठाउँमा खेलाएको हो ब्रुनोले बलै छुन पाउँदैन.
So yeah, Fury in particular, no one near them down south except for maybe Alpha 7's duo in Revo and
अस्तिको कोलम्बियासँग पर्दाखेरि गेम चाहिँ कसैले पनि प्यासनै देखाएन हो
out of those two teams.
सबजना लो यसो भएर खेल्दै थियो कुद्दानी कुद्दैनन् सबजना हिँड्छन् हारे हारौँ भने जसरी खेल्दै थियो.
They are in big trouble on the leaderboards. They're outside of the circle.
तिनीहरुको ट्याक्टिक चाहिँ यो गेम नजितौँ हामी अर्जेन्टिनालाई अभोइड गरौँ अर्जेन्टिनासँग हार्यो भने हाम्रो जेनेरेसनल अरा लस हुन्छ भने जसरी बस्छ भिडियो फाइनलमा भिडौँला भने त गयो झन् हार्ड ग्रुपमा गयो.
They're really good on Aurora, trying to be a bit silent, denying.
मैले त थाहा नि पाइन ब्रुनोले बल छुको रे ब्रुनोले बल छुको थियो त राजा त्यो एउटा सुट हाने थियो त रोनाल्डो फ्यानहरुले रोनाल्डोलाई पास दिनुपर्छ भन्थ्यो त एउटा सुट हाने थियो त किपरले बचाएको थियो त यो गेमको चान्सै त त्यही मात्र थियो.
But this is it, Yangon just being too passive. You got a 2v4, you got the man advantage, you need to commit to it. The
P90 लाई त कहाँ सक्नु
doing so much damage with that edge of weapon.
Bro, P90 लाई त कहाँ सक्नु 2 versus 4 कि क्या हो यहाँ त
so much heavy lifting.
ला त्यो मर्ने टारा हान्दिसक्यो त्यो चाहिँ कभर दिदैन साइडकोले P90 लाई कहाँ सक्नु प्रकाश 1 versus 4 जोल
unstoppable with that P90.
एकजना त बाँकी छ नि त
भाग्दै हो स्माइल त
Oh my goodness. They left.
We'll make it work.
Oh, that's rough. That's a bad sign, guys.
ENC को पेजमा नो फियरको ठाउँमा जिगल छ त अरे अझसम्म अफिसियल त्यो रिलिज भएको छैन नि त.
With a P90 again, he does it well. It's up to Stornan of K1. Zio, an absolute beast here on Miramar. Up to 6 eliminations as a solo. What is going on?
2023 को एमभीपी हैन 23 को कि 22 को
22 को लाइन जिउसे जितेको कहिले हो जिउसे जितेको
22 मा त हाम्रो डीआरएस वाला हो 23 को
23 को एमभीपी
Thunder Talk now having to push into the zone little by little.
ब्रुनो जस्तो सेल्फिस कोही छैन यस्ता नि फ्यान हुने रहेछ अनि ब्रुनो जस्तो सेल्फिस ब्रुनोकै अगाडि खेल्छ यार एकजना कस्तो कोही छैन हौ ब्रुनोकै अगाडि खेल्छ यार ब्रुनो जस्तो
teammates got a nade apparently. That's a late down for the count. Oh, he's got no nades.
No man.
Yeah. He's got himself the JS9 though.
मेरो जिन्दगीको सबसे धेरै सेल्फिस हौ.
And Thunder Talk just like yeah we're going to try and lead
Bluetooth goal हान्ने
and try and get the hell away from Gemfos because that angle is just too damn oppressive. And you know what? They make inside the buildings meaning Gemfos can't get involved as much as he would really like to in that position. Thunder Talk falling down like flies is down to AJ and sitting going to go for the first aid.
Wait,
Anna.
Back. Yes, watch out doing this. You need to get the elimination sitting. What was that about?
What are you? It looked like he shot him straight in the back.
Nah, झोल गयो नि यार.
Maybe the pan.
Meanwhile, yeah, Thunder Talk completely gone.
Nice try यार अरोराले पनि ठिकै खेल्दैछ त्यस्तो खतरा वाउ खेलेको छैन के तर जो बाँकी
निकालेको छ हौ जे भने
they need all the luck they can get.
Looking back, I think maybe the pan tanked it a little bit there.
Chicks ta कसले हान्छ त यार क्यूले हान्छ होला यो ठाउँबाट.
Pan is the only thing that makes sense because that looked square on to him.
Square on. Oh, Genfos.
Really good trying to
shot
use.
out of the sky.
Yeah, good trying to use a bit more
Nice.
elevation here.
अरूले कसले हान्यो भाइ YG ले हान्यो हो
RQ, but that's it.
YG-ले र यो फ्युरियाले मिलेर हान्यो होला
Himself on the podium. That's some good points headed their way. No, they were
यही
just
त थियो
so low on
तिनीहरु
the rankings, but actually they're still low, right?
पोर्चुगलले
18
अफिसियल
points.
क्लेम
Not
फाइल
looking too good
गरेको
for Myanmar. But it's Furia.
ब्रुनोको
3
गोल
players
रोनाल्डो त्यस्तो त
against
गरेन होला
that
त्यस्तो
full
कहाँ
squad
फाइल गर्न
of
मिल्छ
RQ that are in last position.
यो
This
त
could
गोल
be
जसको
the
त्यसलाई दिने हो
redemption
नि सिधै
of RQ need
फाइल गर्ने
options
मिल्दैन होला
at the end of this Miramar match.
They have to win. They don't.
दाइको आजको प्रेडिक्सन के छ आजको थाहा छैन यार ओए मेरो यो पोल हटाउनु पर्यो यार 50% यार प्रकाश 1300 भोटमा
बेलुका वाच पार्टीमा थाहा हुन्छ अब वाच पार्टीमा फेरि हाम्रो फुटबल हेर्ने राष्ट्र धेरै हुन्छ अलि जाउँ
and hopefully stretch their way into the
आज
grand
त ब्राजिल
finals.
भर्सेस जापान ब्याङ्गर म्याच हो त यार
Furia to take out. 4v3 situation. Furia has the cover. RQ are sending it with vehicles.
फाइडेन भनि हेर्न जोडले मर्यो
Into their fight. Fury goes down to the play zone. What is going on? Meanwhile, Genfos up close to personal
Deserve गर्छ नि
shot.
यिनीहरु त
Going for the
मर्नलाई
res here. That nade could do it.
Oh no.
It's close. Ooh, it
ला
hurts.
नेडै सक्यो
I think he
2v3
stopped
भयो
the
नि
res there for a split second, so you might have to actually stick it from start to finish again. But they left Thiren in the back end. He just denied himself out to the blue zone. That would have been a full push. It could have been so easy against Furia. Higo gets picked up. Shotguns echoing
हुँदा प्रेस गर्नु
through
पर्छ
the
यिनीहरुले
dust
अब
Miramar,
त
looking
भइहाल्यो
for the final play of Furia, and that is going to be it.
नेट
Game
नभएस त
over.
नि
Our
2 भर्सेस 2
last
हुँदा प्रेस
place
गर्नु पर्दैन र नेट सक्यो हाम्रो भन्ने थाहा भएछ त ला पार जेनफोर्स जापान टिम वर्क भर्सेस ब्राजिल इन्डिभिजुअल परफर्मेन्स है ब्राजिल पनि छ होला त टिम वर्क थाहा छ ठ्याक्क एकजना नक एकजना जोनले खाएपछि त अनि ब्रो नेट नभएछ त प्रेस गर्नुपर्ने हैन र
त्यही हानेन
अब त्यहाँभित्र के भइरहेको छ के थाहा है हामीलाई के हेर्ने हो हामी प्रकाश म्याक्स वेल्समा चुटे खायो भन्दै थियो हाम्रोले
हेरौँ न एकचोटि
चुटे खाएर हेरौ नहेरौँ के गर्ने हो जियो केसर खेल्ने हो र
नै
नखेल्ने ओए उज्जवल त्यो सकिन्छ कि सकिँदैन जिएफएक्स मलाई नत्र इन्स्टामा मेसेज गरेर त सकिन्छ भने डिस्कर्डमा बोलाएर बनाऊ निन्जा दाई ईशान खड्काको फ्यान हो म त्यो फ्रीमै हेरेको छु यार राजा तिमीहरूले अति हेर्छौ कि क्या यार ईशान खड्का ब्रो गार्नाचो कस्तो प्लेयर लाग्छ अरे गार्नाचो मैले जोआ फिलिक्सको गेम हेरेको गार्नाचो ठिकै रहेछ जस्तो लाग्न थालिसक्यो मलाई जोआ फिलिक्सको गेम पोर्चुगिज गार्नाचो लाग्यो मलाई जोआ फिलिक्स आफै हिरो बन्न हान्छ यार जहाँदेखि नि सुट हान्छ यार एटिट्युड आमा त्यो कोलम्बियाको एउटा प्लेयरलाई त घाँटीमा यस्तो यस्तो गर्दै थियो अझ खत्रै खेलाडी जस्तो रोनाल्डोसँग खेलेर केही सिक्छ कि भनेको मैले त्यो चाहिँ कुरा चाहिँ सिकेँ जियो खेलौँ अनि भन्छु अरे अति एटिट्युड दियो यार ब्रुनो पोर्चुगलमा अति सेल्फिसको खाते कहिले राम्रो खेल्दैन अर्को सेल्फिस चाहिँ राम्रो खेल्छ कस्तो कुरा गरेको कोही राम्रो खेल्दैन
त्यो भन्नेले गेमै हेरेको छैन हौ
है
गेम हेरेले त्यस्तो भन्दै भन्दैन
अब आफ्नो राजालाई बचाउनलाई अरूलाई सेल्फिस भन्दिनी खेल्न नसकेपछि सब हुनु पर्यो होइन म खेल्छु त्यो हो नि त सेल्फिसनेस सकि नसके नि म होइन म चाहिँ खेल्नै पर्छ टिमले जस्तो गरे नि नगर्नु दौडिनु पनि छैन केही गर्नु छैन हिँड्दै बसेको छ पिचभरि निन्जाले सिमियोनीको गेम हेरेको छैन क्या अझै रे कसको सिमियोनीको छोराको त हेरेको छैन हौ मैले फिफामा चाहिँ खेल्थेँ त्यो लिएर ओपर पेज छ त्यसको फिफामा चाहिँ
रेक्स भाइ त डट्समा गएछ त
डट्स भनेको कसको टिम
अनिस मोटे
नेपालले इन्एनसीमा डाइरेक्ट इन्भाइट पायो अरे थाहा छैन रोनाल्डो बाहेकको त त्यतिको लेभलमा स्ट्राइकर ए राजा स्ट्राइकरले स्ट्राइकै गरिरहेको छैन नि त हाम्रो त अब जसै स्ट्राइकै नगर्ने भएपछि त म चाहिँ हल्का कुद्ने खेलाडी राख्दा ठिक होला नि त अगाडि सात किल 6 आरआरक्यू के हो आरआरक्यूले पनि कमब्याक गर्यो त प्रकाश 7 किल 6 हान्नु त
हल्का
यिनीहरु हैन अस्ति रुको 15 भएर
के
टेन्सन भएको थियो नि यिनीहरुलाई पीएमजीओमा 15 हुँदा उज्बेकलाई 5 हान्दाखेरि त आम ब्याककै भइसकेको थियो नि सबैजना कहाँ रोनाल्डो मात्र के गर्नु कोलम्बियाले फेरि औकात देखाइदिहाल्यो अब क्रोएसियाले के गर्ने हो क्रोएसियाको तर एजिङ टिम छ हामी भन्दा नदौडिने टिम हो जस्तो लाग्छ तिनीहरु त साइ म्याक्स हेर्नु रे गेम सुरु भयो म्याक्स
के हेर्ने त
गेम सुरु भएको छैन नि म्याक्स केटा व्हाट शुड वी वाच के हेर्ने हो के हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उयो आउँदैन के भन्छ
स्ट्राइक
कपिराइट यो व्हाइ इन्डिया एन्ड चाइना नेभर अट्याक नेपाल हेर्यो भने स्ट्राइक आउँछ कि आउँदैन
खै त्यो तलको जोकरको हवेलीको हो ए यहाँ सिटिएलको पुरै छ
वेलकम लल्स गेमिङ रे यो इन्डियामा त यो क्लासिक प्लेयरहरुको नि कत्रो हुने है
त्यो 40,000 भ्यू लाइभ भ्युर्स लिएर बस्छ भइहाल्छ नि
क्लासिकमा पनि फ्युचर रहेछ यार इन्डियामा चाहिँ केन दामी खेल्दैछ हौ बरु केन दामी खेल्दैछ हौ बरु केन बायन जस्तो गेम छैन केनको पनि बायनमा त अब विङ्गरहरु नि खतरा खतरा थियो केन 9 सजिलो हुन्थ्यो अब इङ्ल्यान्डमा त विङ्गरै गान्डो छ त्यो रेसमा पनि गुइन्थे गोर्डन पनि गुइन्थे साका पनि गुइन्थे त्यो मेडवेटे पनि गुइन्थे सब गुइन्थेछन् इङ्ल्यान्डमा त के निक्लेर के गर्छ हेर्नलाई नि केही छैन यार तपाई र मेरो सेम फिड रहेछ युट्युबको हेर यो हैन नि मेरो फिड यो त मेरो ब्रेभको फिड हो ब्रेभको युट्युब म त कहाँ यो युट्युब चलाउँछु त यो त साइन नै गरेको छु म यो युट्युब त मेरो फिड हैन नि यो त वाच पार्टी गर्दाखेरिको फिड हो झोलको रहेछ नेक्स्ट पेज न सुरु हुन्छ होला नेक्स्ट पेज नेक्स्ट पेज किन वाचिङ छैन आज
आएंगे लेकिन इसी के साथ लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन मैच का आगाज हो चुका है मैच नंबर 4 रहेगा इस आखिरी दिन का और आखिरी रोंडो है कमान संभालते हुए दिखाई देंगे फ्लैश के खिलाड़ी अब देखना ये है कौन सी टीम इस मैच में विनर चिकन डिनर करती हुई दिखाई देगी
प्लेन बासै छैन त निन्जा के हो
खाए लुइस डियाज को गेम चाहिँ कस्तो छ अहिले वर्ल्ड कपमा रे बायन जतिको छैन केटा लुइस डियाज मलाई खोइ तिमीहरुलाई मलाई त लुइस डियाज भन्दा काबारोडोना हिरो लाग्छ हौ
बायनमै खोया खेल्थ्यो अनि त्यो भन्दा बाहिर त कसरी राम्रो खेलोस्
खोया खेले पनि राम्रो खेल्थ्यो त कन्टिन्यू गेम त
ऐसा जो गेम है वो बढ़ती जाएगी
नबनी गेममा चाहिँ डुबो
केन जस्तो स्ट्राइकर भएर हो क्या त्यो पनि हिरो भएको
यहाँ पर भी एक
अच्छा
फाइट एक अच्छा
नत्र लिभरपुलमा नि खासै खतरा त्यो हुन्छ वर्ल्ड क्लास त थिएन नि त लिभरपुल त इनकन्सिस्टेन्ट नि त कहिले खतरा खेल्थ्यो कहिले बिला खेल्थ्यो
देखने को मिल सकती है शायद कुछ
बायनमा गएपछि त हो बुन्डेसलिगा स्टार्ट प्याड गरौ
फाइट का एक हिस्सा बनेगा स्टेडियम बन जाता है अक्सर या फिर यहाँ कभी न्यूयॉर्क फैक्ट्री बन जाती है तो मेरे ख्याल से आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ये नई स्ट्रेटजी बनती जाएगी क्योंकि फिलहाल टीम्स उसको
ओलिसेको असिस्ट पनि नर्मल पास मात्र छ ओइ होइन ओलिसेले त मुझे त्यो एम्बापेलाई कतिवटा पास दिएको थियो पहिलो गेममै एम्बापेले मिस गरेको थियो पहिलो हाफ सेकेन्ड हाफमा मात्र हानेको एम्बापेले
संजू आपको एक
ओलिसेले त मिठो मिठो पास निकाल्दै थियो एम्बापेले ओलिसेले त राम्रै खेलेको छ हौ
और टीम का प्लेयर यहां पर आपको नहीं देखने को मिलता तो वो रिकॉल की
फ्रांस हो गया टीम टू बीट
सर अंजाम देता हुआ
फ्रांस हारे भने चाहिँ अरूको चान्स छ नत्र लगभग फ्रान्सै हो जित्ने केटा
वो 3 किल्स कर चुके हैं
फ्रान्सलाई रोक्ने को छ जर्मनी छ जर्मनीले त सक्दैन जर्मनीले धोबी खान्छ जस्तो लाग्छ 4-5 गोल
और किसकी जाने बढ़ते हुए जरूर दिखाई देंगी शैडो स्पोर्ट्स ऑन द अदर एंड उनके पास एक ही किल है सामने
राइट नाउ टॉप 5 प्लेयर्स फ्रॉम ग्रुप स्टेज टॉप 5 त थाहा भएन फर्स्ट से मेसी हो अरु त जो राख्ने हो
आगे बढ़ते हुए दिखाई देगी इसी एरिया के अंदर हमें होराई स्पोर्ट्स जबकि
साथ ही साथ हमें टीम लॉयल्टी फर्स्ट एंड फ्लैश के प्लेयर भी दिखाई दे रहे हैं।
र एलएफ एसएफ कतिवटा टिम हो त्यहाँ
स्प्रेड रहने वाली है, शायद असेंबल होकर खेलते नजर आए, बट इसी दौरान
स्पेन पनि केटा हो त्यो स्पेनलाई सबले फेभरेटमा राखेको थियो तर गेम त्यस्तो सारो छैन नि स्पेनको हेर न
दिखाई दे रही है। कहीं शायद ईगल हलाल है तो वहां पर खाने के लिए उन्होंने शिकार कर लिया उसका, बट यहाँ पर गेम
स्पेनलाई पोर्चुगलले आउट बनाउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई त।
नहीं मिलने वाली
यमाललाई नुनो मेन्डेजले पकेट गर्यो भने त जित्न सकिन्छ हो
का शिकार नहीं करी। वो ASI 8 को भी पकड़ के
नुनो मेन्डेजले पकेट गर्नु पर्यो
उनको भी यहाँ पर नॉक अभी मुझे किल फीड के अंदर टीम ASI 8 का भी नॉक है, बट बूम खुद भी एक प्लेयर नॉक हो जाएगा। ओक्टा की बात करें या फिर यमी की, दोनों एक किल करने में कामयाब हो चुके हैं।
चांसेस है
अगर तो इस गेम के अंदर भी 10 पॉइंट वो आसानी निकाल लेते हैं तो डेफिनेटली पॉइंट वो आसानी एक अच्छा एवरेज पॉइंट मार्कर सेट करके आगे बढ़ते हैं।
ब्रूनो लानी टॉप
अल्टर ईगो दिस टाइम अराउंड एक
मेरे लागि त जस्तो खेलेको ब्रूनो हो
किल हाथ पे नहीं रहने वाला।
चेक यो मुझे
किल
वहां सके बाहर इजी से
मैक्सिमल्स का पास अभी तक कोई एक किल नहीं रहने वाला, बट
बैठे खेल्दै छ त को खेल्दै छ हाम्रो
वो 2 किल्स 2 पॉइंट्स अपने साथ और
बैठे ऐसे खेला
टीम
नाइस शीतल
वो आगे बढ़ती है ग्रेनेड का इस्तेमाल करने के लिए, बट ग्रेनेड
नाइस इसका
भी शिकार कर सकता था, बट
वो खेलते रहना चाहिए
विन हो जाएंगे नॉक
ला बेटे
हो जाएंगे। टीम और आई स्पोर्ट्स जो काफी फेवरेट
को खेलते थे ना आर्टिकल पे था
थे वो यहाँ पर पकड़ी जाएगी। नाउ स्लीपी को भी पकड़ा जाएगा। जिगल समवेयर अराउंड वो अब रिकॉल की ड्यूटी देते हुए दिखाई देगी, बट अभी के लिए बात कीजिए
हैन नो फेयर नभएर हो भन्न नमिल्ने के केटा नो फेयर भए पनि सेक्स यो मुझे
फिर से मैन एडवांटेज के साथ आपको इस ग्राउंड के ऊपर दिखाई देगी। टीम मैक्सिबल्स वो भी
भिनी पनि हिरो यार केटा हो ब्राजिललाई एक्लै क्यारी गर्दै छ यार भिनीले पनि
वो भी सारी कहानी
चाहिने बेला गोल हालिन्छ यार।
रिकॉल का ऑप्शन इस इन टीम के लिए जैसे समझ लें कि आप एक उस लड्डू हो गया भाई
भिनीले यस्तो खतरा खेल्छ ब्राजिलको लागि सोचेको थिएन। पहिलो टुर्नामेन्ट होला हैन भिनीले राम्रो खेलेको देशको लागि
आएंगे। और अभी भी अगर आप देखें स्टार्टिंग फेज के अंदर ये जो किल नंबर है
ग्रुप स्टेज में 3टा एमवीपी पाए त भिनीले पनि
3 डीएक्स के पास 1 टीम शार्पर के पास 2 देन एलएफ भी 2 किल्स कर चुकी है। टीम एसआई
पीएमएनसी खेलने की नहीं ब्रो रे पीएमएनसी जुट्स टीम ही छैन का
कर चुकी है। एचबी भी 2 किल्स कर चुकी है। होराई स्पोर्ट्स 4 जबकि शैडो स्पोर्ट्स 2 किल्स। मतलब कि किसी भी मैप के अंदर
किमिच रे टॉप 5 प्लेयर किमिच पर्छ टॉप 5 प्लेयर
हर टीम के पास ये नंबर नहीं होता, ये नंबर काउंट नहीं होता। बट किल फीड की अगर हम बात करें तो यहाँ पर फिलहाल फ्लैश को पकड़ा जा रहा है। लोल्टी पल्स थोड़ा सा क्लोज करते हुए जरूर दिखाई देगी स्लेट के ऊपर।
क्यापो भर्डेको गोलकीपर नि पर्छ होला नि हो टप 5 प्लेयरमा त्यो मजले त्यो कम सेभ गरो
खेलना चाहते हैं बट शॉटगन का कनेक्शन यहां पर
स्ट्राइकर अगाडिको खेलाडीहरुमा त पर्ने हो र टप 5 प्लेयर गोलकीपरहरु चाहिँ पर्न मिल्दैन।
शार्पर के एक प्लेयर को जरूर पड़ेगा, बट अभी डेक्सी वो थोड़ा सा और आगे बढ़ेंगे। उनको अंदाजा है कॉल जा चुकी होगी कि यार 1 एचपी है, बट ऐसा नहीं है।
रूल्स हिमसनलाई लिएर हेला न
सबसे बड़ा धोखा पबजी मोबाइल में किसी ने अगर दिया है तो वो यही है कि 1 एचपी
तोते भाषा तोते बोल्छन् मान्छेहरुले त थाहा त मुझे तोते लेख्छन् पनि।
ग्रेनेड कहानियां तब्दील करेगा। रोशान काफी लो एचपी हो चुके हैं और अब उनके दिल से यही आवाज निकल के आ रही होगी कि भाई रिवाइव कर दे। और यहाँ पर रिवाइव पॉसिबल नहीं है, फाइट यहाँ पर करनी है, बट ओ माय गुडनेस इससे अच्छा रिवाइव हो जाता तो शायद यहाँ पर प्लेयर काउंट आपको सामने नजर आ रहा होता। बट फ्लैंक की नाउ आप वो 1v1 लेते हुए जरूर दिखाई देंगे। टैक्सी को यहाँ पर पकड़ा जा सकता है, बट ओ माय गुडनेस आई वाज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस। टीम एलएफ देखते ही देखते ये तीनों प्लेयर्स एलिमिनेट हो जाएंगे। मंगोल्स भी अपने रिकॉल की ड्यूटी जो है बासानी के साथ अंजाम देती है, बट फाइट अभी दोस्तों फाइट अभी बाकी है शार्पर ई स्पोर्ट्स के ऊपर। यहाँ पर अब हमला होगा टीम एचपी का। ग्रेनेड जाता है कोई नहीं निकालेगा, बट स्प्रे जरूर गेम बनाएंगे डेक्सी। ये दोनों प्लेयर्स थोड़ा सा दूर रहने वाले हैं।
गोल हान्दिदैछ स्टार्टरै हो
क्योंकि उनको अंदाजा है कि अब मैं जाऊंगा
आज खेल्छ होला कुनिया
बनेगी तो
सपोर्ट गर्ने हो त कुनियालाई
चाहते वो बैकएंड पे होल्ड करना चाहते हैं। टीम होल्ड
च्याट हेर्दा त वर्ल्ड क्लास एनालिस्टहरु यही रहेछ त अरे
आगे बढ़ते हुए दिखाई देंगे। मैक्सिबल भी इन्वेडर जो है वो किल फीड के
अब सबले आफूले पुछेको भन्ने त हो नि।
टीम कोई और नहीं ईगल्स रहने वाली है। ईगल्स को पकड़ा जा रहा है टीम मैक्सिबल्स की जानिब से। एक किल टीम मैक्सिबल्स ने कंफर्म कर लिया, बट दिस टाइम अराउंड दिस इज नॉट ईगल, दिस इज टीम एएसआई 8। इन्वेडर बासानी जाते हैं।
टॉप स्कोरर त ओन गोल छैन अरे होला नि त्यत्रो गेम भयो अनि कतिवटा ओन गोल भयो।
बैकएंड पे बैठे हुए हैं कीटोन और कीटोन
त्यसरी हामीले पोर्चुगलमा नि फर्स्ट नाइट खेलाउन ट्राई गर्नुपर्ने एकचोटी।
अब आगे बढ़ने के लिए
के चाहिँ चित्त बुझेन भन्दा गोन्कालो रामोसलाई एकचोटी पनि छिराएन क्या पोर्चुगलले। फर्स्ट गेम छिराएको थियो तर स्ट्राइकरमै छिराएन फर्स्ट गेम। भिटिनिया निकालेर छिरा जस्तो लाग्यो, चान्सै दिएन क्या। रामोसलाई
होता है आपके सामने है बट
जस्तै खेले पनि एकचोटि चान्स ग्रुप स्टेजमै दिएको भए थाहा हुन्थ्यो नि त अब नकआउटको बेला खेलाउने ट्राई नै गरेन क्या रोबर्टो मार्टिनेजले
होगा टीम एएसआई
कोही किन हो त्यस्तो
तीन प्लेयर इस एरिया कवर गवा देगी शानदार 4 किल्स पॉइंट टीम मैक्सिमल्स अपने नाम करती है बट एक अच्छी बात
त्यही त स्ट्यान्डमा त्यही भनेको मैले चान्स नै दिएन क्या
वाले थे और तीनों प्लेयर्स को एक दफा फिर से रिकॉल कर दिया जाएगा
जसै ड्र हुने गेम हो हारिन फरक नपर्ने त्यो कोलम्बियासँग चान्स दिएको भए हुन्थ्यो नि अन्तिमतिर 15 मिनेट भए पनि
वापस से हासिल
छैन
करते हैं और अब विद फोरमैन
त्यो मुझीलाई
शायद और
त्यो
की जाने बढ़ते
त्यो म्यानेजर फेरि कस्तो साइको हो किन प्लेयर लिएर आउनु
जी हाँ बिल्कुल लेकिन इसी के साथ अगर आप बात
स्ट्राइकर एउटा मात्र लिएर आउनु अरु सब अरु प्लेयर लिएर आउनु नि
ओइ सुरु भएछ उतै यता हेरौँ उता छोड
मैले लाग्यो ल उले भन्दैन मलाई सुरु भयो भने मैले भन्नुपर्छ
Wolf has been so consistent. We'll see how they end up playing tomorrow as well. But man, I mean, Regnum Karya in last place is just crazy. It's the blonde hair, telling you, blonde-haired Silas.
हैन त प्रकाश
It's not working.
ग्रुप स्टेजबाट हामी जसै पुग्ने हो हैन त नकआउट हामीले अन्तिममा कोलम्बियासँग हाइड्रेसन ब्रेक पछि या सेकेन्ड हाफमा ट्राई त गर्न मिल्थ्यो नि त रामोसलाई स्ट्राइकर बनाएर केही चेन्ज ल कामै गरेन भने ठिकै छ नकआउट पनि रोनाल्डो खेलाउला ट्राई त गर्न सकिन्छ नि त
हाम्रो हालेको टिमले गरे नर्वेले
Green.
उनीहरूले त गिभ अपै गरे हो नि
That's what I'm saying. It's on brand.
आलामहरूले त
जितेको भए कोसँग पर्थ्यो र
जितेको
भए अर्को हाफमा फ्रान्ससँग पर्थ्यो के अरे जर्मनीसँग पर्थ्यो Round of 16 मा
Do it, man. I swear it will work.
You need it now, honestly.
Spain, Germany, Portugalहरुको ब्र्याकेटमा आउँथ्यो
At this point, you got to mix it
अहिले
up.
लाई
man. It's the
इङ्ल्यान्ड
last game of the
अर्जेन्टिना
day. They do have
हरुको ब्र्याकेटमा छ
Begalo to themselves. So, all right, here we go.
कस्तो रहेछ
Alpha
त्यसरी हारेको
7
तर
in the mix.
नर्वे क्वालिफायर क्वार्टर फाइनल पुग्ला ब्रो रे ल म त इङ्ल्यान्ड भर्सेस नर्वेमा नर्वे सपोर्ट हो म त
I think after that last push
परो भने
onto Wolves.
म त हाल्यान्ड खतरा लाग्छ हो केटा
But the IGL is out.
फेभरेट स्ट्राइकर
Who's IGLing now then? Revo?
Baba
He's
लाग्छ
the
हो
most
मलाई त
experienced player on this line.
क्यारिलो बेन्च भएछ हौ यता हेरौँ न
हो र
Benny here with
Oh,
a DS9.
नयाँ खेलाडी
Gonna be cornered here, trying to go for
No,
big
के
five.
भन्ने
Not
छ
going to connect whatsoever. Trying to go for the big jump and escape back to the safety of his squad mates. But why is this fight happening
ओ यो
in this area in particular?
Oh,
Cruz de
no.
Valle is such an odd one. The Molotov spreads out, almost Nuth's going on down.
नुच
This
नुच
is a horrible one, and TRE and Hoxie are nowhere to be seen. Have to cross the road to get involved in that discussion.
Problem is the loot is so low. It's a tough fight regardless of the
नर्वे
situation. Hoxie, yeah,
आज
holding
जित्यो
that
भने
high
ब्राजिल
ground
र
right
यो
there.
जापानसँग
Obscuro
भिड्ने हो
knows
नर्वे
he's trying to smoke. They're trying to get to the squad so they can do the 4v2. Ooh, nice shots there from Hoxie. He does make it in the building though. Down to 1 HP. Switches to the AK super late. And
ब्रो सुताइदियो त A7 लाई त
getting
ब्रो A7 लाई त सुताइदियो त KRX ले
It's the sub coming
एकजना अफेङ्गल बसेर सब मुस्ताइदियो
खतरा होल्ड म्यान
Oh, okay. You would have showed me.
यो घर देखि मलाई कहाँ याद आउँछ भन्दाखेरि त्यो मोन्टेनेगोको त्यो डाँडाको साइडमा त्यो अस्ति के रे
PMGO in Uzbekistan won by Regnum
कोटीले
Karya.
चिकन खाएको थियो नि त्यो डाँडामा
PWC won by
त्यसको मुनि
Yangon
पहिला
Galacticos.
ओरेन्ज
Look at
रक
that,
क्याम्प
PMGC
गर्दै थियो
won
कि
by Alpha 7.
TSM एन्टिटीले गएर सेक दिन्छ क्या त्यहाँ
won global events in 2025.
म पहिला सबै हेर्थेँ नि त गेम तिनीहरूको त्यही याद आउँछ हौ ओआर र एन्टिटी परेको थियो क्या त्यसको मुनिको त्यस्तै गर्नु
going on? This is the
केटालाई याद
most
छ कि छैन
insane turn of events I think I've ever seen in PUBG Mobile Esports history, where your previous 3 global champions are playing terribly. To be completely
औरल
blunt,
राम्रै
they are
खेल्दैछ
looking
त हौ
like
फर्स्टको
the
49 छ
shadow
तिनीको
of the
37 छ
past selves.
अँ
What is
राम्रो
happening
मतलब
to these
ठिकठाक
three squads?
उनीहरूको लेभलको गेम हैन नि त यो त
No idea, man.
हामीले त उनीहरूलाई जहिले डोमिनेट गरेर देखे हो नि
I'm
त
so confused.
It's the green. That's what it is. Too much money.
But no,
That's
but
what it is,
seriously,
man.
what is happening? Like your 3 global champions of
त्यो
last
भिडियो
year
हालेको छ हौ
are
जोनाथन किनियोले
nowhere to be seen right now. And you can also echo that back at PMGO Season 1, right? Alpha 7 out, Yangon Galacticos not even there, Regnum Karya not even there. What the hell's going to happen in PMWC? I have no idea, but all the teams that did well last year just falling flat on their faces, man. Nowhere to be seen so far in the big old year of 2026.
आज ब्राजिल र जापानमा जसले जिते पनि क्वार्टर फाइनल पक्का हो अरे लामो पक्का हो नर्वेसँग भिड्छ भनेको हैन
Putting in the work in game. I don't know
The
what to
vampire
say
effect.
here. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, vampire.
म त नर्वेलाई
Just
विश्वास
big
गर्ने हो
chilling, you know, getting massages, relaxing. You know, after winning a tournament like that, and just getting, I think, a little too comfortable. That's all I could say. I mean, the reason why is because, I mean, I heard it from
no essay, no
Alpha 7
views रे
themselves.
आउनु पर्ने मान्छेहरु आइरा होला चाइनातिर म चाहिँ मिलियन वाचिङ होला we are app मा उनीहरुलाई के मतलब कस्तो कुराहरु नो essay, no views रे प्रकाश
something's wrong. I mean,
इनालाई भ्युज नै चाहिएको भए इन्डियन टिम बोलाइहाल्छ नि एसएले कति नै भ्युज दिने यार
I will say that Carrillo is
इन्डियन टिम बोलाएको भए कति भ्युज आउँथ्यो कस्तो कुराहरु
राजाले यताको भ्युज गर्ने छन् गाउँ चाइनाको हस्टेलमा गएर हेर न उता
सानमा नो एसए नो भ्युज रे हो मची हाम्रो मिलियन वाचिङ आउँछ जस्तो
but and that could have been the case, but it didn't work out.
भ्युज चाहियो भने इन्डियालाई इन्भाइट गरिहाल्छ नि
Alpha 7 just what is going on, and you're right, yeah, looking at the previous winners just
Indonesia
so far
views
down on the
दिने
leaderboards, it's just wild to see.
जापान कोरियातिर नि भ्युज होला यो टर्कीतिर नि भ्युज होला
regardless. I wish Revo would focus more on this game than posting stories about his car.
होरालाई किन इन्भाइट नआएको होरालाई थाहा भएन यार केटा होराको सट्टा गोटलाई किन दियो भनेर थाहा भएन वेटिङ लिस्टमा होरा भन्दा हामीले भन्दा गोटलाई प्रायोरिटीमा राखेको थियो न त हामीलाई प्रायोरिटीमा राखेको भए त वेटिङ लिस्टको फर्स्टमा हामी भएको भए त हामीले भिजा लाउँथ्यौँ नि अनि 40 लाई नआउने बित्तिकै हामी गइहाल्थ्यौँ नि वेटिङ लिस्टमै हामीलाई प्रायोरिटी दिएन अनि हामीले पाउँदै पाएन क्या स्लट न त हामी गए पनि नगए पनि हामीलाई वेटिङ लिस्टमा फर्स्टमा राख्थ्यो भने त प्रकाश भिजा लाइराख्न त राख्न मिल्यो नि त लाएर राख्न त कति नै पैसा खर्च हुने हो
Yeah, they're very desperate for changes that are just so far not sticking in this Macau Invitational lobby.
Crazy thing to see, guys. Crazy thing to see. It's
Brazil's coming after me.
Dude, Sunil Chhetri को CR7 रे कस्तो कुरा गरेको रोनाल्डो मेसीको अगेन्स्टमा मात्र हो का रोनाल्डो भन्दा हिरो मेसी अरु जसको अगाडि पनि रोनाल्डो लिने हो कस्तो हेपेको रोनाल्डो आफ्नो टाइमको त बेस्ट प्लेयर हो नि यार मेसी भाइ
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just what?
अरुसँग त कम्पेयर गर्न मिल्दैन
Right? Yeah, I know that we're kind of harping on this topic. It's just wild to see. Let's see if maybe they can shut us up a little bit, right? Come on, Regnum Karya.
पैसा चाहिँ कति छ यसको 4-5 लाख डलर छ होला राजा
Hey, you know what? Nah, we were just messing around.
त्यो भनेको 7 करोड 50 लाख होला
It's a prank, bro. I swear, please. Let me. Circle about to share to about. Okay, now you know what.
ओए जोन त हेर त जोन त हामीलाई त हामी अहिले खेलेको भए सेटरमा हुन्थ्यौं तेरो लागि मेसी बाहेक होला सबैको लागि हैन त्यो फुटबल बुझेकोहरुको लागि हो
Very similar to last game, right? You want to try and see those wide rotations to avoid the cluster of teams that are just trying to go from around the likes of Furia on Hacienda del Patron. So teams are going to try and be a little bit more methodical and thoughtful about their early game transition. I'm surprised with Aula that they've been able to maintain their position, right? I feel like a lot of teams trying to play catch-up, but yeah, putting Mina up in such a good position. I do wonder, can they remain number one after today, knowing that teams like SGG and LGD are just right behind them? Can they make it happen that they are your quote-unquote champion of group stage day one in Pmmi?
I hope so. I think that if you're Alula, you want to finish the day really strong because you never know what's going to happen in your next day of performance going up against a totally
Indian vamos Argentina ho ki होइन यार म त Argentina हेर्वा छु
so many points that you're locked in on just day one. I mean, I'm pretty sure they already are. But why not, right? Put the stamp on it and give yourself that extra confidence going into possibly the finals. So Alula, great start for them. I know their entire
यस्तो निशान खड्का को मन पर्छ भन्दाखेरि अब रोनाल्डो र मेसी भेटो भने म रोनाल्डोसँग फोटो खिच्छु तर को खतरा खेलाडी हो भन्नु नि मेसी खतरा खेलाडी हो त्यो हो र म त रोनाल्डै भन्छु नि आफ्नो क्लबको लागि खेलेको प्लेयर तर अब राम्रोलाई राम्रो भन्नु पर्यो नि त
And I think that especially the way they played that game was just beautiful. I'm even thinking of making a video on that because it was just so well executed when you have a position like that. They did every single right step to convert that position into an actual decently high elimination focused chicken dinner. So STG showing up massively. Also outdoing the boys of Regnum Kara, which what is going on there? No clue, still no idea.
सनन्दा पागल हुन्छन् होला है वर्ल्ड कप पोर्चुगल जित्यो ब्रो रे जिते नि पागल हुन्छ नजिते नि पागल हुन्छ नि दाइका अस्ति पागल भइसक्यो
It's not impossible, but with this kind of performance, it's, I would say, unlikely for sure.
It's not looking good. That's for sure, right?
United Ronaldo राम्रो थिएन र राजा United Ronaldo बबाल थियो त हौ 2008 को Ronaldo त What makes Messi special than CR7
And with how they've been playing so far,
यस्तो कुरा गरेको गेम हेर न थाहा पाइहाल्छ नि
It's the same thing with Young Galacticos, right?
फुटबल हेर्दैन क्या
एक क्वेशन गरेर च्याट जीपीटी लाई हैन त आन्सर दिन्छ
just losing that 4v2 was made me just think like, all right, something is severely wrong. And it's just wild to see. Next
up, एक प्लट यो KRX तिरको डाटा जान्छ
and it looks like people are agreeing with my
लेफ्ट पट्टि टिमै छैन
but you know what? It's fine because they're trying to make some more money as the zone goes on up and
PKR के गर्ने अब डाँडा खेल्ने कि मुनि घर खेल्ने ब्रो
डाँडो खेल्ने डाँडो डाँडो अहिले डाँडा बसेर किलिङ खेल्न नि
मतलब जस्तै टप 15 मात्र आउनु पर्ने हो डाँडै खेलेको राम्रो है फाइनल भएको भए डु अर डाइ गेम पोइन्ट लिएर आउनै पर्यो भने चाहिँ ल ठीक छ मुनि बसेर सेभ खेलौ अब यसमा त अनि पोइन्ट फरकै पर्दैन भने चाहिँ माथि बसेर खेल्दा इजी छ त चाउमिन आउला त युनाइटेड चाउमिन आउनु पर्ने हो यार एन्जो पनि किन्न खोज्दै थियो हैन रियलले एन्जो किन भने चाहिँ चाउमिन आउँछ
As a not bad position on the east, good high ground spot, good compound, keeps them hidden. They could just peek with that third person perspective, and especially silence. We saw what that guy can do at the mid to long range with his M4. He's got the 6x scope ready to go at a moment's notice. So definitely want to respect it, not peek it, which Chamber will be avoiding as much as possible. RQ, and Top going to be having a bit of a clash, and Top will get knocked.
Top getting knocked, but he should be able to get res here. I think he is in a safe location. What I can tell, yeah, okay, so he's gonna get rezzed. Regnum Karia throwing out a lot of util here for a very tough spot in this circle. It is semi-central, but not a lot of cover. They're gonna lose all their vehicles here. This is one of those spots that you're just hard committing to. Like you're like, I'm gonna stay here, and we hope the zone just locks on this position.
It's no good hiding spots for your vehicles.
आज आएर यो दाइ मन पर्यो किन हो
You lose all your vehicles. You pop 1, 2 wheel per car, boom, done. As you said, you're stuck in that.
मलाई रोनाल्डो मन पर्यो मेसी मन पर्यो नि तिमीलाई किन के हुन्छ र यार आफूको प्रेफरेन्स त हो
Just cross your fingers and say please circle come our way.
चाउमिन आए त दामी मिडफिल्ड हुन्थ्यो दाइ
And again for Nigeria like Silas.
चाउमिन र टोनालीमा एउटा साइन गर्नुपर्ने यार टोनाली उनकी स्पर्श जाला जस्तो छ
Early send when you literally
चाउमिन र एलेक्स स्पट लिएर आए नि हुन्छ अब चाहिँ नि उगार्ते त घाइते भइहाल्यो उगार्ते घाइते भएपछि अब एउटा अर्चिक मिडफिल्ड साइन गर्नै पर्ने प्रेसर पर्ने के यिनीहरुलाई अब तीनटा त साइन गर्नै पर्छ मिडफिल्ड
I don't blame you, man. I mean, you wild even then in that shack. Like, I understand. Like, you could take some
shots. It was going to be हामीले प्यानमालाई अनि K1लाई.
And thirst, but otherwise, you shouldn't even be looking at all. You don't want to lose a single amount of that armor because you're not getting any more.
Bro, ULA कुन कन्ट्रीको हो रे? ULA को लेखमा हेर न के लेखेको छ त्यो साउदीको रहेछ नि त.
Hope the zone comes to you, and then you can make something happen. So that's
खाना खाएको यार.
Bigatron though are dead center.
निको पासलाई साइन गर्नु निको पासले छोड्दैन हौ निको पास लिएर आएर चाहिँ कहाँ खेलाउने ब्रुनोको सट्टा कस्तो कुरा गरेको वर्ल्डको बेस्ट मिडफिल्डरको सट्टा खेलाउँछ निको पासलाई कोमामा खेले जस्तो हुन्छ र प्रिमियर लिगमा त्यस्तै छ निशान खड्का केटाहरु फुटबलको मात्र कुरा गर्छ केटा हो फुटबलको कुरा भरे गर का भरे वा चलाउनु
It's a very interesting terrain. You just don't see in esports that often. I think the last time I saw one was in a regional tournament last year, but it's very rare. As they will maybe have to push up onto D+, right? The circle is kind of forcing them down.
Alex Spotलाई त यता तान्नै पर्छ मनिस गुरुङ
So STG's just got to be a little bit more.
Alex Spot हिरो लाग्छ मलाई.
The next step is going to be.
And this is a tough fight here.
Yeah, and talking about STG, I do wonder if they have their owner, Baris G, doing a watch party. He's always doing a watch parties for his team. It's so hype when he's doing his watch parties. So I'm sure he's very happy with the current performance of STG compared to PMGO Season 1.
गेममा फोकस गर न यार जो अघिदेखि बल त्यस्तै छ यार राजा वर्ल्ड कपको बेला बल
BTR going to get a second knock on the K1. So K1 getting punished. Most likely on rotation. AJ though getting caught in the open, hitting that left and right, hits the lay down and survives for just a second long.
गरे भए हुन्थ्यो त यार सुतेर एकछिन.
Anyway. QZZ and he does not let those slide. That's for sure.
Yeah. There's so many players that have like QZ, QXZ. I never know how many Z's I have to pronounce in there. QZZZZ, then you have QXZZ. I do not. There's too many Z's.
CS:GO और GIO के रेस कस्तो क्वेशन छोडेको यार.
I don't know.
यो के यस्तो आर्सेनलले बेच्छ होला हो
That's the difference.
Ah, the more Z's you have in your name, the more powerful you are.
किन्ने मान्छे
Okay, Silas Z.
Or Silas spelled with all Z's instead of S's. Silas.
Silas?
यो नो टिभी बसेमा दामी छ
I feel like I have a list when I'm
SD मा आउँछ कि आउँदैन त्यो हेली टिभी लाइभ स्ट्रिम भन्नेहरु त हेली टिभी त आजकल अड्किन थालेछ हौ हल्का नअड्किने चाहिँ SD मा आउने छैन वेबसाइट
Just leave the vicinity. It's not worth encountering.
यो गोर्खे
Out in the
भनेको
booze
यार
that
मुख
just
छाड्न
transfer
मात्र
by, get a few
आएको
placement points, maybe a few limbs here and there as a solo. It would be worth it. Could maintain you up in the rankings in number 1. Has lost of SPG with MCG and Kamikaze looking for the entry point. They do find D+. Sizzy is out for the count. Fabian Noble a little bit too far away for true backup on that location. But Chips does get Kami, and that's going to really lock down S2G in that building. They just can't escape. They are surrounded by the Korean players.
Yeah, they're not leaving that building anytime soon. They're going to have to fight their way to victory. Necessary. Been a great player so far for the Wolves. We've seen some very phenomenal plays from him. But now he's going to have to make something happen with himself and Elementrix as they look to possibly get in a vehicle and try to find a spot in this next zone. Single player from Alula going to try to do the same. Uh-oh, he sees a crate. He said, I'll take that. I need it. What does he get? What does he get? What does he get? What does he get? Oh, never mind. Psych. Out of there.
He knew there was a team behind him. That's why he's like, yeah, not worth it. I'm just going to try and reposition. He finds himself a little shed, and he gets prone in time.
जियोमा त ठिकै खेल्दै थियो त STG अहिले त #2 मा छ तरे भर्खर ग्रुप स्टेज हो ग्रुप स्टेज
These windows are so big. I don't think that smoke is going to do much for you, but he does try. It might keep him alive just a few minutes longer.
प्लस लबीको सबसे हिरो टिम वेबो गेमिङ हुन्छ हैन त लबीमा
see Wolves take that crate. Elementrix, what does he get? What does he get? Level 3. Is he going to find a weapon?
भरेलाई पाउने हो र हेरौँ के हुन्छ
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Famas ammo. We'll take that. All right. Meanwhile, Nobu getting knocked there to Hamsuji. Fabian got that nade, trying to make something happen there onto Lost. Nobu is going to get thirsted. And man, yeah, it's just Fabian left for D+ Kia.
Setting it kind of solo. Yeah, I'm not liking it. It's D+ Kia known for their synergy here, just kind of sending multiple solos, making it very easy for SGG to subvert expectations. LGD from China looking to also third-party this fight. Love it. Lost, taken out.
Here we go.
In the source, and that's going to be
finally
going on the aggression. The third party is interesting. They do get that final elimination. Good nade from Say Cloud. He gets Fabian out of that game. D+ Kia fully eliminated in that game. Will remain in 7th position on the leaderboards. And LGD, if you're LGD, I would say don't commit to the fight. You see this as a full squad. The third party, that engagement, leave it be. They're not wounded. They're in a very healthy condition. Both teams shake hands and leave, which is exactly what Yangon are doing. I love it. That is how it should be played in progression.
Yes, that's the time to play passive Galacticos, right? I went from 0% hope to 1%. Right?
September.
Young Galacticos, make me a believer here. Can they fully rocket launch up the leaderboards? They definitely can. They have all 4 up. They have the north side here. They need to capitalize on it.
WBG अर्को ग्रुपमा भोलि खेल्छ ग्रुप C होला आज A versus B हो कि
त्यही मेरो फोटो हेर भाइ
kind of gifted over to LGD, so they're going to get all that ammo, maybe some extra healthy tier 3 helmets if they can get in those death crates. Also maybe an airdrop weapon if one was looted early on. Actually, talking about airdrop weapons, BTR, usually in their early game stage, we saw it on the first of Miramar, they got the airdrop. And I do wonder if they did get another one. I'm looking here, Razak, Org, also maybe another player's got it. But at least if you do get the airdrop, even if you do not get from the loot truck any airdrop weapons, you at least get tier 3 helmet, tier 3 vest, and you're just going to look very healthy in this game. So, it's still a big win to get that loot truck for relatively free, I would say.
Yes.
You Maxman
such a difference maker in the meta when it comes to PUBG Mobile esports. I love it. I love it. I think it just definitely adds that little extra thing to a lot of these different POIs, where now it's just so much more valuable to take it because of that loot truck. Meanwhile, with that mini, putting in some work onto Young Galacticals, they ended up losing a player. I'm down to 0.5% believing.
कस्तो उयो गरेको है बडी शेमिङ जुट्सको टी-शर्ट त हामीलाई ब्ल्याङ्केट हुन्छ होला रे हो
Triple Z.
Get it right.
हाँस हो म्याक्सम्यान पनि मेरो कुरा सुनेर
No, every tournament he needs to add a Z, and then at one point it's just going to be too long. He's going to hit the limit of PUBG Mobile names.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if he's able to hit those shots with that mini, though. Oh!
Nice one.
Quick headshot. How about another one?
Oh, doesn't get him.
Little peek. Yeah. Touched him up, though, that's for sure.
Yep, that's for sure. Definitely looking good. By the way, team, there's dead center on this circle. We've got a few, right? You got LGD, you got Yangon Galacticos, KRX, previously known as DRX, did have a rebrand recently. But Aurora as a four-man team in the seeing a Mongolian chicken dinner.
Clean feed देखो भाई ठीक हुन्छ यार क्लीन फिट छैन
Last
र
time we saw chicken dinner from them was back in the last game of
प्रकाश यसको क्लीन फिट मिलाउन सकिन्न
Miramar, right? Where
हैन होला उ क्लीन फिटै बनाएको
and I was not impressed. I need to see these big wins from Aurora.
Back
in the day when they were known as APG. Because right now, the circle is looking really, really kind to them. Let's see if they can hold down the fort.
As a ABC, 3 दिन 2 दिन 12 गेम खेल्ने हरेक ग्रुप
3 of the top 4 teams out. This could be Aurora's chance.
And top 15 qualify AZ पर्खिरहेको छ
They have all 4 up. They got some numbers with them. And they are in dead center of the zone. I think this is it. I think this is their time to shine here. And really show that, hey, we came to play. We're not waiting until the last game to put some points. Nope, we're doing it day number 1. LGD's
क्लीन फिट ब्राजिलियनले क्लीन फिटमा वाच पार्टी हानिरहेछ नि ओइ प्रकाश बुझिस
gave me a little spark of hope. Now down to 1. Oh, top gets knocked out by Wild. Reefus gets that final thirst onto Yangon Galacticos.
भोलि त कहाँ यो जहिले यो फिटमा हेर्नु हुन्छ त
That's going to be a little bit of a tough one. Losing out on a player. Aurora, the trio. Thing is that the main issue with these kind of positions when the circle favors you when you're in a dead center of just ridges.
मेरो टिकटकमा आउँछ यार नेपालीहरु डिबेट गर्दै बस्छन् यार
If a team decides to crash onto you, then it's just going to be
फुटबलको
right? So you need to be very cautious about it.
त्यो खतरा सेट बनाएको रहेछ है ठीकठाक अनि फुटबलको कुरा गर्दै बस्छन् यार के गर्छन् यार कुरा पनि
chucked in the direction of Fury. This is the third or fourth game that's clashing.
आज त वाच पार्टी गर्ने हैन वाचलम गर्ने हैन गेन्टु ब्राजिल जापान
happening here between Brazil and NA.
नगर्ने हो त अस्ति मलाई पोर्चुगलको गेम गर्न दिएन
जापानले बिल्ला हुन्थ्यो दाइ गरेको भए
बिल्ला हुन्थ्यो तर आज त ब्रो आफ्नो टिम छैन जसले जिते पनि जसले हार्ने पनि सेलिब्रेट गरिन्छ अनि
जापानले छुट्छ होला
इजी सेक त यो ट्यानबालाई हेड वाच गर्नु पर्ने छ यो ट्यानबालाई ला माउ गयो
That's MVM down. Bigatron.
Chinese teams.
We haven't heard from them in a couple of
यो
matches.
ट्यानबा चाहिँ उता आउँदै रहेछ के लाको
Some noise here. They have a ridge line. They got a great position in this circle.
आउनु मिल्टामा आउँछ यो पहिला आउँथ्यो यार
अहिले पोचिङ आज पोचिङ के झरेको छ ट्यानबा युएलएफ छैन ब्रो यसमा रे टुमरो मेबी
म पाटल जोर पनि गर्मीबाट दै
गर्मी छ नि
This is so good for them because there's no threats behind them, right? D+ were taken out, LGD went for wider rotation.
रेगनम अति यार छ
Really here it's going to start kicking into gear that sweeping
के भयो यार रेगनमलाई
the center of the circle for Bigatron.
रेगनम एरा सकेकै हो
नेपाली च्याट मात्र नरहेछ यो विदेशी च्याटहरु त्यस्तै रहेछ सबै कोचै कोचले भरेको
मेरो च्याटमा त अति फुटबल इन्थुसियास्ट अति छ आज त फुटबलको बारेमा कुरा गर्ने
You just got to respect it because these guys when it comes to
short range they can definitely hit those headshots.
Nobody behind them, just like from Bigatron, but the difference is that Tianba is in 13th place. They need these points, and they're getting them. They know it. They know that their back's up against the wall. They are also in that group red, so they're not going to be playing on the final day. This could be that game that gets them into the finals here. Next zone does pop, and Tianba is going to have to move out of that position here. Let's see.
पुरै यो अर्ग नै नामै चेन्ज भएछ का भ्यालोरेन्ट पनि केआरएक्स भइसक्यो
This is looking like a solid opportunity for edge-based teams to win. Bigatron, Tianba,
YGले PMWC मा मात्र खेल्यो त राम्रो खेल्यो अहिले त्यसको 5 वर्ष पनि खेलेको छैन त YGले त त्यतिखेर जित्दाखेरि पनि फाइनल्स मात्र हो नि त कन्भिन्सिङली जितेको ग्रुप स्टेजतिर त स्ट्रगलै गरिरहेको थियो नि त रेगनम त राम्रै खेल्ने टिम हो नि त धेरै ग्लोबल राम्रो खेल्यो नि त रेगनमले त
The ammo count's pretty low.
Geo जित्यो WC जित्यो WC सेकेन्ड भयो एकचोटि साइलसको कुरा गरे रेग्नम भन्दा
very efficient and get instant access to those death crates because otherwise they might just run out of resources to
Human Fall आज रे आज फुटबल छ कहाँ Human Fall प्ले खेल्दै बस्छ भोलि खेलाउँला भोलि
not favoring their location and they're taking their merry time which I would say here Hotchix they can't afford Tiamba
Gante watch along आउँदैन रे केटा हो
maybe even sending it on the ridge line of BTR.
That could be the opportunity, right? They got to knock onto BTR here. That could be the opening they need to get into this zone. They are starting to push up little by little. It looks like they have a couple players already in this circle. And it looks like they're just going to try to edge up slowly rather than really take that knock to do a full push. Does make sense, though, because there's so many players in different directions. But BTR is going to have a great angle on this team. It's going to be very tough for Tianba to make something happen.
दुईटा स्मोक छ योसँग
send it. I need to see play capitalize to a lot of smokes. Yeah, these smokes are showing to me they're just trying to survive. They're not trying to get on the aggression anymore. Hopefully we'll be able to get the reset on one of their fallen comrades. Bigatron, they've also got the res.
Bigatron.
And they're going to get in the vehicles. Maybe looking to send it in nade range of Tiamba. I would say pushing it directly would be a bit of a mistake. Just get nade range if you can. 3 nades in the arsenal of Razy. There you go. I love this play. Bigatron,
nice,
perfect ridge line. No one behind you. This is possibly a game-winning push from BTR. Getting rid of everyone. LGD goes on down. So does maybe Tiamba. The nades could be huge. It does
हारेको हेर्न मन छ भन्नु भन्दा ब्राजिल जितेको मन छ भन्न भन्दियो को हो त्यो पछाडीबाट बोल्ने रे ग्यान्टे भाइ हो किन पेलेको ग्यान्टे भाइ
फुटबल कति पिल्दा रहेछन् त यार
Here we go, final nade.
कति पेल्छ न मलाई मैले अघि मुजी रोनाल्डो मेसीको कुरा गरेको तेरो लागि होला सबको लागि हुँदैन त्यस्तो रे हो मलाई
BTR shutting down Tianba's chances of putting themselves in a good position. Oh, he's going to go for the res. But again,
मेरोमा पनि आयो यार च्याट
good. That nade
विदेशी
it looks good. Ooh, just a little short.
ओहे एलाई के गर्ने हो सिधै यसमा ठुलठुलो कुरा नगरौँ होला यार राम्ररी बोलौँ होला है सब ठीकठाक है भाई हम आप कैसे हो भाई आपके टीम को हम मिलेंगे ना WC पे
Also trying to make his way forward. The card does explode, giving him tangible cover to hide behind. So not too bad of a transition point, but so far the circle's looking amazing for 2 teams in particular. It's good for Bigatron, and it is good for the boys from Aurora. They're sure did lose a player, but it's still Ziol, Doc, and Reefus. You know, Reefus. The solo player, can they get Eagle finally and put their focus on the teams?
Beautiful shots to the
मेरो केटाहरुले अति पेले यार त्यसलाई बिचारा
अल्ल बल्ल देशबाट ब्यान होला है निन्जा दाइ
त्यही भनेको हां भाई हम मिलेंगे ना उन लोगों को ओजी को साथ में खेलेंगे भाई स्क्रिप्ट्स बाय बाय साथ में पेलेंगे सबको
now in the mix with their 2 players. Great angles here from Ayala. Gotta clutch it up.
BTR chicken loading ki Aurora chicken loading Prakash.
Outside of their compound, they've been there for about the first 20 minutes of this game. But
BTR moment,
conversation, Hoxie does it with a UMP. That's going to be the end game over. Furious then right back to the lobby, ending their day prematurely. Good engagement. They will be the ones holding on the east. But look, the fight happening there is so good. The timing of BTR, they see there's been a bit of a gap created on the eastern side in the circle to avoid the and BTR just sending up on the mountain side.
Dokeको पोजिसन त अनि थाहा पाएर अनि ओपर हान नेडा नि
Bigatron,
स्याकमा त त्यो थाहा पोछ नथापे पनि यसै हाने होला गेस गरेर
digit elimination chicken dinner, I'm telling you.
They want first place. They want to end the day on top for the Indonesian squad. Let's see what BTR can do. All 4 players up there looking unstoppable at this point. It's all about Aurora. Aurora 2 players left. We saw what Ziol can do before. It's Ziol and Reefus as a duo. And they make some magic happen.
अरूलाई त्यहाँ सकेको देखायो कि फेरि बचिरहेको छ हेर नि त्यहाँ रिफुस कस्तो यार अघि पनि रेग्नम सकेको देखाएको थियो बचिरहेको रहेछ ओए साइलस साइलस P90 हो नि त ब्रो
Silas! He was sleeping until now, but now he woken up, and you know what? He's tearing down the lobby. Indonesia can't do anything against Silas. 8 eliminations, 4 eliminations solo for Silas. This man is back up as he's looking to confirm that solo chicken dinner against the duo of Aurora.
Will this be it? Silas for 3.
मेरो मुख त काला जिब्रै रहछ हो दुईले हान्दैन भने हाने न
साइलस को सक्को कि क्या हो भनेको साइलसले चिकन हान्दो यार एक्लै Bro,
what
Silas,
a game from them. I'm not gonna lie, I lost hope. I was like, there's no way as a duo they're gonna be able to get that. But Silas,
तिनीहरु त कस्तो नराम्रो ठाउँमा थियो अझ त्यो मुनिको स्याक पक्रेर बसेको थियो यिनीहरु
This is
त
why when you hear the P90, you try to swarm that player. We saw it worked out great for Ziol earlier, and now it works out for Regnum Karya. The P90 is definitely the MVP of today when it comes to Miramar.
Go to area,
they are securing himself literally a lifeline to the finals. If they didn't get this game, I would say Hodrux, my doubts would be through the roof when it comes to Regnum Karya, but we saw something. And so far, before this game, they had 0 placement points. Now they get 10. Hopefully, we can see way more.
तर यो भने नि हुन्छ जिमी भन्दा नि हुन्छ
want
होला
to see every game if possible.
जिमी नि अनि ग्लोबल कतिवटा जित्यो त
Can't wait to see the response from the folks in the chat because
त्यो
for a
early days मा
while it
हुन्छ
was
त्यो
just
चाहिँ
smack talking Regnum Karya. I wish we had like a doubt meter.
त्यतिखेर नि थियो नि फेरि यो
Whoa, and until the last second
त्यहाँदेखि ग्राइन्ड गर्दै अहिले त्यतिखेर डिए साइलस थियो यो
it happened there. Look at that.
डिजिटल एथलेटिक्स के भन्ने थियो
600
डिए साइलस डिए रेजी
coming at the last second.
Oof, I mean, okay, I'm happy to see it, right? As a duo, I think that a lot of people maybe were expecting Bigatron for the win, but that P90 definitely kind of turned it on its head. And overall, we are seeing.
अब यहाँ BTR ले हो गयो भन्ने कि साइलसले खतरा हाने भन्ने
step up massively tomorrow.
BTR ले हो गएको
show who's the boss from that region. As back to the highlights of this game and. Yeah, the Alpha 7 fight.
TikTok मा के छ नाम निन्जा कसको
Not really it, and especially Carrillo not playing, right? Replaced by I think it was Nuth. What's happening on that side?
तर कारिलो किन खेलेन करिलो त्यसलाई निकाल्दै कि क्या हो यार
if you want to see Alpha 7 back in
आइजिएल हो त यार आइजिएललाई बेन्च गर्ने भनेको डिसिजन त अनि कहाँ सजिलो डिसिजन हो यो गेमको बीचमा के प्रब्लम आएर नखेलेको होला
यति बेला त्यो अर्को
हो यो यतिखेर हो क्या हान्नु पर्ने हो क्या त्यसले को हो यो रेजकले
सडन हान्दै थियो होला
रेजकले टु भाइ
Regnum Karya, though, they were looking in that same game, but that game is definitely going to help them out big time, Max.
Yeah, I mean, before this game, they had 15 points total throughout the entirety of the first 5 matches. And now,
Silas हो all time goat every year Silas एउटा न एउटा ग्लोबल जान्छ बट जिमी हरायो आजकल जिमी त हरायो तर चाइनाको अति छ नि त चाइनामा फेरि कम्पिटिसन
I don't think a lot of people were actually going to be
टर्कीमा नि त्यतिकै कम्पिटिसन छ अहिले
literally half of
China region त अति नै हो
in the first few minutes of
China ले global लाई त्यस्तो बाल दिदैन
you know what they stood strong and they do secure themselves the dub but I would say the true
China ले त अहिले एशियन गेम्समा होला नि ओभर फोकस गरेको
way they were playing up north the entire time and starting to sweep especially their push onto Tiamba getting a nade range to eliminate that
6 महिना अगाडि लाइनअप बनाएर ग्राइन्ड गराउँदै होला
so Bigatron for me night and day compared to what we saw in PMGO season 1 and now here on the Macau Invitational stage.
They look great today. Overall, just a great, phenomenal day. Especially that one Aaron Gale in particular. They just shine so well. They're calculated. It looked like they were playing chess while a lot of the other teams were playing checkers. So I want to see them continue that mindset, that just that instantaneous decisiveness. You know, and hopefully we can see that work out as Alula, though. End up on top here. What a day.
Yeah, what a day indeed.
Ula first.
So consistent, especially when it comes to eliminations, right? 51 points total.
Ulaले 1 point मात्र ताने हो यो 50 थियो जस्तो लाग्यो.
And also LGD, so that's going to be quite close at the top of the rankings.
कस्तो नजिकको 1 point हेर न टप 5 को.
Quite confident to remain in the top 15. I would say everyone from like everyone from like Furia.
फर्स्ट फेज आइदियो सिधै रे हेग्नम अझै एक दिन राम्रो खेल्नु पर्छ.
happens I feel like they're pretty comfortable. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go
top 15 क्वालिफाई भनेपछि 12 गेममा भनेपछि 60 point चाहिन्छ 60 चाहिन्छ.
It's almost impossible for them to fall out because they got a 9 point gap.
50 चाहिन्छ.
6th place. So yeah, those top 5 looking really comfortable so far in the Macau Invitational. But second page though, Hot Jukes.
YG चाहिँ के भयो यार YG A7 यो PMWC च्याम्पियनलाई के भइराको छ दुईटै A7 त GC च्याम्पियन पनि हो त हाम्रो हेटवाच सक्सेसफुल हुँदैछ है K1 र Tianba लाई अनि त
Oh man, tomorrow is going to be a wild ride because literally both these squads are in group red.
मेरो च्याटमा सबै झगडा पर्न थाल्यो यार प्रकाश
अनपट्टु दे अनफोर्ट के साथ टक्को गयो त
गोट भोलि खेल्छ
on the second page despite getting one chicken dinner today on the over the course of 6 matches alone. That chicken dinner, if you back it up with a few good performances on the other maps, you should be very high up on the rankings, but no,
सुक कुट्नीबाट खेल्छ सुक दाइ भोलि खेल्नुहुन्छ केटा
goes to highlight how inconsistent they've been from time to time today, so hopefully that's something they can try and iron out for their next matches.
QGG
के सफको पोज एउटै छ त यो हातमा
त्यो चेन त दिएको हो नि त पछि मेडल कि केमा त्यही चेन होला नि पहिला पालिको ट्रोफीमा त्यही चेन कि के युज भएको थिएन हैन र
QZZ just popping off with the ARs, the DMRs, this guy at
पहिला हङकङ हेरेनौ तिमीले हङकङ इन्भिटेशनल
Yeah, absolutely, man. I saw just
बोले जितेको थियो त
matches just watching this guy shoot. I mean, he just looked like he was just auto locking on these players. So, no surprise there, at least from me.
Highest damage एउटा गेममा 1340 फर्स्ट एलिमिनेसन ए हैन
Most eliminations on to Ling S from LG. What do you think about that?
हेर्न यो कस्तो हो 2 डेज हाईएस्ट ड्यामेज चाहिँ 1350 रे 1340 सिंगल म्याचमै हाईएस्ट ड्यामेज 1522 छ त्यो लेफ्ट फुट ग्लिच भएछ हौ
यो त अघि 2000 पुरा सकेको थियो
खै हो त 3800 होला हौ ड्यामेज
It's an international esports. Love to see it. But 7 eliminations in one game from Ziol. Man, that's P90.
PL ले पनि मिस्टेक गर्दै रहेछ प्रोडक्सनमा
P90 can carry you to victory.
चल दिएको ल छेसन ल केटा हो चल दिएको भोलि भेटौँला भोलि अब वेबोलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुपर्छ भोलि चाहिँ टाइममा आऊ है फर्स्ट गेम मिस गर्लौ तिमीहरु मुझे टाइममा आउने मुझे रातभर उठ्दै बस्छ फुटबल हेर्दै टाइममा उठ्ने भोलि We'll go to OG hotel to meet them. देखेंगे भाई क्या करना है मोस्ट लाइकली मिलेंगे ना भाई नेपाल अगर वो लोग नेपाल आए तो मिलने में क्या ही जाता है ल पछि भेटौँला केटा भोलि के रे वाच अलोङ भयो भने भेटौँला नत्र भोलि चाहिँ टाइममा आउने सबैजना टाइममा आउने टाइममा उठ्ने सबैजना
कति बजेबाट स्टार्ट हुन्छ गेम
यो गेम 2 बजेतिरै रहेछ हौ आज
3 बजे आऊ
म अनि उठे नै 4:30 मा
म